tape that's really annoying me. This is Oprah yesterday. I don't really get to watch Oprah all that much.
Yeah, and even this week there were a couple of things she had on that I wanted to watch, like that Sarah Palin interview, but I never get around to it.
I guess yesterday she had Kate Hudson on, and this is one of my pet peeves.
Oh.
Like, I can't stand when Jennifer Aniston's on and they ask her about her, like when she was married to Brad Pitt. So how's your marriage? And she'll go, look, I don't talk about the new thing with these actresses is they don't talk about their personal life. And they're very, very upset when you ask them a question. Like if you ask this Kate Hudson, Kate, how is it dating A-Rod? Or how did you meet A-Rod? This pained look and putting up the hands and oh my God. And it's a way that these women, particularly actresses, can feel excited about their relationship. It's
a secret.
It's secret. It's my personal life. Oh my God. At one point Oprah says to her, how'd you meet A-Rod? Now the girl
and why come on Oprah?
The girl's on TV every day at the Yankee game during the World Series and playoffs, sitting there rooting up. I know.
Who's
what is
that?
it?
That's Artie again.
Artie's not well.
Is that me again? I'm sorry. I guess just early in the morning it happens. I'm sorry.
You do this thing where you go.
I figured it out.
I've never heard a human make a noise like that.
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's wrong?
I'm fine, believe me. I just had another physical.
Are you on
this is
something?
a new symptom.
I'm not on anything. But I just had another physical where I got another good bill of health. And
why are you getting so many physicals?
Yeah, this guy's,
What is this?
He's been through a lot.
I might be a little bit of a hypochondriac at this point. But
who gives you all these physicals? I gotta get a physical myself. I'm going to my doctor on Long Island.
Well, I go to a Jersey guy. I know
right.
you don't like going across the river.
No, I like this guy on Long Island.
Very good at what he does. This guy.
Yeah. What does he do what do they do when he
He's a Mr.
Well,
Physical.
I'm over 40, so I get the prostate thing.
Blood work too?
Full blood work and everything like that.
Yeah. No problem.
Do they do the treadmill thing?
Treadmill,
Wow.
which is
That's
just
heavy duty.
My God, when they
Did you tell me you do this noise now? You go.
Well, now I just found out the last 2 days I'm like a hyena here, but I stopped it yesterday. I can stop it again.
All right, thank you, Artie.
I'm sorry.
That
We don't mean to
wild.
interrupt your wheezing or whatever it is.
I've
Will
never
the
heard that.
beast.
Artie's funny noise isolated on Gary Page 1 in red.
Yeah, it's real. I just heard it, Howard. It's really interesting.
Oh, God.
Because Artie's not aware he's doing it. This is something new. Here's Artie's new funny noise.
How'd you meet A-Rod, Now, the girl's on TV every day at the game
There it is.
during the World Series and playoffs, sitting there rooting up.
No.
That's you.
That's you. That's what you're doing. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
You hadn't heard it at all.
No, I mean, that is real. That's like a flute or something.
I didn't know what it was the first time you did it. What is that?
I've been around Artie a lot lately. We actually went to a movie. We saw the new Bond movie over the summer or something.
Bomb movie?
The newer James Bond
We
movie.
were on the road, yeah.
And I heard like wheezing sounds like that throughout the whole movie.
Oh, you did? So this isn't that new?
No, I've noticed this for a while. I didn't know to say anything.
No, you can't say anything.
No.
On the air.
Unless you're on the air.
Right, yeah. Personal.
And actually, I appreciate it that you're
Yeah.
saying it.
It's your new thing.
It's officially become I'm having ear issues. Every night, a lot of times my girlfriend will be in the bed with me. When I wake up, she's on the couch and she's like just snoring. So you know what I did? I got one of those things that you put on your nose.
You're like a football player at night.
Guess what? It works. She says it works.
Wow.
She says it opens up the air passages and it's very little, but not even close. She said it was like living with a woolly mammoth sleeping next to you.
Here we go. This is your one more time.
I'd like to call it my new character.
Here's your new character,
Okay.
guy who wheezes.
How'd you meet A-Rod, Now, the girl's on TV every day at the Yankee game during the World Series and playoffs, sitting there rooting up.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness, Artie.
Yeah, that's you.
I don't know what to do.
It's a new noise, that's all.
Too much mozzarella or something.
I don't know what you're doing.
I eat the wet mozzarella. You know.
Right.
That's the best one.
All right. So,
The beats again.
sounds like your girlfriend's pretty much living with you these days.
In a way, she is. Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah, if she's there every day, that's sort of living with you.
Now he's sounding like Kate Hudson.
She's there a lot. Well,
I can't talk about
she's
it.
not, yeah, please, no questions. You're gonna do this to me, aren't you?
So you're in a whole new phase. I mean, she's gotten into the inner sanctum.
At the point we met, it's been 6 months now, first of all.
Right.
And at the point we met, she was just leaving an apartment in Hoboken, and she was going to go live with her parents in South Jersey. And she's still there quite a bit, but it's more like half the time she's here. But
She got stuff over at your place?
oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Got her
I
own
didn't realize.
drawer?
oh, drawer? I don't have a drawer.
Does she have a key?
Yes, she does.
Oh.
You're living together.
Moving fast.
Not
Dun, 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 dun.
You know what? I can't have a wedding now because how do you beat what you did?
Why do you have to compete?
Why are you competing? That was a couple
Why are
of
you
years ago.
competing?
I'm not competing. It was just such a wonderful thing, and I'm saying to myself, you know what?
Well, let them plan your wedding.
Yeah, they want to do that.
Let me understand how deep this has gotten. She's got a key. Hold on.
You're gonna
Don't
do
get
this
uptight.
to me.
You're going to do this.
Look, Kate, just answer the question.
She got a key.
Yeah.
She moved some stuff in to the point that you almost don't have any room.
Yes.
And this is in your apartment or in the house or both places?
My apartment, the house down the shore, she has some things as well.
Okay. And does she bring friends over when you're not there?
That has happened once, but she made good friends with a girl who lives
Go ahead.
up the hall.
And she came.
And she came over once for a little wine.
Wow, that's you're
She's
you're in
inviting
pretty
people
deep.
over,
Once they start inviting people over, that's it.
But that was just one time, and the girl literally lives 40
I don't
yards away
care.
from us.
People are over when you're not there. All right, now I get it.
And the maid likes her.
Wow, that's important.
My
That's
maid
important.
goes, "Oh, Adrian treat me very nice."
Yeah. Has she changed any decor?
No,
It's too early for that. She ain't gonna get.
I just had a full redecoration that my mother was in charge of.
Yeah, well, wait, she can't do that quick. This girl's playing it smart. I mean, Beth just redid the whole apartment.
Did
and
she
we were to get.
really?
Well, what do you
Yeah,
think
it's
this
just
renovation
years
is?
and years.
What are you crazy?
Well, you're married.
I loved it the way we did. Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't start decorating right away. Yeah. That'll freak a guy out. Took me 10 years to get to that. That's crazy. Well, Artie moving along pretty rapidly, Robin.
Yes, he is.
I had no idea.
She makes
He's
a
a
lot
mover.
of. She makes a lot of fashion. She's into fashion. You know,
Good.
she makes a lot of
Change outfits.
suggestions. Like she came with me to the Jimmy Fallon show, and I said I'm going to wear a baseball hat because
Because that's what all I got.
you know what I mean. And
It's not hard to see that you need some suggestions when you're.
yeah, I understand. But I had wings because my hair's long coming out of the baseball hat, and I swear to God, while the stage manager's pulling me backstage, she was still tucking in the wings. And
Did she pick out this T-shirt? That's nice. Union.
no,
Union.
I got this from my cousin who's a coach in my old high school.
All right. Well, listen, congratulations, man. I didn't know you were moving that fast. I didn't know she had keys and the whole thing. I didn't know she was actually in there.
She's very sweet, and we're having a good
Wow.
time. She's an excellent,
Nice-looking girl, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
No, the looks aren't her problem.
Very pretty.
Boy, she's gotten further in 6 months than Dana did in years.
Oh, stop.
Let's be honest. This is fast.
The guilt.
How long
the
before
guilt-
Dana got any clothing
the
in there?
guilt I have over Dana and my bullshit with drugs is just
come on.
You gotta let it go
Gotta let it
because you're in
go.
love with somebody else now.
but
happens.
it's a big part of my therapy. You know, it's like not that Dana has any issues. I'm sure it's going to end up being a good move in her life. But you know,
But Dana never got into the.
yes, she did.
With the
You
stuff,
didn't live
leaving
together.
stuff
Let me
there?
tell you something. You want to know how crazy it got? She had a drawer and had a key, and then she got the dog, and the dog is a big dog.
That set you back.
And
That was the
it
kiss
did.
of death.
It did.
It did.
All of a sudden, she wasn't coming over as much because she wanted to bring the dog. And I said, listen, if you got one of those schnauzers or poodles, I could deal.
Maybe you could deal with that and do it for her.
She got an enormous dog.
How big was that fucking dog? It was like a wolf.
Rottweiler.
Rottweiler.
Half Rottweiler, half like horse.
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 I told you when I would go to
Horse / Rottweiler.
when I would go to Dana's place, I technically feel I've been in a threesome with a dog.
Right. Yeah, well, that might have. You know what? The dog probably did. To tell this new one, no dogs.
She wants one, and I laid down the line.
Why do you always find girls who like dogs?
Because every broad seems to like dogs.
Oh,
and I said,
when
listen.
you broke up with Dana, did you get a key back and then give it to your new girlfriend, or
No. By then,
The Dana key?
It's the Dana key.
Dana probably
Had
still
Dana's
likes-
got
name
the
on
Dana key.
No,
I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you one sign about this girl that you're with now.
Yeah.
That
You what?
I
What is
s-
the sign? What is
Artie
the sign
would
of?
not go into therapy for Dana, but for this girl, he's in therapy.
I was in therapy well before this girl.
Okay, I'm
I
just
got
saying.
into therapy before this girl.
The new girl's got Artie therapy.
I got
Therapy
into
Artie.
therapy.
Therapy Artie.
Yeah, but therapy Artie,
Lucky her.
quite frankly, ain't exactly a prize either. Okay?
But if this girl, but
there's
I'll tell you
hope.
what, if this girl starts in with a dog, she's going to blow it.
No, she knows already.
Right. You know what? Buy her a dog costume.
I've
Say,
explained
"Listen,
it to her.
I'll wear this. You can pet me.
Actually, they have those animated dogs, that move around, bark.
Like
and
Guitar
roll
Hero?
over.
I
Yeah.
should come over.
Let's get Dog Hero for her.
I should come over in a dog costume.
Big dog and flop around, shed, do all the things that Artie hates.
I really don't know, but I'm in a way, especially when I'm miserable about having to do
Isn't that all
something.
the time?
Well, I've had a lot of stress lately with work because I got a lot of extra things going on, and I really don't know how someone. Sometimes I say to her, "Why are you still here?
What's wrong with you?"
How have you not done the Herman Munster thing,
Right.
the people with the shoes running away?
By the way, that's what I'm doing this weekend.
What, the Herman Munster
I'm
thing?
doing the whole Herman Munster
I
festival.
think you said
nice.
this before. What
I know.
happened?
Well, I had it all set up, and then something came up, and now I'm all set for this weekend.
Right, that's
yeah, I
nice.
got everyone on DVD, high res,
That's fun.
Blu-ray.
That's fun.
Blu-ray, motherfucker.
Blu-ray, motherfucker.
All right, listen. Listen, like Kate Hudson, keep some things personal, will you? You're the opposite of Kate Hudson.
I am
Yeah. I don't know what she's doing with me.
ugly and honest.
Well, Thanksgiving with the new girl?
We're
or
still
no?
making plans. We got to figure
Our
that
family, your family?
out.
What are you
Bring
gonna
the
do,
families?
both?
Right now, it hasn't. It could be a both thing.
Oy
It could
vey.
be, or we might go away.
Are you engaged?
No, I'm not
What?
engaged.
Who's
no,
telling
I'm
you
not
that?
engaged.
Fred, what do you think? Is this it?
No, this is not it.
This is not the one?
No, this is not the one. She is not
Really?
Neo.
She's
Really?
not,
No,
He means
The
you mean-
Matrix,
from
I
the
know.
Matrix,
Believe
we
me,
know
she's
that.
not the one.
I can read Fred.
No, that's got nothing to do with it.
You know what it is? You know how you'll know when it's the one? I'm going to ask the key question.
Yeah.
Does Stacy and your mother approve of this one?
Yeah, they like her.
Stacy likes her?
Yeah, of course.
Or just tolerates her?
Stacy tolerates me.
She actually likes Adrian.
If I call Stacy and go, Stacy, tell me the truth. What's with Artie and the new girlfriend?
She'll
Would
say she likes her.
She's a fucking asshole, or is she going to say to me,
She thinks she's young,
Right.
but I say that's fine for me. And then she
young
but,
is good?
But
Well,
she,
you're a guy.
for me,
For me, too.
and
nothing wrong with
but
that.
she likes her a lot. Actually,
does.
yeah, they
Oh,
have
all
the
right.
same exact interests, fashion wise. They could shop. Believe me, we were in New York City.
So they're
having-
friendly.
Yes.
Okay.
We
all
were
right.
in New York
well,
City.
that could be the one then.
We were in New York, and my sister was over at Barney's doing something for work, and my girlfriend was like, "Let's go to Barney's," and I'm like, "Holy shit, am I in trouble?" Those two in Barney's, because I feel guilty letting my sister pay for anything if I'm with her.
Right.
Not that she's looking for stuff, but then they start looking around, and I'm like,
Why do you feel guilty that your sister has to pay? Your sister's got a great job. She's got her own
she's
money.
completely independent.
Why do you have to feel that guilt?
Howard, that's
Is
something
that
I
something
work
with your dad? Like you're now the provider of the
Well,
family?
I told you, and again, 2 weeks before he died, and this is why I'm almost positive he knew he was going. I
Right.
think he helped himself or someone assisted him, and he told me, when I'm not here, you got to take care of your mother and sister.
Oh, great.
And again, that was like a city thing to him. I don't think he knew the boulder of guilt he was putting on me, but I'll never forget that conversation. And any man would take that as money.
You think you're entitled to a life of your own?
Yes, but I really have a problem with success in the sense that like when I was building the Shore House, I felt so weird being around the guys working on the pool because I felt like
Right.
that's what I used
You
to
felt
do.
you
and
didn't
I should-
deserve
I
this.
should-
You
yeah,
should be
yeah.
the guy working. Not
Yeah. And but no, my sister has an amazing job, and my sister doesn't let me buy stuff for
Good.
her. But I feel the problem is I took that as money, and over the years I've certainly helped them with money. My mother, at least, as much as I can. But it came at a price where they'd rather me not be fucked up and broke, to tell you
Right.
the truth. And
Right.
They really are those type of people, so.
Is this new girlfriend willing to convert to Italian?
Yeah, we have her in courses. She's saying beats again as
Pizza
we
game.
speak.
She's
But
cooking
you
pizza game
think
today.
Artie's definitely got to have the approval of his sister and his mother before
Oh,
any girl
yes.
passes muster?
Absolutely. It will eventually lead to disaster. If Stacy, she's the key.
Stacy is key.
If Stacy isn't won over,
Really?
it's done. It will never be.
I'll tell you what.
Listen, I know more about this Artie
Really?
than I even should.
Oh,
I study this guy. I mean, listen.
And you know this to be
Of
a
all the
fact.
people
Yeah.
you want to study you.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
And it's
Lucky you.
Stacy. If there's a young lady out there listening, especially this new girlfriend, Adrian. I know her name.
Adrian.
Wow.
Her name's Adrian's never seen Rocky. Talk about you.
Don't even concentrate on pleasing Artie. Concentrate on pleasing that Stacy. That's the key, right there. That's the balabus.
Mom
do you
is
do
not a
that?
problem?
Mom's Stacy's the balabus.
Okay.
She runs the show.
All right.
So how do you kind of soften Stacy?
How do you soften Stacy? You kiss her fucking ass.
That how it works?
You kiss her ass and you tell her
everything is
she's
fine.
wonderful, and you do, and you have to, take yoga with her.
Yeah, that probably would help.
Do all the fun things. All the fun things girls like to do.
Yoga is fun.
Yoga.
I was
For
going
the
to say
girl.
yoga is key, right?
Let me
That's
tell you
right.
something.
Yoga.
Let me tell you something.
Take yoga. Go do that hot yoga. where
Here's
you sweat.
something.
Well,
Here's
she doesn't
something.
do Bikram.
Listen.
Here's something you might not know.
Go ahead.
And I've told them this in the past. Even if I was truly in love with somebody and they
Yeah.
didn't like it, I would marry them.
No.
You
I
told
would.
them this.
No.
I
You
told them
won't-
that.
you
I
told
said,
them
that.
I
You won't
said
let
if
it
you
get
had a
that
problem
far.
with somebody,
But it would
love
end
is
in
love.
disaster.
I know you think that.
Love is
you know,
love. Hal.
You know the guilty feelings you have when like Stacey even goes to pay for anything. You're going to feel even worse if Stacey doesn't like her.
It would end in
It's
disaster.
forbidden.
right.
It's forbidden. I know this about you.
All
Forget
5 families would be up against us.
it. That's right. It's forbidden fruit because Artie and Stacey they got it. It's a very tight connection.
When my father died, I'll never forget. My mother and sister were curled up in a ball as if they were one person for a week. It was just like so.
Right.
And the codependency, me worrying about taking care of them with money, them worrying about taking care of me with health and all my bullshit. The codependency is insane between the
All right,
three
you
of
ready
us.
for the heavy one? You ready for the heavy thing here now?
Oh my God, no, I don't know.
You in touch with the part of you that hates your mother and Stacey?
We talk about that in therapy
You do.
all the time.
All right, okay.
You know.
Do you really feel it?
Have you met that?
You
Have
said
you met
this-
that Artie
you
yet?
said that- I haven't met him, but if I meet him, I'm going to punch him in the fucking face
That's
for
what
hating
I'm
my
saying.
mother and sister.
That's right.
No, but
Stacy's the key, Robin.
Is
If you
she?
want to
I
date
No, but
Artie-
here's
if you were
something-
in a
I did not
relationship, if
realize
you
it.
and Artie ever hook up, I'm going to
Yes.
sit you down and go.
And this could happen.
Hey, don't.
I've already worked out Stacey.
I think
Now
Robin-
gotta get
Robin,
Artie.
Stacey loves
I
Robin.
think Robin should get to the front of the line.
I said you could fuck Artie once, twice a week. You'll be fine. It's Stacy. You got to really get to
Stacey
know.
I'll
was
tell
at
you
my
what.
event
Right,
last
just
night.
please her. I know this.
I'll tell you what. But the bigger thing is my mother and sister, and as much as you may not want to believe this, they want me to be happy more than anything.
Oh, I believe it.
More than anything.
That's why they're the keeper of the gate.
They're the keeper of the gate.
They're going to make sure you're happy.
Oh, you're going to be happy, all right, with those two. All right, listen. Artie's complicated. You got a complicated situation. Leave him alone. It's enough. You've opened up too much. Unlike at the Oprah show.
You've opened me up like someone gutting a fish.
Filet.
I'm happy for you, though. I like the sound of this. I don't know her that well.
She's very sweet.
But I'm going to have a little dinner party, as you know.
I know. I can't
for
wait.
the whole
Hoping to get
staff.
to spend some time with her.
I want a dirty dance with her.
She's very
And
sweet.
Stacey.
Well, I do know if I ever hook up with Robin, I know for sure Stacey loves Robin.
Right. Well, it's different when you're you're a friend of Robin's.
Right.
If you actually started dating her, I don't even know
She'd
Robin
look
would
at me in a
hold
whole
up.
new light.
Oh, yeah. She'd get you figured out real fast.
There's some girls that I've dated since, like, when I was on Mad TV, I dated this chick from San Diego. It's actually where I got that hiking joke.
Stacey didn't like her.
You know the hiking joke you like?
Right.
It's the San
That's the
Diego
girl.
chick.
Yeah,
So
Stacey never liked her.
Well, she barely met her.
That's right.
But you know, when she did meet her, and she was really hot. This chick, she said, "Well, she knows you're on a TV show."
Right.
And I said, Stace, what does that say about me? Like,
Right.
you don't even think, like, I was even thinner back then. I was 27 and thinner. I said, so you're saying there's no way this hot chick would like me if I was...
Stacey knows. Stacey doesn't need a girl from California.
The girl did actually give me a sitcom script she wrote, but, you know...
Right. Stacey doesn't like girls.
You
Stacey
see?
doesn't like girls from California. I know that. That ain't going to happen. That's not in your future, a girl from California.
My
It's not gonna
mother and
happen.
sister are wonderful people.
They are.
And I'm dating a good girl, and
Let's pray they like her.
I'm the fuck up in this situation, believe me.
All right. Anyway, Artie. enough
All
of
I
your-
do is make the fucking money. Whatever.
All right.
Let's say, yeah, right.
Now the anger sets in.
Yeah, there you go. That's angry Artie.
There we go.
You know what I'm doing tonight, Howard?
What?
I'm going to Albany. I got a gig at the Palace. I'll crowbar in a plug. I'm at the Palace Theater in Albany tonight. And guess what? It's going to be for sale outside, Jack and Coke.
Okay. All right. It's good to get an Artie update. Now go back to sleep. What's the matter with you?
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
I hate to do this to Artie, but if you go to Gary Page 1, there's another clip of him making that noise.
I know. He just did it a second ago.
That's all right. I mean, I listen. It's a
You're
medical
doing it a lot.
condition.
What page?
This is a newer one. It's Gary Page 1. So it's in red in the bottom right, but this one's crazy. So it says Artie's funny noise number 2.
Okay. Yeah, you're making this noise a lot now because you just did it again. Yeah, listen.
How'd you meet A-Rod, you know? Now, the girl is on TV every day at the Yankee game during the World Series and playoffs, sitting there rooting up.
There's no way
That's you.
That's you.
I'm telling you, I'm listening to it the whole morning.
mean,
I think, Howard, just let it play for the 10 seconds. Just don't interrupt.
Okay.
Or put him in the room next time.
Yeah, it's been going on all morning, and I know you can't believe because you don't even notice you're doing it.
No, I can't believe that.
You're looking at him in disbelief.
He's looking at me like there's no way that's me.
I'm crying inside.
It's scary.
I don't know
It
what's
sounds
going
like you're
on.
just real tired or something.
Well, everything you can't think is a
Tired.
medical condition,
I got to
Artie.
bed last night at I fell asleep about 9:30, 9. You know, I mean,
Maybe it's just, you do something else I noticed too.
what do I do?
You bite your arm during the show and then you smell it.
No, I don't smell it. I just it's a nervous condition.
What's wrong? You're biting your arm?
I don't bite my arm. I
You
just
smell. He wets it and smells
I
it.
don't wet it.
What are you doing?
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm trying to.
Sounds like you ate a balloon and someone stuck a pin in it.
I
not
did it
fucked
again.
up,
I
though.
just did it again.
Yeah.
Then I just
Now
noticed
you hear it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not hooked up right.
We hear that one again.
Oh, let's hear it again. Yeah.
Or put him in the room next time.
Well, it sounds like a little fat man crying in me.
Maybe you ate someone.
Maybe I ate a
You
little.
swallowed someone and he's trying to get out.
I would certainly love to shit him out if I can.
Maybe you need to cry. You want to cry?
Well, I'll do that tonight in Albany at the edge of my bed in the hotel room. I do that every night on the road.
Why are you on the road? I thought you were in kind of condition.
No, this is the last two.
All right.
It's local. It's a 2-hour drive.
All right.
I got 2 more. I got this. I got December 5th, Montclair. That's it. Boom. And then.
Don't make that noise on stage.
Well,
Sounds
No,
like
people are going to be requesting.
Sounds
I
like
might-
you're sitting on somebody and they can't get up.
I might have to now.
Yeah.
People love your new noise. Uh-oh, Robin. On our phone is the Artie Lang whistling noise calling in.
Okay.
Hi, Artie. Hi. Are you going to make an appearance in Albany tonight with Artie so the fans can hear it? Yes? All right. Say just one long wheeze if yes, you're going to be in Albany.
Okay.
All right, that's a yes.
Got the answer.
Yeah. Do you like living inside of Artie? Oh, twice for no, once for yes. No.
Oh, that's terrible. It's gotta be roomy.
Are you attracted to Sal's wife? No?
No.
That's bullshit.
All right, thank you.
That's a man at work.
That's a man that's going to pass out. He keeps doing that.
That's a highly paid man.
That really sounds like I swallowed a hummingbird that's depressed or something.
Or put him in the room next time.
You know, this sounds like one of those like Plan 9 from outer space sound effects or something.
Hey, Art. Art, what's with the wheezing, man?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't lived the healthiest life. I'm 42. I'm the same age Elvis was when he died on the shitter. And I don't know.
Are you concerned?
Yes, I'm concerned. I'm becoming a bit of a hypochondriac as I get older, so I'm going to immediately get this checked out. I think it's going to have something to do with smoking, drinking, and excessive drug use.
I'm also going to play a couple of things that have been happening, including Sal's weird pronunciations from the wrap-up show.
All right.
How's a guy who's Italian say the word, you know the word villa?
Yeah.
I have a villa in France,
Sure.
perhaps you'd say. He calls it a villa.
Like Bob Vila?
A villa.
Again, Sal's family is way more, like, from Italy than mine. I'm, like, 3 generations, but I've never... Maybe he's right with the pronunciation.
No, Artie, don't take me in that direction. Sal's right with the pronunciation.
No, I'm saying Vila sounds, I don't know, maybe in some parts of Italy that's...
What are you, fucking kidding me? There's no such word.
Howard, I hate to say this.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
But listen to Sal from the West.
In Italian.
Get out of here. You're in America, asshole.
Yeah, but
I don't live in Israel. What the fuck are you? First of all, I'll tell you what.
When you go to Italy, you don't say villa. They would look at you like you're
America. You're not from Italy. You didn't grow up in Italy. You've never been in Italy.
Right.
I've been to Italy.
Yeah, okay.
My dad moved me there right out of high school. I had
That's
no
where you
choice.
learned to say, this guy, are you kidding me? You know what? You got to hear, I'll play you 2 things. Forget Sal being an idiot with the word villa.
Okay.
Listen to this. This is from the wrap-up show. He's complaining about you a couple of days ago, and this is don't get caught up in what the content is. Just listen to this word. Listen to it. Just listen to this. Listen to this guy. I don't know what the
So
hell.
you don't think she came to vent? You think she came because she knows you're trying to lose weight and you're a possible new candidate for the way she's done it? You think it was a recruiting trip?
I think it was a combination of both. One, she was offended because she's so devout to this thing. You know, she's so dedicated to this fakakta diet. But secondly, she saw somebody who wants to do something better for themselves and better for their body, and she saw an opportunity to kind of get me involved in her, Jim, what's that guy? Jim Davis, the Kool-Aid drinker guy, in that, what do they call cult?
Jim Jones.
And the Jim Jones,
Sorry.
Jim Jones liquid diet cult, I guess. I don't know.
He had a diet cult?
That's what you said. Diet cult.
Do you know do you remember what that whole Jim Jones thing was about?
Yeah. He had an occult. He gave all these people Kool-Aid and they dropped dead.
Wait, he had what?
He had an...
I didn't hear you because JD was laughing. Seriously.
He had I don't know if I'm saying, I'm not saying the word right. He had a group of people that followed him. He was this leader of some sort.
Right.
And he had them convinced that the government was no good and society wasn't right, and that they should abide by his rules. And he had this occult. I think it's called an occult.
Right.
And he told them to drink the Kool-Aid, and once they drank the Kool-Aid, they would go to a better place. No different than that wacko with the purple triangles where they all cut their balls off and died in bunk beds.
So in Italy, they say a cult?
They say, where did you get that one from?
Yeah. How'd you learn how to say that wrong?
Well, a cult. I heard then it was cult, not a cult, but an occult is, I think it's a combination. It's like satanic groups. They're occults. But I thought it's the same thing. It's as long as it's a group of weird people.
Do you ever read? Do you ever like take an interest in anything?
Ever consult the dictionary?
No.
Sal, when people are saying a cult, they're not saying a cult. They're saying a, and then a word C-U-L-T, cult.
A cult.
And then there is the occult.
The occult or occult is... Holy cow! I can't
when I
believe
see occult, O-C, OCCULT, whatever it is, and you hear people saying occult, I'm always thinking it's occult.
No,
I never distinguish the difference between a cult and a cult. When you
Holy cow! Where did you grow up, man? And don't give me this bullshit.
I grew
you
up
say
in Holbrook.
Villa because you were in Italy.
Yeah, because when you're in Italy, they're
Okay.
like, "Come to my villa."
Oh, bullshit.
But
They
you're
do
so
that.
Americanized.
You know who says that? You know who says that? Like from Transylvania. I want you to come to my villa.
Yeah.
But let's just say they do say that. You're so much more Americanized. You would say
He's from America.
Yeah,
He grew
you're
up
from
in Italy.
you're from Long
All right,
Island.
here's Sal on the
In
wrap-up
Long Island,
show.
they say a cult.
Here's Sal from the wrap-up show yesterday. Listen to this guy.
Sal, you had some suggestions that Howard liked actually for Pete.
Yeah, well, the first thing, rule number one, you lie. You lie your brains out. Because women love men. Women love men who are successful. So you have to play the success card. You have to paint the big picture. 90% of the time, a woman is not going to be attracted to the average guy right off the bat. But if you give her a reason, like you have a mansion, like you have a place in the Hamptons, like you have a villa in Italy, stuff that most likely she won't see.
What do you have in Italy?
I have a villa in Italy.
A villa. You've heard of a villa.
That's the best. I have a villa.
You're retarded.
When Gary said, "What do you have in Italy?" I thought he was saying like, "You're really exaggerating." You
I've
couldn't
never seen a guy,
possibly-
because you seem like a bright guy to me. Honestly,
Thank
you do.
I am. I think I'm a bright guy, but in
Yeah.
Italy they say villa. They say "Bene sta villa qua."
So I'm going to throw a little dinner party, not a little dinner party, but a big dinner party for the crew here for Christmas.
Thank you. Am
And
I
you're
invited?
yes, you're invited with your wife. Are you going to be all right?
Yeah, with her, I have no choice.
Right. She keeps you subdued.
I'm like Terry Schiavo around her.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
You're like, you mean you're like a person who's in a coma in a bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or wishes he was in one.
Yeah. How's the marriage going?
Good. Good.
Well, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Getting some sex?
Yeah, I guess so. You know.
When's the last time?
Bullshit, man. I don't know. We had it not too long ago, but I once complained that every time I want to get laid, she says my breath smells like shit. You know, I know this girl.
Your
20
breath?
Yeah, I know this girl 20 years. My breath never smelled. All of a sudden, after a while, she takes a disliking to me. It's like the shit fairy comes down and dumps a load in my mouth as soon as
Yeah.
I get an erection.
And can't you just brush your teeth and do some mouthwash and then you'll be fine, right?
Yeah,
She just hates you. She just like can't stand the sight of you, the smell of you.
but we had what happened was we had sex.
Right.
And I didn't brush my teeth, and she didn't say anything. And I was like really happy. I'm like, wow, it was good sex, you know.
Right.
And the next day we got into an argument. She was down to her last glass of wine.
Right.
So I said, fuck it. She went downstairs to do the laundry. I was polishing off the wine. I said, well, maybe I'll fuck it. I'll finish this wine.
Right.
So she comes upstairs. She says, you were the most rude and considerate piece of shit I've ever known. I go, why? She goes, you took my wine. I go, well, you were downstairs doing the laundry. Wouldn't you take the wine with you to do the laundry? That was a sign that you didn't want any more wine.
Right.
And she goes, you know what? I just can't stand you. And she goes, and by the way, your breath smelled like shit the other night when we had sex. She goes, I didn't want to say anything because you're going to go on the air and blab off your fucking mouth again. She goes,
Yeah.
and it stunk like shit. I'm like, all right.
Oh,
whatever."
great.
Yeah, so I still have bad breath during
Ay
sex.
vey.
You know, could it be that midget Dominic that shits in
think
Beetlejuice's
so. I
diaper,
think
shitting
so.
in your mouth?
Wow.
But in spite of all that, things are
I mean,
pretty
that's such
good.
a. First of all, you're arguing about something else, and then she just drops the bomb on you that your breath smells like shit.
Yeah, she went beneath the
Yeah, and let her tell you during sex. Fine, you'll go brush your teeth. Who cares?
You know what? At this point, it's not worth getting up to brush my teeth. I'd rather roll over.
Right.
You know?
That's when you know some of the sparks gone. Because when it's if you're horny enough, you'll go brush that teeth.
Why is the sex
Right.
not good?
You know.
He's right.
Is sex good?
Is the sex not good? I mean,
It's good, but, you know, I could just go into the computer room when she passes out and toss one off like I do.
you'd rather
Hey.
do a computer than have sex with your wife.
Oh, in a computer, you could get everything you want.
And by the way, you know, he makes a good point. Once you jack off, everything's taken care of and done.
Yeah, but
it.
there's
You know,
a world of difference between jacking off and having sex with a real human being.
My
Well, if the real human being hates you, it's not that much fun.
Fred, you said human being, right?
I'm not going there, dude. You can dig your own grave.
Yeah. She's a good-looking girl, his wife, too.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you buy a Ferrari and it doesn't run.
Right. What good is it?
There you go, my man.
Maybe it's the driver.
Oh, fuck you, you cock.
Are you
But,
kidding? Sal knows what he's doing in bed.
I
Real
forgot.
man.
I know what I'm crying.
I've seen him in that Speedo when he was like 16 years old. He must know what he's doing.
I was on a website this weekend, Robin. This guy made a website. Like, he must hate you or something. He's fascinated with you. Every time you make a mistake on the air or something, he puts it on the website. I was reading it. It was funny as hell. It was great. It's a great website, though. You would even laugh at it. Like
What is he up to?
Let me see.
How many hits is he getting? Is he going to sell it to Google?
It was just kind of
Then
funny.
I'll get pissed.
Let's see what.
Yeah, exactly. You could sue.
Well, you know what? Even when you kind of don't make a mistake on something, he kind of writes it. It's really weird.
Well, if people nitpick, they can nitpick and tear anything apart.
It's called robinswrong.com is your web. There it is.
Oh, my God.
There I am.
This guy's got a lot of time.
Let's see. During the news today, Howard and the gang talking about the Iraqi war and comparing it to Afghanistan. Robin, in her infinite wisdom, said that we should have been concentrating our efforts on wiping out the Taliban instead of fighting in Iraq because it was the Taliban that caused 9/11.
Look, I was quoting Hillary Clinton.
Well,
the
Robin.
Taliban supported Al-Qaeda.
You made a mistake. Well, Robin, I would hope that someone like yourself who lives and works in New York City and who passes herself off as some sort of national security expert would know that Al-Qaeda was responsible.
You're an asshole, because
the
that's
horrors of
basically
9/11.
who was sheltering and aiding Al-Qaeda, dum-dum.
All right, Robin's still arguing with her website.
Jeez. I mean, but that's nitpicking.
Today during the news, which apparently only requires Robin to read articles out of the Daily News, Robin said that Barack Obama has decided to enter the presidential race. Wrong. Obama has formed an exploratory committee.
That's exactly what I said. If you listen to the next sentence, he's formed an exploratory committee.
Obama is going to announce on February 10th if he's going to run for president.
He's running for president.
Robin, you got to go on this website.
He's an idiot because he knows he's running for president. He's nitpicking.
No real surprise here. This is the third item. Robin Quivers lost the gossip game again today.
Jesus
Fell 5 games behind the blindfolded deaf monkey, Baba Booey, I guess, and made Artie's football pool record look even better.
What?
That's 0-3 in 2007. Wow.
That's
All right.
I'm supposed to know gossip before I hear it.
Robin Quivers again incorrectly referred to NASA's Kennedy Space Center as the Kennedy Space Flight Center. She has made this mistake repeatedly in the days leading up to and since the cruise trip to Florida for Bubba's wedding. I think some of these are really tough.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
When the subject of Joe Frazier's age come up on the show today, Robin was trying to think of a good guess, but she did not say any number until Howard revealed that Frazier is 63. Instantly, Robin shrieked, "I was going to guess that."
That's not possible.
I guess Howard just didn't give the genius Quivers enough time to put in her own 2 cents. Wow. Fucking guy.
I'm wrong for even saying anything. That's what it is here.
This morning, the gang was discussing the AVN Awards ceremony where J.D. accompanied porno star Kimberly Kane. One nominated movie was The Sex Whisperer. Robin Quivers chimed in that The Sex Whisperer was the only porno movie nominated that was based on a current film, The Horse
I never
Whisperer.
said that. Now he's bullshitting.
Yeah, we got to have this guy on.
Yeah, because I just said that was the title I heard that was at least based on a movie that had been made.
In the news segment today, Robin Quivers talked about Rachel Ray and her TV show being renewed for 2 more years. Robin mentioned Ray's catchphrase as EVO, and she even spelled it that way. Ray's catchphrase is EVOO, standing for extra virgin olive oil.
Oh, Jesus, Robin,
Wow.
I'm on your side here.
I'm not. The guy's out of his mind. He's out of his mind.
You forgot an O in the EVO.
I don't watch Rachel Ray. I don't know what she says.
Howard played clips of ultimate ass-kissing Ryan Seacrest and Brad Pitt on today's show. Pitt made reference to universalities in commenting on his new movie, Babel. Robin Quivers laughed and said she didn't think there was such a word as universalities. Sorry, Robin Ophelia. Check dictionary.com. It's a real word.
Well, check the way Brad Pitt said it. He didn't use it properly.
Wow. Yeah, we're going to get this guy in. There's no question in my mind. You've got to debate him.
I'm not going to debate him. He can write a stupid website. Why don't you debate those people on Stern Fan Network?
Oh, I'll debate any of them.
No, you
Call in.
won't. You can't even read it. You can't take it.
I don't read it, but I would debate them. I'll debate anybody.
Sure. I haven't heard you suggest it to yourself.
You got to take this guy on. Now, these are ridiculous.
I'm not. He can write his little website. Thank you for publicizing it for him. I'm sure he's very happy now.
Oh, you upset about that?
I don't want to be bothered with it. I don't read
Wow.
negative things about myself, and I'm not going to deal with him. He
you take
wishes
that
I would go
seriously?
on his web. I just don't like reading negative things about myself. Sorry.
Oh, all right.
That's Eddie Murphy's policy.
Yeah, you're like
Sorry,
Eddie Murphy.
I don't indulge other people who want to tear me down.
I don't know. I don't know how you take this seriously.
I don't take it seriously,
I
but
haven't
I'm
seen
not going to
anything
give it
accurate.
any credence either. I'm not going to give it any attention.
Look, if the guy knows Rachel Ray's catchphrase, I will be on your side if he comes in here.
It doesn't matter, Artie.
Robin-
I will walk out if he comes
Robin,
in.
you don't know.
I won't deal with it.
If you don't know EVOO, there's something wrong with you.
You're absolutely right, Howard.
I think if you know it, there's something wrong.
This guy's onto something. You don't know EVOO.
I could see him walk in here, a little nerdy guy with a bunch of piece of paper. Like, okay, on August 18th.
Well, look at this one.
Well,
This should
have
really.
him in if you want
This
to.
should really get to you. You said that Carrie Underwood was voted Vocalist of the Year when she was Entertainer of the Year.
I said Carrie Underwood was Entertainer of the Year.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying, how could you?
No, my point is the guy bullshits and he makes up things, and I'm not going to be bothered with him. He can have his little website, and he can figure out how to get people to it himself.
I guarantee this guy's probably on SFN as well.
Maybe he's on both.
Yeah, double agent.
I don't know. I wouldn't be so offended by this. None of it really.
Well, you wouldn't.
No.
I'm not offended. I just don't want to be bothered.
Sounds like you're bothered, though.
No, you're bothering me because you're bringing it into my awareness. I don't know anything about this unless you read it to me.
I didn't know you'd be so bummed
You
out
don't
by
have to
it.
know anything. You can do whatever you want. I'm just not debating him.
Oh, you have to debate him.
Well, you can say whatever you want to.
What about
I'm
for $1
not
million?
doing-
Would you debate him?
No, I'm not.
Really?
You're not giving me $1 million, so I'm not
going to
doing
give you $1 million, but we might be able to raise it. What if he
There
walks
is
in?
no million on the table.
What if he walks in? He's a big fat guy in a muumuu.
I don't care.
What if it's Mr. X?
I
we
don't
find
care
out
about
he's been
that
keeping
either.
a website against you.
I don't care about that either.
Yeah. I haven't seen any major. I'd say out of a 5-hour show every day, if these are the major mistakes you've made, I'd say you're in pretty good shape.
It doesn't matter,
No.
Howard. I just don't want to be involved in this.
What if it's Sal?
Don't care. I really don't care who it is.
What if it's Jackie Martling?
Don't care.
You won't debate him?
Don't care.
It sounds like you're upset.
No, I'm upset with you bringing it. Again, it's like the.
Well, what are you gonna do?
For me, it's like the guy shooting himself in the video. You just don't want to get involved. You don't want to watch it because it'll never leave.
All right. I don't know.
Have him
I
in if
wouldn't
you
be
want to.
it.
It's your show.
Oh, gee, I didn't know you were
I
so
won't
bummed
be
out
here,
about it.
but you'll have him in.
You got to debate him. I'm sorry. It's the you're going to have to.
Then fire me. I won't debate him.
All right. You have to debate.
Fire me.
Guess what?
What?
It's actually my website. You have to debate me. I put
Fire
it up.
me.
You're debating the guy right now.
You're debating me now, so you have to fire yourself.
Fire me.
Wow. That's like Artie's leaving the show. What is it if we make the real doll into Grandma Caprio?
I think
you'll be gone and Robin will be gone.
I think watching Richard and Sal fuck my grandmother's way worse than this.
See, everybody
You know what I'm gonna
has
do?
their Achilles heel.
One day I'm going to come in here.
You know what? That is my Achilles heel. I will leave. I will go back to work in construction before that happens.
One day I'm going to bring Grandma Caprio real doll in and Robin's debating guy in.
Well, welcome back to Hartford. You're solo again.
I'll start solo again.
Fred will still be here.
Fred's my man.
Well, Fred was in Hartford.
Fred doesn't care what I do.
By the way, I think you guys will be fine. I'm gone.
Fred, we got to rebuild.
Me and Robin will start a show.
You want to know something? I think it's a good start. I mean, with Grandma Caprio.
It's a good show.
The real
we're
doll.
leaving Grandma Caprio and
And the
Robin's
guy who
wrong.
rips apart Robin. I predict banner ratings for the next 10 years.
Hey, Robin.
Yes.
Did that guy's website about you really get to you?
For God's sake, leave me alone.
It did. I think it did. That page.
You bother me.
Potential. Just
How
let
could
it sit
that
there.
guy not?
Sag.
So do you want to talk about Does anybody care what we think about the football games? I mean, aren't there channels that have that information?
Well, I think people like to know what Artie's doing.
Artie bet the over.
Yeah.
And,
bet the over in the bear, but the Patriots-Colts game was one of the best games in a long time. No, it was just a great game. It went
right down to the last few minutes.
The Patriots Patriots, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady always beat the Colts with Peyton Manning, and this time Peyton Manning had a great last. All
right, so let me ask you,
last-minute drive, man, and won.
So since I don't care about this, I mean, I kind of do, but like yesterday, I just said I only have limited time, and I don't know. I don't want to get stuck.
He found out the scores of the games on the chess site.
Yeah. I did. Well, why not?
One game was a blowout. The game I bet on was a blowout. Yeah. Chicago won at home. Reggie Bush on the Saints had a great long touchdown play, but it was not much to talk about.
Do you feel bad for the Saints in light of their year?
It was Chicago. Chicago was in Chicago. Everybody's going out. Chicago's not going to win, even though it's in Chicago. But they stepped in there, and they were at home, and they kicked ass.
I think it was like, how could everybody have been so wrong? They were so good.
People clearly overrated the Saints.
Because isn't it true on any given day a team can have a great day?
Not in football.
No?
No, I think that's more true in baseball. But in football, if you're a superior team, you usually win.
Okay.
Especially in the playoffs. But
so how does New England blow a huge halftime lead? Now, I'm not a psychologist, but it would seem to me that when you're down by that much,
right,
sometimes your play becomes so loose because you have nothing to lose. You got to go out there and go crazy.
And it's also usually the team who's down by that much, they're so depressed by the time they get out of the halftime talk, they never do anything.
You know, there are books written on the psychology of what to do when you're up. In other words, when you're up by a huge lead, many times teams or people will blow it, because there is this nervousness or something that occurs when you're way ahead in a game.
That's why I love to watch tennis, because you can see that happening over and over again.
Well, I'll tell you that,
like the guy who can't clinch.
Yeah.
The Patriots scored their first touchdown in the weirdest way. They fumbled the ball at the 3-yard line, and the fumble was about to be recovered by the Colts. It kicked into the end zone, and an offensive lineman scored probably the only touchdown he's ever going to score.
Yeah.
He fell on the ball in the end zone, and they were just clicking, and they were up by a ton of points, and me and my buddy Jimmy, we were talking on the phone, and this was the only sort of pressure on them. They've won 3 Super Bowls in the last 5 years. But if they had won this 4th Super Bowl, me and my buddy were saying, if Belichick, the coach, and Tom Brady won this 4th Super Bowl, then they would have been Montana and Bill Walsh and all those legendary Steeler teams. They would have been in that league.
Yeah.
People said Belichick, I think if he gets his 4th bowl, probably the greatest coach ever. So even though they had won the 3 in the last 5, there still was some pressure to get to that plateau, like that legendary status.
Right.
And maybe that ate away with them, and some dumb plays here and there, turnovers, and the Colts came back. But again, at the very end, the Patriots went ahead by 3 points, and it looked like the Colts were going to get fucked again. And Peyton Manning threw this great, like, falling from behind long pass down the sideline.
There was a lot of pressure on him, too.
Yeah, caught the ball, scored a touchdown, and beat them by 4 points.
Do you think that the majority of the audience watching that game tuned out at halftime?
Not the majority, no.
Wait a second.
Some,
the
not the majority.
Were way ahead. In fact, I remember Ralph called me and he goes, the Patriots, it's ridiculous. It's a blowout.
That's Ralph.
Yeah.
A real football fan.
I don't say he turned off. I'm just saying.
If you know Peyton Manning, you wouldn't do that.
No, it's still it's still a great game. It's still a possibility of a great game. It wasn't like 50-3.
Right.
Flo High wants to say something.
Not a majority, but you know what? I listen to a lot of sports radio. In fact, I listened to 2 different sports shows on the way in, 2 different stations. And several people called in who were sports fans, and a guy said, I was watching the game. He goes, I turned it off. He goes, I just turned it on to see what's going on. And DePace was telling me while we were walking in, he had a party last night. They went downstairs to play ping pong.
I suspect.
I think about
what a fun party. Sorry, I missed that.
I think about 15% maybe turned it off, not a majority.
I'm going to tell you something, Artie. I think it's going to be higher than that. And even though you say real fans won't turn it off, most people, after a full day of football, and they have families and they have
those
things
were long
and
games
responsibilities.
Too. I couldn't believe the game didn't end till like 10, 15.
Did you watch the whole game?
Yeah, because I
You stayed
didn't.
up?
I lost track of time. It was such an incredible second half.
Wow.
And a lot of people have bets. No gamblers turning that off. There's a lot of bets that have to be decided.
Like gamblers.
But you know
You're
what?
talking about hardcore degenerates. I'm talking
Dude,
about.
you know a percentage of the NFL's ratings are people who gamble? It's $1 billion business. I'm talking about people watching that game. No way a majority turns it off.
Not a majority, but a lot. Like, here's an example. I'm an AFC guy. Like, I like the Jets. I don't follow the NFC that much. Had that been the NFC game, I probably would have walked away from it.
Right.
I only followed it because I like the AFC and I know
That's
the players.
my point.
Well, this is the rivalry of this past decade, the Colts and the Patriots.
Right.
I don't think at halftime a majority would have turned it off. But now Tom Brady did a very un-Tom Brady thing. He threw an interception to end the game.
Right.
And they needed more than a field goal this time. They needed a touchdown, and it was a great game. It was just a great game.
I say that the ratings will have suffered because of people tuning out at halftime. We'll wait and see the ratings.
Can you get those numbers,
Yes,
like second
we will.
half?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we'll
get
be
it.
able to track it.
All right.
And by the way,
on top of it.
Your question was, did a majority turn it off? I don't think so.
The answer is not a majority, but a huge portion did. Go ahead.
Colts favored by 7.5 in the Super Bowl.
I saw that.
Let me
yeah.
hear that again.
Colts are favored by 7.5 in the Super Bowl.
God, the Bears get no fucking respect
Because
this
Rex
year.
sucks.
Ralph, what do you want to say?
I'm getting sick of Artie's little fucking snide remarks.
About you?
Yeah, you got the game wrong, Howard. That was the Bears game we were watching.
Okay.
Everybody tuned out of the Bears game.
And I didn't.
I figured that.
I didn't tune out any game. Artie plays it off like I don't know anything about football.
You admit you don't, Ralph.
Dude, I could pick the shit out of any game, man. I picked every game, every playoff game. Picked this game, that game, the over. I got it all.
Did you? You had every bet, unders, overs, and the games.
Then you should be rich.
I never take the under. I only take it when I think it's going to be an
Ralph,
over.
name 5 guys on the Patriots that aren't Tom Brady.
Oh, stop that. What,
No, seriously, you know football so well. Tell me who the players
I
are.
got to know every guy in the team.
No, any guy. You don't know any guy.
I know everybody.
But you don't know anything. You don't know any of the intricacies to pick the games. You just get lucky. You pick by uniforms.
Who's the place kicker on the
Did
Colts?
you see the?
Ralph?
Yes, there's a great question.
That's a good question. Who's the place kicker on the Colts, and why is it significant that he's on the Colts?
Exactly.
You see the Bears uniform? How could you not
The Bears
win with
uniform.
that?
Answer Artie's question.
That's
Ralph,
something
and
a
prove
casual
that you-
fan should know. Who's the place kicker on the Colts, and why is it significant that he's on the Colts this year?
Who cares? The place.
Oh my God!
Do you not know that?
Historic.
Like the
Place
drummer.
kicker's probably the reason they got 3 rings.
What?
When he was on another team. I'm giving you a hint. Who's the guy? What's his name? He's
Artie, what's the point?
Oh my God!
All right.
You should be banned from watching.
You just watched him yesterday.
The place
I don't know anything about football because I don't know the place kicker for the Colts.
This is a huge deal, Ralph. A huge deal, and why he's and why being on the Colts is a big part of it.
I'll tell you what,
It's a
You
big
couldn't
deal.
have watched
Why
the
don't you
game.
explain it to everybody since it's so fucking important?
All right, the place kicker for the Colts used to be on the Patriots, and single-handedly a couple of times won, huge games for the
Including a
Patriots,
Super Bowl.
including a Super Bowl, and now he's on their arch rival, the Colts. Do you know his name? I'll give you a chance to his name. It's
Initials. Just initials.
Yeah.
I know who he is.
Who is it?
What's his name?
I mean, I'm.
He's looking it up on the
It's
computer.
not going to prove your point.
It does, though, Ralph.
I know
Artie.
him or I don't. I don't understand what your point
Okay,
is.
so Ralph, so tell us what your thought process is for picking games because you know the intricacies of football. When you pick a game, what do you base it on?
I didn't say I know everything about football.
No, but tell me anything. Like when you picked yesterday's game because you know everything, you get unders, overs. How do you pick that? How do you decide?
I don't know. I just take things into consideration.
Like what? What do you consider?
I can't divulge my secrets.
Ralph, you started this argument, and I didn't think you'd get mad because you admit I bet on the uniforms. You have fun with it. I said Ralph's not a big fan. How is that an insult?
I know. You go, oh, Ralph tuned out. I'm just like,
Like you're gay.
No, not like you're gay. I just said.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure Ralph just turned it off because he couldn't think a team could come back from a fucking 14-point deficit.
Because he was busy taking in the air.
Now you're proving my point. A lot of people probably didn't tune out.
It was a 15-point deficit.
Well, close enough. So what were you saying about Vinatieri?
All right, boys, there we go.
Vinatieri, the computer got it. The computer got it.
I know who he is.
What's his first name?
What's
his first name?
Got him to the Super Bowl. I know what's doing. You think I'm fucking retarded?
What's his first name?
Adam.
Nice.
What's your first name?
What's his middle name? What's his middle
Sucker? Drug addict? What is it?
What's yours? Money stealer?
I don't know, Artie.
Sorry, Ralph.
I
Sorry,
identified
Ralph.
something
I made
about Ralph
a
yesterday.
snide comment about your football family.
What?
Every time Ralph calls me on the phone at home, he immediately calls me right back. And finally, it dawned on me. I said, Ralph, do you have OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder? And he goes, yeah. I go,
You think it? Well, how is that OCD?
because you're driven to call me right back a second time
But you
each
see,
time, or else you think something bad's going to happen.
But like I do
That's
that.
called
like,
OCD.
When I leave the house, like I always forget something. I have to go back in. Like I can never just walk out of the house. I have to come back.
No, it's not that you. It's not a coincidence. In other words, there's a number in your head, a number of times you need to call me in order for something good to happen to you.
No, I just forget shit and call people back. I think it's passive aggressive. So I was looking at passive aggressive on the computer this weekend, and I have every symptom for it.
Well, no, you have every symptom for being annoying. Thank you, Ralph.
Yeah, look,
I have every mental disease.
What do you mean he immediately calls you back and then says hi
In other
again?
words, he
or-
has a whole long conversation. We talk. And then, I'm not just saying this just happened one or two times. This happens every single time. Then he'll call right back and he goes, pick up. And I go, yeah. And he goes, and he thinks of something to say. And he goes, hey, I just forgot to tell you something. And it's always something, you know, like yesterday I saw he was struggling. He goes,
what was important?
He goes, oh, yeah, I just want to apologize for mentioning that you gave me a Christmas gift because those guys were beating me up really bad and I had to prove I was worth something. And then
I didn't say prove I was worth
whatever.
something.
I don't know what you said.
What a fucking nightmare. My landlord gives me the press clipping of that I got $50,000 along with a rent increase.
Oh,
great.
Did he really?
He wrapped that
Great.
article around it.
Yeah.
And by the way, Ralph didn't get $50,000. Joey Boots made up that number.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I sue the Post for $50,000?
Come to pay your rent.
I have it now.
Yeah,
Chauncey, I think they covered their ass by saying Chauncey was the
Right.
source.
And also, I think you owe me a bit more money because I think you lowballed me because $50,000 seems to be the amount.
So he apologizes to me, and then halfway through the conversation, he goes, "Are you still there?" He goes, "Where are you?" I go, "I'm listening to this ridiculousness. Leave me alone. I want to go have my day."
You want to go play?
And I said, "It occurs to me after all these years, you have OCD. You call me back with something every time after you speak to me, and I'm not picking up anymore the second time."
Do you just do that with Howard? Because he doesn't do that with me. I don't know.
No, I do that with a lot of people.
He doesn't care if something bad happens to you.
Right.
Well, is it something bad happening to you or him? He's thinking.
I don't know what he's thinking. I don't. That far, I didn't get into it.
No, I don't think. I think you're wrong. I mean, I don't have to call back. I just remember something.
Hey, by the way, you know who got a little heavy? Ralph.
Really?
Yeah, I saw him in a bathing suit down at Bubba's wedding, and he had a belly and some titties.
Really,
Yeah, I was
Ralph?
surprised. His body changed. He used to be in better shape.
happened?
You're getting old.
Yeah, his body changed because he's always busting my balls, and I'm fat.
I know, he gives you hell.
Yeah, I look. Did you saw us both in our bathing suits? Who looked better?
You
Honestly,
did. You
right?
looked good.
Even I thought I looked better.
Yeah, you
It's
looked
not my,
really
when
good.
you pull your bathing suit up to your fucking nipples.
I do what I got to
stop
do.
it.
I got to do what I got to do.
You wear that thing up or like a sarong up around your
Hey,
chest.
maybe you should think about doing that.
I will.
You better start.
I will.
That's so.
I'll
Goodbye.
have my entire body.
Or maybe he goes, I only eat one thing a day, and meanwhile I
Hey,
see
he's
him.
working out all the time. What
Yeah.
happened?
I don't do that.
You look kind of
He
pudgy.
doesn't work out all the time.
Did he look pudgy or not? A little bit.
You know what? Now that you're saying, I saw a little belly.
Yeah.
that wasn't the definition that's usually there.
Go work out. You have nothing else to do. Goodbye.
Hey, this is Lisa Lampanelli, Comedy's Lovable Queen of Mean. You know me from all the roasts on Comedy Central and from the roast, of course, on the Howard Stern Show, where through the best roasts in history of mankind. I got a new Comedy Central special coming out called Dirty Girl. I was going to call it Skanky Horror, but that's the name of Lindsay Lohan's MySpace account, so instead we went with Dirty Girl. And the CD and the DVD are coming out the same week, so pick one up, jerk off to it, enjoy it, spill the love.
Wow.
Spill the love. I like that. I just made that up. See, that's comedy genius, bitches.
I think it's the coat.
Yeah,
I think the
absolutely.
coat,
You like that shit?
it's giving you
Yes,
some star
son.
power here. I like
Yes,
it.
son. Holla back. The blacks love the her.
Lisa's here. Lisa's going to come in. I've just switched glasses, so I'll look good on TV.
All right.
If Lisa should be lucky enough to be on Howard TV, which I believe. Oh, yeah. I see what Artie's talking about.
Look at this,
Oh,
all
big
blonde
makeover.
and everything. Hair
Big
extensions.
makeover.
She's
Hair
mean
extensions.
royalty.
Wow.
Why do you lose 40 pounds and you get a fur coat? Suddenly you got a makeover. Sorry, my dirty stained T-shirt was in the shop, Artie.
Well, that's my look. I've worked on.
Sorry, I
some-
didn't want to steal that from you.
Robin
Hi,
is-
Howard.
Hi, Lisa. Great to see you.
You too,
and
honey.
it's such a thrill to have you here. But I do. Robin is right. You're wearing some sort of hair extension.
Yes, but you can't really tell, can
Yes,
you?
you can.
No,
Okay.
I didn't see it as soon as you walked through the door.
I know. Hey, I got fake hair and real tits. I don't give a shit. Okay.
That fake hair doesn't even match your other color on top of your head.
Absolutely does, Howard.
No,
You'll see on
Lisa.
the pictures on the website, Howard. It's
Lisa.
very subtle. It's very subtle. The blacks love the hair extensions. That's why Robin noticed.
What is going on with you? Is this some sort of move to put
Are
you
you
into
doing
the
glamour?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Come on, Howard. Come on. I got 10 years till my vagina really closes up.
How old
I
are
might
you?
as well
Do you say-
maximize. 45. I never lie about
Wow,
nothing.
I didn't
Nah,
know
I don't
that.
care.
You're 45.
Yeah.
You look much younger.
Really?
No, you really do.
Cool.
You do.
Well, that's good. No, so I lost the 40 pounds. I feel let me buy myself a fur coat just to make myself feel nice.
You've lost some weight.
Okay, I'll take it off. I'll take it out. I'll take it off like royalty.
Fur coat, is that a real fur?
Absolutely, that's chinchilla collar because the blacks enjoy the chinchilla, as you've heard in the Jay-Z songs.
You don't feel guilty about the
Absolutely
whole fur
not.
thing? No.
Are you kidding
Do you know what
me?
a chinchilla looks like? Would you know one if you saw
It's a little
one?
rat.
It's a little, yeah, who gives a crap? Okay, there you go. I'll put that there. But I lost some weight. You know, you got to do what you got to do, Howard.
But now what you're doing what a lot of heavy women do when they
Yes,
lose
yes.
some weight. You're wearing very tight clothing.
No, not
You're
really.
showing off your body.
No, not really, Howard.
That
I got.
shirt is
Are
as
you
tight as can
kidding?
be.
On the tits, the tits
No,
look
look at the
okay.
belly and
let me
the
tell you. Let me tell you about the belly. Who cares? I'm proud of it. I show it off. I'm not losing any more weight neither. No,
Really?
I don't care. You
A
know
lot
what?
of women-
I'm decent enough to get some. I could get a poor white guy at this point.
Yeah.
I might as well go for it.
Are you-
And an unemployed Hispanic.
I heard you're dating for real, not just black guys anymore.
It's true.
When you were 35 pounds heavier, all you could get was black
Absolutely.
guys.
Now
Right.
I lost the weight, and it's so funny. This is true. As I get a little bit lighter in weight, my complexion of my dates gets lighter. Seriously, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. At 20 pounds, I had a spick.
Right.
At 30, I had a Jew.
Right.
You believe that, a Jew? And then my goal is albino by 2007. I'm working for
Are
it.
you currently with a white man?
Absolutely not. I am actually dating quite heavily. I
Really?
date around. Yes.
You were dating a black guy for a long time.
Yes.
One particular gentleman.
Yes.
He dumped you.
Yes, he did. He was cheating for 2 months. Is that
Really?
crazy?
Did he tell you why that he was cheating?
Said I wasn't feminine. I'm at least as feminine as Tom Cruise. I have no idea what he's talking about. I'm a flower.
Did the
if
guy
you will.
really say to you, you're just not feminine?
Well, no, he just said that the spark is not there anymore. I took this to mean feminine, so whatever I can do. You know what I
Who
mean?
was he cheating on you with?
I don't know. I never found out. I never asked. I didn't want to
Really?
know.
You never-
I just moved on. I got therapy. And
Right.
actually, you know what? Let me tell you something. The shrink is very good. She opened my mind. She said, don't just date the blacks.
Right.
She said, expand. That's very racist to just date the colored people.
But did you- did
so
you-
now it's everybody. Give me you're tired, you're poor, you're homeless.
But did you date a black guy because you couldn't get anyone
Absolutely.
else? Or you were just
Or did you
attracted
just
to
I
black?
couldn't get anyone else who was cute. Like a hot black or a chubby white. What are you going to go for?
Hot black every time.
Absolutely. LL
Yes.
Cool J or Artie.
Were your parents upset?
You know, I find you sexually attracted, though. You do know that.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yes.
we look alike.
Yes, absolutely. And me and Lisa really stood out down in Miami this
Oh my
weekend.
God, dude! You should have seen us. It was so funny because I'm in
Did you
Miami.
wear a bathing suit?
Oh, absolutely not. Are you
No.
kidding me? I was fully clothed at the pool. I had camouflage pants and a sweatshirt.
I didn't even bring one.
Me
Artie does
neither.
the
I
same
don't even
thing.
bother with none of that.
Artie wears full like Artie won't even show his feet at the pool.
I don't
He
blame
wears
him.
socks, yeah.
It's horrible. And dude, we stayed at the Shore Club, which is this hotsy totsy hotel, like really nice.
How
And
noisy is it?
Oh, it's horrible. And
Right.
also, they have two pools. We noticed there's one pool, and it's like the set of Entourage. It's all the skinny, beautiful women and these hot guys. Then there's the fat, crippled, hairy back pool that me and Artie went to. It was
Right. They had a
fantastic.
special pool for ugly people.
Yeah. And you know what? Thank God, because then you don't feel so self-conscious.
Right. Isn't that nice?
It's
Wow, it
perfect
was
that we can fit in
thoughtful of
somewhere.
them,
They're
yeah.
team players.
I've seen that. I went down to Miami recently, and that hotel was next door to the hotel I was staying in. And it is so noisy because they play. I'm not talking about loud music. It
Right.
literally rocks the beach. I think it was responsible for the tsunami.
Yeah.
This music somehow reverberated throughout the ocean.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am telling you, it's impossible to get a night's sleep. How would any human being stay there?
It
It's
makes
like
hot
sleeping on
chicks-
top of a disco.
It makes
the
hot chicks
people-
move their fannies.
But go
Yeah,
over
but-
there and pick up a chick and bring her back to your hotel room. That's
I agree.
quiet.
I
The
agree with
people
you.
go there to party. They
Yeah.
don't go there to sleep.
And from what I hear, all the women are gold diggers down there.
You're kidding.
Yeah, shocking.
I mean, they're looking for rich men.
You mean
Absolutely.
the girl lying on the bed in a thong is a
I
gold digger?
know. Surprise.
Well, I'll tell you what, I couldn't get one with a gold suit on.
I tell you, I had
You
a
did not get
horrible-
laid at all there, Artie.
I did, you know what? No, I did not.
Did you,
that
Lisa?
weekend.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work. You know, this is why I work.
Did
I
guys
live.
hit on you, or
Let me
you don't
tell
even
you
get
something.
any?
No, I get a lot of dates.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Well, since I've been here, remember I was here like a year ago and we talked about this. Howard Howard Stern changed Lisa Lampanelli's life.
Right.
Because you said, oh, you bang these indiscriminate black men. And that's a little sad. And, it wormed its way into my head.
Wow.
So I stopped banging just the blacks. I stopped banging, period. And I started dating and working up. Maybe I'll do an outside-the-pants ball rub. First date. That's it. But LL does nothing but grind. I will grind with you, and I will make out with you.
Is that
but
right?
now I take it slow.
You reminded me of something about the hot pool where all the hot people hang out. I went to Florida. I have to sit at the ugly people pool. My girlfriend sits at the good-looking pool.
So that's why you got to date. Got to date
within
your
your
level.
own species.
Yeah, that's awful.
Right.
I know.
Fuck dating my
I'm in the
level.
ugly species.
For a week.
I was escorted out of the hot pool area.
This is not your pool.
I'm not kidding. They were like, but I said I'm with her, and they go, well, we don't care who you're with. That's
right.
her problem.
Man, don't you think we get hotter? Like you got famous when you got hotter looking. You know what I mean?
I got better looking all of a sudden.
Absolutely.
Do you worry as a woman about the smell of your private area?
Thank God, no. That's the one thing I got going for me. I'm a keeper between, the gut and the gunt.
Really?
No, thank God.
How do you keep it so fresh? Because I have been with women who stink down there, and very few, but there's a couple that come to mind. And what is it? Do you take baths every day? Is that
Never. That's the whole thing. You take 2 showers a day.
Right.
If you take baths, sometimes the dirty water goes up your cunt, and then it's no good. It's like an ocean, a seashell in there, and you got to keep your twat nice.
Right.
And you know what's
Robin,
funny,
is
though?
that true? The water can get trapped in your cunt?
I've never heard of that.
And don't douche. That's bad. You shouldn't douche. It smells
That's
like
bad.
strawberries. It's disgusting.
It
Nobody
dries
wants
everything
that.
out.
Nobody wants it to smell like a fruit.
No, absolutely not.
By the way, for all of you fans of Lisa, and I know a lot of men are, there's pictures of her makeover on our website.
Lucky. You're welcome in
You're gonna
advance.
see.
Did
Why
you do
won't
a
you-
whole photo session?
Nah, they just took a picture outside. It was
Why
fine.
won't you lose more than 35 pounds? I'd love
No, you know
to
what?
see you.
You know what I
lose
will?
more weight.
I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it slow. I'm gonna just.
But you know what's great? You got big natural titties.
You know what? Thank God.
And-
One thing
and-
I got going for me, and a nice cunt.
Yeah, and I'm you don't smell. And I'm saying,
Most important part.
with the hair, and look, you always had a nice face.
Yeah.
It's just you were chubby.
Sure.
Now I see your body is starting to take on some feminine look.
You know what I'm
to
going to
it.
do then?
Yeah.
I'm going back to the Jenny Craig because I did it on Jenny
Is
Craig.
that what you did?
Yeah. 35 pounds in only,
You
7
and
years?
What's her name?
Kirstie Alley,
yeah,
that's
when
why.
are you going on Oprah in a bikini?
They hate me. Oprah hates me.
Really?
Everybody
She does.
hates
How
me.
bad did Kirstie Alley look in her bikini? And all the women were
Horrifying.
applauding. It was
Never.
not good.
This is the thing. At least me and Artie know to cover it up. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously. It's like I hate when people look, man. I'm still a size 16. You don't want to see that. I look good for me. I don't look good
What's your
for you
ass
to
look
look
like?
at.
What does your ass look like?
I sat on a gravel driveway naked. Okay, it is cottage cheese and a half, and I don't. What am I going to do? You can't get rid of that.
Well, you get rid of it. You lost weight and you did squats and you do all those exercises.
Are you
won't do
kidding
it.
me? I can't do the exercise. I can't
You don't
have
run,
it.
You don't do anything.
Run. Are you kidding? To the buffet, maybe.
Because squats is what you want to do the morning after a midnight stand-up show in Cincinnati.
Exactly.
And I heard you're making a lot of money now. You bought
Thank
an
God.
apartment, I heard.
I bought an apartment in the city because I was living out in Connecticut, which I'm keeping that apartment too. Let me tell you something. Living in Connecticut when you're single is no good.
Right.
It's those soccer mom type of bitches always. Every time I make a joke, they're like, oh my God,
Right.
how
Oh,
dare
she's
you go to the
outrageous.
PTA meeting. I'm like, have the kid at the prom and flush it the way I did.
Right.
Okay? You know
Have
what?
you
I don't
ever
need
had an
these
abortion?
kids. No, I didn't.
You have
Oh
not.
my God. Jesus Christ. I don't know if I could get knocked up.
Really?
I don't think I want to.
Do these black guys bang you with a rubber on?
Oh, absolutely.
They do?
Yeah, but I told you I don't bang no more, Howard. Lisa
lot of
Lampanelli's the
guys-
make-out queen now.
Oh, really? So when you go on a date with a guy, the first time you'll rub his balls and
Can I be
cock-
honest with you, Howard?
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm telling you this. I knew you'd ask for the truth. I love to make out. All I love to do is make out and grind a little for like an hour,
Right.
and then I send them home with blue balls because I'm famous.
But will you take your hand and rub it over the jeans?
I may gingerly graze
that's only-
the left one.
Oh,
I
that's
may.
ridiculous.
That's only to torture them more.
Right, absolutely. Because when you see this, you want this, mother effer.
I think you're responsible for a couple of rapes then.
Has she had any good dates?
No, not really.
No,
I date.
she's not putting out.
Well, here's my problem too. I date beneath me. You know, I mean, I have money now. I'm a
Are you
Harvard-educated
a millionaire?
female.
Are you
I'm-
a Harvard-educated
Yes,
female?
I am.
I
I
didn't know that.
grew up in Connecticut, very nice, and I'm still in love. Every time I pass a doorman, I get wet. I mean, I really shoot low. I don't know what's wrong with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like here I am, and I'm in love with people who have no checking account.
Maybe
This is
it's
not
low
right.
self-esteem.
It absolutely is. So that's why I'm working on myself with the shrink twice a week.
Wow.
So I can
You're really
elevate
in
to someone with a job. And you know, I went from
Psychiatry or psychologist?
psychologist, but I always have the Wellbutrin. Do you take any of the Wellbutrin?
No, what is that?
Get you in a good mood because I have anger management issues.
You're on medication. You're in therapy.
I'm doing it all, baby.
What are you angry about? Did you get to the bottom of it?
I have anger. Yeah,
What,
probably
your
with my
father?
parents. Not my
What did they do to you?
Was that what
What'd
they
they
do?
do?
My mother. I was a middle child, a little
beat
bit
you?
neglected. They didn't beat us, but
You would have
know,
liked to have been beaten. At least you would have been paid attention to.
Exactly.
They know
and at
I'm
least I would have
here.
attracted a nice abusive man because they're
Right.
pretty hot. I mean, I got to admit, I love getting hit in the come with a shovel.
Weren't your parents proud of you when you got into Harvard?
And when I did, they loved the roasts and they loved the this and the that. So now they're proud. But growing up, you're ignored.
Right.
You're not the, you're not the most popular one in the camp. Yeah, wah, wah. But hey, at least I'm not a wah, wah. I get help.
Right.
At least, but now I'm upgrading a little. Like I was dating for a while, the
Did the
String of
shrink
Blacks.
say to you shouldn't go out just with black men?
Yeah, she
really?
said,
Why?
expand your mind. It's a racist thing to only like the chocolate love. And you know what? She's right. These spics are good.
Right.
They're very nice. I
They
dated a
fuck you
spick
good?
cop, which is ironic because
Did you
they
let him bang
steal.
you? Did you let him bang you?
No, absolutely. That was the best lay I ever had, Howard Stern. It is this spick cop in Chicago.
Now you say spick. Isn't that a racist term?
Oh, absolutely, Howard. And the spick was very good.
Why do you say spick?
Because it's funny.
You
Who
like
cares?
that.
I'm a
Okay.
comic,
All
not
right.
a senator. Who gives a
Okay.
shit?
I think in the Spanish community, cop is a more offensive word.
Wait a second. Let this guy, Steve, go ahead. You have a question for Lisa. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, Howard, I have a two-part question. Number one, has she ever done anal?
Anal. What
No,
about it?
absolutely not.
You never tried it once?
The blacks enjoy that and try it on you
Do
all
they?
the time. They try to sneak one up on you. But I'm a little, I don't take my eye off these black men for a second.
Well, wait a
so
second.
They
You're
don't.
bent over on all fours with your cottage cheese ass.
Horrible. Get that visual in your mind, Steve. Enjoy.
And they get so worked up that they want to put the penis in your ass.
Yes, and I would absolutely
And
not.
what would you do? Would you grab it?
But no, I just go, get out of here, you black man. And you know what's really because if a white guy or a Jew does it, it's not so hard to do.
Right.
But a black guy, forget about it. And here's the deal, too.
A white guy or a Jew.
Yeah, same thing.
Are you in love with your psychiatrist? Is that what's going on?
No, it's a broad.
Oh, it's a girl.
And also a broad who's a Jew broad.
Right.
And let me tell you about her. She's a creepy Jew broad. She is like 60 years old, and she won't look at me.
Wow.
She stares at the wall.
She's
in
got
intent
issues.
listen. I know.
Wow.
But she gives good advice. She said, date these other people. And then I had a string of cops. Isn't that ironic, though?
Yeah.
I went from blacks, criminals, to cops. You know what I mean?
Any lesbo stuff?
No, dude, I am not ready to jump onto the tuna boat. Not yet.
I thought you said in a couple of years.
And yeah, 50. If I got 4 more years till I'm 50, then I will lick it. I don't care.
Do you want to get married one day? Is that what's going on?
Probably. Want to be
Yeah.
in love. See, that's why I don't bang on the road no more. Everybody wants to be in love.
Right.
So, but my mind races, Robin. This is so funny.
You're like a guy. You bang on the road. You do the whole thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's
then you
wild.
really want the love.
You do.
You know, because in your mind,
Is there
that's what you
anyone
want.
on the horizon who could love Lisa Lampanelli?
I
You're
would
a
think
very
there
strong
should be.
woman. You're
Now,
sweet, though.
I'm a nice person. I'm the nicest person you ever met.
Will you do some nice things to hold on to a man? Will you cook him a meal? Will you
No.
will you clean
I'll
something?
pay stuff for him.
Right. You'll
I'll
buy.
pay his electric bill.
Right.
But where are you looking for your dates? Where
Here's
are
the problem. I can't look anymore because I used to do the interracial singles.net, you know?
Right.
It's these blacks looking for these white women. But now I'm recognized, so I can't go on there no more.
Why
Because
not?
once a guy asked for my picture and I sent it, he goes, fuck you, bitch. That's Lisa Lampanelli. She mad funny, but that ain't you. And wouldn't talk to me anymore.
Oh, wow.
I know. And I was on eHarmony for a minute, and every time I make a date, I'm talking on the phone to the guy, and he's like, are you that comic? I'm
What's
like,
this?
"Fuck."
What's your second question? But it must be
The
gone.
lesbo thing. He asked me about the dyke
Right.
thing.
Oh, is that what it was?
I haven't done that. You know,
Two
Howard, I haven't even done a threesome.
Let's
I can't because I'd be the funny best friend.
Jim, you're on the air. No, you need to be with one person.
You're
Yes,
right.
go ahead, Jim.
Hey, Lisa, I really think it's great and everything, but Lisa, would you please show Howard your feet, and Howard would you tell me if they're sexy or not?
Do you
Oh,
have-
they're not that good.
You
They
don't
got a
have good-
pedicure.
Come on.
You don't have good feet?
I know. I'll show you. They ain't bad. They don't suck. I just
wrong
had a
with your
pedicure.
There are a lot of guys who are into feet.
Yeah.
You ever meet freaks like this?
Yeah, it's disgusting. They want you to jerk them off with
Yeah,
your
let me
feet.
see. Yeah, did you ever jerk a guy off with your feet?
Wait, let me take off my knee high.
Let me see.
You know
No,
what's
don't
sexy,
take it off.
Robin? When you go, oh, let me take off my grandma knee high because I was too lazy to put on stockings.
Why are you wearing stockings?
Let me tell you why.
Why?
Because my shoes hurt me, Howard.
Let me see those feet. I can see through those.
No. You got to see the real deal. I can't believe I'm showing my feet on this show.
Suddenly
This
you're a
is-
sex symbol.
I know. I am. I'm a mountain of a woman. I am.
Now, you don't have cankles, do you?
No, God, no. I got a nice ankle.
All right.
Then I got the toes are done.
The toes
They're not
aren't
bad.
bad.
They're
No.
not
Not
bad. Get a
bad
picture of that, stupid.
Yeah.
See, this is the kind of guy I I could get. This is the kind of white guy I could get. He's
Jason.
horrible.
He's horrible.
Jason, now look at him. You know what sucks too? Scott the engineer, that fucking prick, walks by and goes, "Oh, you look good." Then they go, "So you're hitting on Lisa Lampanelli?" And he goes, "It's safe. She likes the blacks." I'm like, "Oh yeah, Scott, you'd have a chance in my cunt, please."
You would not too, Scott the
Absolutely
engineer.
not. He's disgusting. But a nice guy. So you got to say nice guy
And
so they have you
Jason,
back on the show.
Jason, you wouldn't have sex with either.
Jason actually is kind of cute, but he's young. How old are you, Jason?
How old are you?
27.
That's too young, man.
Too young for
Come
you.
on, what are we going to do? Talk about his favorite Power Ranger? Get the fuck out of here. Fucking jerk off.
Ralph, go ahead.
It
You're on
happens
the
to be
air.
Donatello, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ralph, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, a couple of things real quick. Hey, Lisa, I'm looking her over. She looks pretty good, but a couple of things.
Okay, man.
Lose the hair extensions. Your hair looked good when it was kind of down to your chin.
Okay.
Right.
The shoes, they're killing you because they're way too small.
No, dude, they're the exact size, dude. They're a freaking 11. I got drag queen feet,
All right,
okay?
get a 12.
Okay.
And put the fingernails on if you're going for that.
Really? Okay, I will do this. So
Fingernails
I will
could
get
look
fake
nice.
nails and real hair.
No, just grow your nails. Fake nails always look
They're
fake.
disgusting.
But you grow them out. But
Thanks, Ralph.
Artie, I wonder. You're welcome. I wonder. And Lisa's genius at the end of the Shatner roast. She got a standing ovation.
Wow, she's
Thanks,
great.
buddy.
She's great at these roasts. Hey, Artie, why are you wearing the sunglasses? What happened?
I'm going for a look too.
Dead Elvis.
How does it
Dead
look?
Elvis. Elvis right before he hit the toilet.
Artie, I'm not busting your balls.
What's up, Ralphie?
Does this inspire you? Like when you see Lisa, she's fixed herself up a bit. She used to be a big fat slob.
Thank you.
And
I think.
she's looking kind of good now for Lisa. Does that inspire you? And
I have to say to Lisa that the next time she's buying pants, could you say hi to my Aunt Millie? I haven't seen her in a while, and you're the only two people that have those pants.
I can't believe he's criticizing. Isn't it horrible?
I look, does it inspire
Lisa, really,
me?
you can wear more youthful
Of course
clothing.
it inspires
Okay,
me. I want
all
to
right.
get hair extensions myself. I need them.
Artie, here's what I don't understand about you. Like we were talking in Florida.
Yeah.
And we were talking about your weight, and you were like, "I got to lose weight. I don't want to buy clothes at this weight."
I do, because in a weird way, I feel like that's giving up. But
Well, why don't you buy clothes at this weight? Because, why not look good where you're at? I mean, it's.
I agree with you. You're right.
Yeah,
Lisa,
he's 100% right.
He's right. He might as well embrace his fat and at least
Embrace,
try to...
hey, fat guys sometimes look really hot. Seriously, man. I'm not lying to you, Howard. I had sex with a guy who was 380 pounds.
Is that true?
No, this was years ago, but he was very charismatic, dressed always in those nice mob-type suits and stuff.
Right, it was a
so,
good look.
Artie, you could look very good. You're not 380. What are
He's
you?
300.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so
Well, you
it's
could
like-
do that. You
He's
could do
80
something
pounds
with
lighter.
yourself. See, I think he's
I'm not
sexy.
I'm not out of control like the 380 guy. But I just feel if I get the fat wardrobe,
no.
It might not. I might really never
might get
lose weight.
fatter.
Yeah, like
I have
fuck
to
it, like-
disagree. What I happened was I kept going down. I was size 24 for God's sake.
Wow.
Then 22. But you buy it in that size and then you lose it and you get it taken in.
That's
It just
right.
inspires you. You walk around, you feel a little better. Like I said.
Yourself.
What's that, babe?
You feel better about yourself.
Right.
Artie?
That's
See,
right,
as long
absolutely.
as my girlfriend's a size 0, I'm fine.
I agree with you.
Let's go to Seth.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Oh man! First, I was going to talk about Lisa first, but F Ralph, he's a fag.
All right.
Anyway,
Thank you,
Lisa,
sir.
I'm looking
Very
at
negative.
I'm looking at the old pictures of Lisa and the new pictures. I got to ask. I mean, I love Lisa. She's hysterical. But gastric bypass?
No, dude, absolutely. You mean, should I get it now or did I?
No, it looks like you got it.
Nah, are you kidding?
If
It was
she
that
got
fucking... no, if I got it, I'd be a lot skinnier than this, you
Right,
douchebag.
right.
I got only the Jenny Craig. And I'm pissed that I even said their
Douchebag.
fucking name on this station.
Right, they're not paying you.
Exactly. And you know what? I said their name here twice by mistake on Adam Carolla. I say it all the time, and those cunts don't send me one brownie. They don't send me one freaking box of bars. Screw them.
Did you go on Adam's show? How's he doing,
He's cool.
Adam? He's a cool guy?
Well, he has 3 ratings. It's practically, it's like a podcast, you know, but he's a nice guy. You know, he's a good person.
Did you have to say to him, it's like a podcast, Adam?
I
or
did say
you
that.
did?
I
What did-
roasted him and Patton Oswalt on the air one day because
that's
Patton's
good.
a nerd. I said he masturbates with tinfoil to feel like he's raping C-3PO. So, I mean, I had to roast them. So I said the podcast thing to Adam, and he got a little sad. Like in his heart, he got sad.
Yeah, well, it's
hey, what are you going to do?
He's trying. It's going to happen. You just got to put
He's
in
a
the
funny
time.
guy, man.
Funny
Are you
guy.
kidding me?
Takes time.
Takes a lot of time.
That's true, man.
That's right.
I've been on a lot of shows. Howard, did you see me on the Tonight Show with this Michael Clark Duncan? Did you see that?
I saw you on the Tonight Show the first time.
Simon Cowell, that was great.
No, this is the second time.
Oh, I heard about this appearance.
Oh my God! Okay, first time I was on with Simon Cowell was awesome. We hit it off. Second time there was no other guest, which was fine.
Right.
Third time, this Michael Clark Duncan is hot. So I'm doing all these black jokes,
guy,
like
right?
I've blown more black guys than Hurricane Katrina. You know, nice stuff, very complimentary.
You did that on the Tonight Show?
Well, I didn't say blown. I said serviced.
Oh, okay.
You know, because I'm
Right.
clean comic now.
Yeah, but the blow needs to be in Hurricane Katrina.
Whatever, these people get it. They're fucking retarded. They watch the Tonight Show. So I'm doing the show, and I say to Michael Clark Duncan, Jay warns him before. He goes, look, she's an incel comic, but she likes the blacks, so play along. He's like, oh, absolutely, because he thinks he's funny.
Right.
I'm doing the show. He's laughing and laughing. All of a sudden, I go, the Jews have small thingies. The only thing shorter than a Jew's penis is a black guy's to-do list.
Right.
He
Oh.
bends over, and he's laughing so hard, he has a little tear, and he runs off the thing.
All right.
So America is thinking he hates me, that I'm a racist.
That you ran him off the show.
Yeah.
Right.
The producer gets in it. I'm sweating up there. I'm sweating so bad. So he comes back. The producer pushes him back out. He hugs me, grabs me, dry humps me 3 times on the stage. Thank you.
Wow.
Good night, Jay
Did
Leno
you
said at
come?
the end of the night. Absolutely. I'm
You
pregnant
did.
now.
Wow.
That guy's masculine. But I mean, isn't that horrible that he left? So I had to go on this time.
And did it bum you out? Like
I was all sad in my heart. So this time when I went on Thursday, I was with James Wood with the biggest penis in town. Did you know about that?
James Woods has an enormous,
Now, did you
enormous
get to
penis.
see it?
No, but he wanted to show me. That's what's so funny. He goes, make fun of my big penis. So I said Danny DeVito uses his condoms as a sleeping bag and that he shouldn't have a ceiling fan in his house.
Right.
And he bangs the young broads, you know?
Right. Yes,
Yeah, his head shots
always.
up at Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah, well, he always says, why would I get an old dog when I can get a puppy?
I have to agree.
There you go.
Then maybe I will go for Jason, that little jerk.
Yeah,
with the,
why are you
He's
limiting
chubby. I could
yourself?
get him.
So the career is going well.
Thank God, dude.
yeah.
I don't. I'm out of
I
those.
see all these diamonds. You're making money.
I know.
You're
It's-
buying things.
I love buying stuff. And also, I'm playing theaters instead of those dumb clubs
Good. You
anymore.
deserve it. You're a very,
I need
very
a gun
funny
if I have to
woman.
go in a club anymore. Shoot me in the face.
Let me tell you. You
I just need love. That's all LL needs.
Okay, Nick in Seattle, you're on the air. You're on with Lisa Lampanelli.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, Lisa Lampanelli, I don't know what the deal is with her, but I am so sexually attracted to you. This is not even funny.
Cool.
Really?
Describe yourself, stupid.
Yeah, I'm a tiny little white guy. I'm like 5'9". I probably come in at about 155. I'm tiny, but something about your massive curves.
Yeah. Yeah, you like that?
Do you shave your bush?
No. Screw that.
Full bush.
That's why you date the blacks. They're comfortable rummaging around the jungle down there. I'm telling you, I'm like, get one caught in your grill, bitch. I don't care. This is celebrity bush. That's all I have to say about that.
Why won't you shave? That's so not
no,
hot.
I clean it up. I
You
clean
do?
it up.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't
come
worry.
on.
It's not disgusting. It's not. I mean,
But it's a
It's
bush.
under control.
You can't really see it because of my gut, so I don't give a fuck less.
That's
What am I gonna do?
You look more like Robert Goulet, not the ZZ Top guys, right?
Yes, you know what? He's exactly right.
Do you take your clothes off in front of guys, or do you try to like hide
Or did he
under
lower the
certain...
lights and
Yeah.
Look,
wrap
in front of a
yourself in
boyfriend,
stuff?
I take the clothes off, but
Yeah.
other than that, soft lighting.
Right.
Like
Well,
a,
this guy's 5'9" and
okay, 5'9", 150. That sounds a little small. Like
She'll
you get
do
stuck
you.
in the crack of my eye. Okay, I guess I'll do you. Howard says I have
She
to.
says you're going to get stuck in the crack of her ass, but she doesn't care. All right,
I
that's
want
good.
to do you with the strobe light on. I want to do you with the lights on. I want to see everything.
Wow, let's
See, now that's kind of cool. When a guy talks that hot to you, like I told you, the black guys say bomb ass pussy and all that hot stuff. This is a
That's
white guy
hot.
who's trying to work it.
All right, I'll get his number. Hold
Cool,
on,
thanks,
okay?
Nick.
And Lisa will have sex with you. Hold on.
Seattle he's from Seattle.
Really? What
That's
does
where
Nick
I filmed
do?
my
What
special,
does
man.
Nick do? What does he do?
Oh, yeah, what's his job,
What does he
Howard?
do? Who cares?
Look, he could be, you know.
So what if he's
we don't
homeless?
even know
He's
if
willing to bang Lisa. Let's do it.
up the river making this call.
Wait, are you in jail?
I'm not in jail. My job is doing you, Lisa.
Oh, that means he has no job.
No job, right.
That's
Well,
what they
he
always
says
say.
you can pay. He'll take care of your house and he'll fuck you. What's
That's
wrong
cool.
with that?
I do always want like a house husband. I
Right.
think that's my problem because I'm the man in the relationship. You know, I
Nick,
want
do
some
you
guy
have
to
a
sit
job
home.
at all?
Yeah, I am, but they're about to shut my power off, so let's get this thing going.
I'm used to paying cable bills for the blacks. Don't worry.
All right,
Go
hold
ahead.
on. Hold on. Well, there's a catch. I'm going to get his number for you. For
All
sure.
right, party.
Absolutely. Let's take one more call from Jamie. Jamie wants to say hi, and Jamie's from Worcester, Massachusetts.
Ooh, that's close to Connecticut. Go
All right,
ahead.
Jamie, what's up?
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, Lisa, how about hooking up with Artie? You guys make a good couple.
Listen,
I guarantee it.
I guarantee you, absolutely. I guarantee you Artie would never fuck me because Artie's famous but he's a big guy and he could get skinny chicks. Artie knows. Artie won't fucking equal. Here's the problem.
Right.
He knows I'm funny, that I earn a lot of money, that we would be a power couple. Screw those other Lindsay Lohans and then Britney Spears.
You're right. You and Artie
We would be
together.
the best couple ever, but he's threatened by Lisa Lampanelli, comedy's lovable queen of mean. He could not handle me.
She's absolutely right.
And he knows I stink in the sack.
God forbid. Oh no! If we were a couple, God forbid, I knew she made more money than me one weekend, I would be so pissed.
Yeah. See, famous guys will not date anybody other than hot chicks.
Right.
Come on, Howard Stern, look at you. You got a beautiful girlfriend. I don't blame you.
Right.
I'm hoping to get famous enough or thin enough to get me a guy who's a millionaire.
Absolutely.
But when we were both 60, we'd have the greatest marriage ever.
Absolutely. So let's give up when we're 60 and go for each other.
I'll tell you one thing, though. I walked into Fox and they said, "Do you have any pictures?" I said one sentence: "Me and Lisa Lampanelli."
Oh,
Did you?
And
Was that
married.
a sitcom and a half?
Oh, my God.
And then I left to a standing ovation.
Wow. Let's go to Jim. Jim, you're on the air. What's on your mind, Jim? Oh, that's I can't get Jim. Jim, are you there?
Lost his heart on Rob.
Jim, you there, brother?
That happens.
Well, what can I do? Let's go to, all right, one last one from Bobo. You know Bobo.
How you doing there? Lisa, big fan.
Thanks, dude.
You're a hot chick. You're a wild one. Do you ever have a threesome?
No, I told you I can't have no threesome.
She said
because
that.
it's you want a hot woman and a good-looking guy, but I'd have to play the funny fat best friend. So I'd be like da 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 da.
You know what kills me? I was reading, I guess Will gave you a pre-interview or something, and you said that when you were preparing for the William Shatner roast, you had tons of Sharon Stone jokes.
Exactly.
I can't stand her.
Let me tell you about her.
What about her?
Okay.
She didn't
Here's
show
the
up.
problem. They send you all these celebrities who are going to come, and then they're like, oh, Sharon Stone's father's dying of cancer. She can't come. Bullshit. I just think she didn't want to get made fun of.
Right.
Because I had these great jokes. I was like, oh, Sharon Stone's vagina has opened more doors than her hands.
Right.
All this
That
stuff.
was horrible. I had about
Yeah.
10 Sharon Stone stuff, and you walk out and you go,
You're
and
pissed.
a couple of them are go-to jokes. Like, I know that at least get a laugh.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'm leaving the hotel, you're scratching it out going, okay, am I going to be that dick who goes, Sharon Stone was going to be here? Like, you got to create the moment. And
Right.
That,
Right.
that
You can't
never
do it.
works.
But
That
why
never
not
works.
create them all? Why not say, Sharon Stone was going to be here and the bitch didn't
Because
show
guess
up?
why? They throw that cancer thing at you,
Oh.
and everybody's scared of cancer because it's Lance Armstrong with the fake nut, and all of a sudden we got to feel bad because we got to buy a bracelet.
It won't
Okay?
make the final telecast. They tell you, you
Yeah.
know what, you could do it, but even if it gets a huge laugh,
I feel
we'll cut it
bad
out of the
because
show.
I know how hard you guys work
I
at
know.
coming up with this stuff, and it's very, very hard. You think it's easy to come up with jokes that are really, on a professional level that are going to kill? It is not.
No, it takes months and months. Like I said,
do you have a
Sharon
right-
Stone, she spread her legs and she became famous. I brought my notes.
She's got all the
Go ahead, good. Let me hear
You
it.
spread your legs and you get famous. I spread my legs and my gynecologist tells me to cut back on dairy. Now that would have been very good. It's a clean joke. It would have made the broadcast.
And that's making fun of you, not her.
Exactly.
Now, what is that, a special book that you write your jokes
No,
in?
I just brought my notes from the roast because
Oh,
I know
I
last
see.
time I was here you liked the ones that they didn't put on.
I love to hear the ones they don't put
How
in.
about the Artie ones that they didn't put on? I make fun of this
Artie.
bastard.
I fucked her over too.
He
though.
did, man. He's a fucking asshole. He
Okay,
left,
I did jokes on her,
which is fine, which
and then
I enjoy.
left to catch the red eye to come here. Remember, I had to leave
Yeah.
the Shatner roast, so she goes last, and of course she doesn't need me. She destroys every time. But
They could have cut
I
you
did,
in.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
think. But you did a couple on me anyway, didn't you?
I think so. Wait, what did I say about you, Artie? It was pretty funny because I said, oh, I knew you were going to leave early, and I said Artie Lang had to leave early. He had to go talk Jackie the Joke Man off a ledge.
That's a good one.
I wouldn't have minded that.
I said Artie Lang is actually technically dead. They're just waiting till he's more famous to announce it.
That's good.
That's a great joke. That's a
Then
great.
I said, ironically, Sharon Stone has been. Oh, I combined you two.
Oh.
She was in movies The Quick and the Dead, which ironically is 2 settings on Artie's penis. I thought this was very nice. And all of a sudden, I can't do it because he leaves.
Roasting.
And also, guess what else sucked?
What?
This Artie, I'm sure this happened to him. This Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah.
We had all these jokes written, I'm sure you did too, about how fucking ugly she is.
Right. And she shows
came
up
in.
hot.
She wasn't that ugly.
Right, she looked good.
But you know what? I'm so fucking funny. I said, you know what? Screw that cunt. I'm going to make fun of her anyway.
It's true because she doesn't look like Farrah Fawcett.
She's still not
anymore.
Farrah
I know.
Fawcett.
Oh,
yeah.
horrible. I said it used to be when you'd hear the name Farrah Fawcett, you think Charlie's Angel. Now you think Charlie Manson. She's been hit harder than New Orleans. I like a bitch you could take a punch. Speaking of things that blow, hi, Andy Dick. It's just like, but they cut them all out because guess why they cut them out? You're going to die.
Why?
Cancer again. She got the cancer. All of a sudden, Lisa Lampanelli can't make fun of Farrah Fawcett. It always
My favorite joke I did that night wasn't even that clever. It was just straight out mean, and it was about Farrah, and they cut it out of the fucking
What was
thing.
the joke, Artie Lang?
It was, this is weird. Farrah used to have sex with the $6 million man, and that's a coincidence because now $6 million is what it would get to get Lee Majors to fuck you.
That's great.
That's a good one. Scott Salem, you're on the air. Scott, the engineer, go ahead.
Lisa, what is your problem? I walk by the fucking green room, I give you a compliment, and then you go trash me on the air? What the
Because don't act like you were, Scott.
Bullshit, man.
You were not out of earshot. I heard you say it was safe to.
My studio.
It was safe
Scott,
to. It was safe to hit on her because she only likes blacks.
Scott, why are you not in the studio? Why are you?
Yeah,
calling
what are
in
you,
the
a
phone?
jerk? You
Yeah,
work
what-
here. Come on over, stupid.
Yeah, come in here.
I like Scott, but he thinks I'm out of earshot when he says it. This is a very small
What
place.
did he say exactly?
He said, somebody said, oh, so you hit on Lisa Lampanelli? And he goes, it's safe because she only likes blacks.
Then why did he just call it?
Very
I'm
negative.
fascinated
Very
by it.
negative.
Lazy. I didn't feel like it.
Lazy.
We're both
bastard.
fat and lazy. It's okay. See how we team now?
All
We're
I
in
know is
person.
Lisa's saying she
You're
wouldn't
very-
even have sex with you.
So what? He wouldn't have sex with me either.
I
It's
walked
perfect.
by and I compliment her, and then Greg from Howard TV said you think she's really hot. And I
No,
said,
he didn't. He said, so you hit on Lisa Lampanelli, and you go, look at me in the eye, stupid. He goes, it's safe because she wouldn't like me because she likes the blacks.
That's right. It's fucking hot.
Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
Scott, are you hitting on the guest?
You're gonna run by a headlight by me?
Yeah, hitting on Lisa. It's good to hit on Lisa because she likes black guys. So, I'm safe.
Well, how
What's
dare
wrong
you
with
be
that?
so negative
Isn't
towards
that true?
Not anymore, stupid. You got a shot.
Really?
Actually, not really. Look at that bald head.
Yeah. Does
I'm
he look
going to
like-
clean my dildo.
You clean your dildo with that bald head?
Absolutely.
What does he look like, Uncle Fester to you?
A little bit.
Be a light bulb and I'll
Yeah.
be fine.
All right.
See, now that was a nice fight. Now we made up. Shake my hand, dumbass.
Fuck off.
Go fuck your mother. Your mother's cunt. I hate him so much.
You do
Die.
have anger issues.
I have
you
anger.
really do.
Oh, Howard. Oh, my
Thank
God.
God she's on the medication.
I have horrible anger.
Are you on medication right now?
Yeah, Wellbutrin, but just 100s. You know what's so funny about the Wellbutrin? They give you the low dose to see if it's okay. I think I tricked myself into thinking it's the drug and not just me. So I don't have anger no more, except towards Scott.
Were you angry in general? And don't you think sometimes your anger made you famous and made you
Absolutely,
great?
but
Are you afraid of that leaving you?
No, absolutely not, because I'm still angry on stage, and that's funny. But that's
Right.
your job. Come on.
Have you ever hit anyone?
No, thank
No.
God. And I've
You know
never
Naomi
been.
Campbell.
No, and I've never been hit, which is weird because I date the blacks, and
Yeah.
they like that.
You think?
Oh yeah, sure.
One time up in Boston, I came off stage, and it was like after a midnight show, and I asked this kid who managed this club to get me Vicodin, and he comes back and he says, I found one guy in the audience who's got Wellbutrin. And I go, what is that? I go, what is that? He goes, it's just like Vicodin. I go, it is? It's an opiate? He goes, yeah. So he gives me a bottle of them. I swear to God, I went back to my hotel. I took 20 of them. I go, dude, nothing's happening. I'm not getting high. I can't go to sleep. He goes, the guy said it was like Vicodin. I go, it
It's
isn't.
nothing like it, dude. It's an antidepressant.
But the next day, I was like at the airport, like talking to people I didn't know.
See how nice you get nice.
It's like, hey guys, what's up?
See, I've gotten nicer since the Wellbutrin. Like I always have. Like I can't go to like 4 banks and 3 Dunkin' Donuts. I can't go to anymore in Connecticut because I've screamed at the people.
Really?
And my manager said, she goes, you cannot scream at people. You're going to get famous, and then you get written up.
Right.
But you know,
Are there any
so
movies
good.
in the future? Are we going to see you make that leap to
Well,
the
I
big
did this
screen?
Owen Wilson movie that's coming out next
Okay.
Christmas
That's
called
good.
Drill
Is he
Bit Taylor.
cute?
He's really cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
His nose does look like a penis too. I know you want to know that.
He doesn't look like Ellen DeGeneres a little bit?
a little bit, but she's kind of hot.
All right.
So, yeah, he was nice, and I did the new Larry the Cable Guy one, who, as you know,
very
very
nice.
big success. Larry is.
Yes.
Delta Farce coming out in March. So,
Look at
but
you.
dude, I always have to play myself.
Delta Farce.
You
Yeah,
play
get
Lisa
it?
Lamp-
It's a clever title.
You play Lisa Lampanelli?
It's no beer league.
You play Lisa Lampanelli in the movie?
Yeah, well, what's funny, they changed the name, of course, but every time I get hired, I don't even have to audition because they're just like, play yourself how you are on the roast. So
Right.
I just go in, I'm a cunt for a half hour, and I get paid.
They don't say you're going to be the pretty
skinny one. No, Robin, thank you for thinking.
You
No,
never
that's
get
like
that.
hiring you to play the white one who has no money.
Let's go to Steve, who wants to say hello. Steve, hello. Welcome to a Monday. Steve. Hey now.
What's happening, man? Hey, listen, I just had to tell you that I'm driving down the fucking road. I had to throw my fucking breakfast on the ground. This fucking broad is disgusting. Nothing fucking, there's absolutely nothing quality about her.
Okay.
Wow. That's serious stuff.
That's hurtful.
What breakfast?
Artie wants to know what your breakfast was
How
that you
long
threw
has
out.
it been on the road? Because
Yeah.
Artie can still eat
He can
it.
drive over and get it. Why? She said her vagina smells good. What's better
Yeah,
than
what's
that?
better than that? A nice, tasty vagina, sir.
Is it hard for you to get criticized like that?
No.
At least I know.
Because can I tell you why?
Go ahead.
Well, at the
I
end
know
of the
Robin doesn't
day-
let the negativity into her life. Do you let the negativity
No,
in?
absolutely not. Because you know what? You work on yourself.
Right.
Even these roasts toughen you up.
They do.
So when a loser with a dream like him, who actually eats breakfast in a car, calls you and doesn't have room service delivered to the Hilton at $500 a night like Lisa Lampanelli does,
Yeah.
I do not worry about
That's
this
why,
man.
if you're a producer of a roast, Lisa is absolutely the Michael Jordan, because not only does she go, she doesn't mind following people. Everybody, and I fall for this into this category. Every comic bitches and moans, I can't go last. I can't go last. She goes last and fucking brings the house down. And she's a good target and has the best sense of humor of anyone on the planet. So she's like a home run at a roast.
Yeah,
You
it
got-
just doesn't
you
hurt
start-
no
Did you
more.
hear that? You're the Michael Jackson. Michael Jordan, not Michael Jackson.
She really
Michael
is.
Jordan of roast.
I'm putting that quote on my website. I'm
Right.
seriously, that's a very big compliment, because you have to be able to take a joke. Because these girls are up there and they thinking they're pretty. Come on, man, they're pretty for a comic, okay? I mean,
Exactly.
please, we're not going to win a beauty contest, but we're going to get laid every now and then. So you got to be able to take a joke at a roast. That's
right.
how it is.
Dominic Barber, you're on the air. Go ahead.
I'm sorry I couldn't get in before. Oprah is guilty of what's called child abuse and neglect.
Go ahead.
And I'm not joking. I'm be very serious. There are charges that are filed against people.
Charges.
Are you going to file charges?
Well, you can dial the hotline in New York, which opens up the investigation. She wrote an article that said that the reason she did this was because she was abused as a child and raped and all that. How does she think this kid? This kid has not admitted yet or said what happened. And now they put
It's
him on
despicable.
TV.
That's why we put her in the asshole club.
I got Oprah clips I'm going to be playing, Dominic, later on after Lisa's gone.
Well, I'll send you the law. Child abuse and neglect. She participated in it.
Arrest her.
And I have
Oh,
one
come on.
question.
Dominic, thank you.
What would happen if you did it?
Oh, they'd be all over me.
You'd be in jail.
I'd be with Saddam Hussein hanging from a rope with my neck snapped.
They'd be taunting you on the
Thank you very
gallows.
much, Dominic. You make a very good point.
There's
I
nothing
guess.
better than an overly dramatic Dominic. Like the gas day. The gas day. Guys, get out of the building. If it isn't a gas, get out.
Dominic is the king of being overly dramatic. You're
By the
so
way,
right.
I was looking.
Oprah is guilty of criminal charges. I am going down to the courthouse to file charges today against Oprah Winfrey, Negro woman of the South. In these papers,
I will accuse her of child neglect and abuse. But, Dominic, I mean, while she did the wrong thing having this kid on the air, do you really think she should go to jail?
she will get the death penalty.
I will read you the law.
I will read you the law, the following laws.
Let me ask you this. This is always the litmus test for you.
Yeah.
Would you, if look, that's a ratings getter, man. Would you have had the kid on with the parents?
Absolutely.
That's a hard question for a radio
I would have had him on
show.
and said, what the hell are you doing here? You're not responsible. It is wrong for... I don't blame Oprah. These kids...
You have to blame Oprah. Oprah makes the solicit. She makes the call.
How do you know that? How do you know they didn't call her?
She still
Get
said
outta
yes.
Here.
Robin, we would have had her on. We would have had her
I'd
on.
have Oprah and the family on.
But we're idiots. I'm just saying.
Thank you. You're right.
Point taken.
That's my defense when Dominic comes. I'm an idiot, Your Honor. I'm an idiot. How dare you?
Idiots can't go to jail.
Jail is filled with people who are idiots, isn't it?
When I was there for a few days, I met a lot of idiots.
I'll tell you, a lot of smart guys, too. Hey, Lisa.
Yes, dear.
So who is the comedian, female comedian, who cannot take a joke?
This cunt of a Sandra Bernhardt.
Oh.
What the fuck is going on with her? No, I am so glad you even brought that up. Can I tell you why? I am plagued and troubled by this. I got a bunch of emails one day when she was on the air here.
Right.
And they said, Sandra Bernhardt hates you. I have no idea, but Howard said you were funny and whatever. And I was like, why does this fucking twat hate me? I'm the nicest person you ever met in your life.
Right.
I'm funny. I'm not racist. I like the dykes. I don't say nothing against those lesbos. And she comes on the air with you.
What did she
and
say? She said you weren't funny?
funny, and
Wow.
that she hates me, and I should die. And you actually said, oh, she's funny. I like her, and it was nice for you to defend me.
Yes.
And I'm doing this roast to Jerry Lewis 2 days before the heart attack. I like to think I had something to do with it. So I'm doing the roast, and there's Jerry, Martin Scorsese,
wow.
Robert De Niro, and Sandra Bernhard right in a row.
Oof.
And this bitch, I'm doing the jokes about her. I was doing the nice stuff, like she's the only one on this dais who can get chicks. She's the only person I'd fear in prison. Richard Belzer was the roast master, so I said he's Detective Munch, which is ironically her nickname in high school. And all she did the whole time was sit there giving me the finger. Do you know how déclassé, and that's French for unclassy?
It's a roast.
It's a
Everyone should get into this
but
spirit.
she only gave the finger to me. She was very negative, and the whole Friars Club noticed, and I was very upset with her.
In other
so
words,
if
a female comic should understand what a roast is.
I don't understand why she don't like me. I'm nice.
In fact, Dominic Barber's on the phone.
Okay.
Do you know that Sandra Bernhard could go to jail for what she's saying about Lisa Lampanelli?
Really?
I am going down. You can check the courthouse. I'm going down there.
I know. I don't know, Howard. See, it bugs me. Bugs me very much when they can't take a joke. You know who can take a joke is the Sarah Silverman's very
She's
good.
great.
She could take and she's pretty and cute.
Pretty, right.
And all the women, B. Arthur was horrible, though, at that Pam Anderson. She couldn't take a joke. She left.
Oh, she left.
The one who was good was this Betty White.
Right.
Remember? Oh,
Betty
how
White.
awesome was she? Because I said on the game, on her last game show, the grand prize was fire. That she's so old she gets her cobwebs waxed. Her name used to be Betty Black, but she faded. She took all the jokes.
Well, B. Arthur says she doesn't like me because I made fun of her. She said she compared me to Hitler.
See, that sucks. I wish she seemed like she'd have a better sense
sad?
of humor.
You think?
Because she's very funny.
Right, how the mighty have fallen. Sometimes you say to yourself, they're going to be a good sport. They're not. They surprise you.
Do you think she left early because maybe she had a flight, had to get back and do the show like Artie did?
No, she was not co-host on a popular series radio show. I don't understand this.
She, you know what else was a good sport was Carrie Fisher. She
was great.
She was a great sport.
The
She
best was
really
George Takei, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a
He
huge
was
fan
great.
of him. And after the show, he was so nice to me. He did my nails and gave me the bird flu. So you know what? That's what those Asians do.
He's used to this room, George. He was ready for
ready.
anything. Yeah.
Hey, Eddie, the produce guy says he wants to bang Lisa Lampanelli. How nice. Hey, Eddie, I know you.
What's up, my brother?
Eddie's weird. He's like a Hispanic guy, but he's got a black penis.
Oh, and I met him at one of the roasts here.
Yeah, you attracted to him
He's
at all?
cute.
You
Sure.
like him?
Yeah. Eddie, what do you got for produce today?
A couple of cucumbers left over.
Nice. All right.
How
so
fast can you get down here and bang Lisa? She'll probably do it right in the studio with you.
I'll bang her and record it. How about that?
Oh, that would be terrific. Thank you.
And Eddie impregnates every woman he bangs. I know that, yeah.
Yes, Eddie, I heard you banged a chick in a porno gangbang. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah, he was in a porno gangbang, so you might really want to get involved with him.
I might have to look into that. I'll have my people call him. He's very nice.
I would love to have a black dick. That would be great.
I could get one right in your ass right now. Where is that guy?
You know what I mean? To have a long black dick for sex, but still you can get a cab. You know what I mean? Like
that would
in
be
here?
nice.
Remember
You would
he was
still
in-
be able to tip.
Yeah, right.
Remember he was getting his balls shaved?
Yeah, it was
he had
weird.
He had a weird
Waxed,
black
yeah,
penis.
the-
Yeah.
Oh, you mean it literally was black in color?
Black in color, yes.
You know what's weird, Robin? The first black guy I ever had sex with was not, you're afraid of that black penis. First of all, it's because you don't know what to expect with size if
Right.
it's your first time. Also, the color, you think it's going to be purple because that's just a myth, and
Is
veiny.
the head purple?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
But this guy, sadly enough, also had my first uncircumcised. So, oh my God, it's this three-way double whammy. I'm like, oh my God, it looks like a big, huge earthworm. I'm like, oh my God, it has a condom attached. I can't open this thing. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I can't do this uncircumcised no more. It's disgusting.
You couldn't give him a hand job?
Let me tell you what's good about that. Uncircumcised with hand jobs is the best because it's really quick. Like, it really works itself out.
See, because that's the way it's supposed to be. God made it that way.
Right. I like it fast, quick. Get in, get out. Don't let the door hit you in the ass, douchecock. I'm done with it.
Seriously, this is Dominic. You gave a black man a hand job. You could go to jail for that. I'd have to stop something.
He's going to put Oprah in jail.
You could file charges against Oprah.
That's why I love lawyers.
Like anybody's filing charges against Oprah.
Yeah, that's
why
gonna happen.
I love lawyers. They can dream up a lawsuit on anything. It's just so great.
Yes, there's a law law about everything.
Rich, you've got the last word with Lisa Lampanelli, or as Reverend Bob Levy says, Lisa Lampanelli.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Yeah, Rich, go ahead.
Hey, I was just wondering if, Lisa's stock is rising as a celebrity and everything, if she's been with any celebrity black guys yet.
Have you
No,
banged
I
anyone
haven't.
famous ever?
Guess who hit on me, though, and called me in my hotel room at 3 in the morning?
Jamie Foxx.
No, I wish.
Who?
No. Okay.
Maybe next time she's in the studio, you have Baba Booey book one. Maybe you can set her up with
She's about to reveal something big.
Yes, I don't know if it's that big. I don't know if you heard of him. Okay, you ever guys, what's that, Ultimate Fighting Championship?
Yes.
This big guy, Bob Sapp.
He hit on you?
He's huge. He was calling me. He was calling me in my hotel room at 3 a.m. and I got scared because he's enormous.
Well, you could handle it.
Oh, please. You see him? He's like 7 foot tall. It'd be
You
like
could
gorillas in the
handle it.
mist.
Come on.
It'd be like research. That would be a science experiment. That won't even be sex.
Lisa, you're delightful. You're beautiful. You've done it all, baby. And I
have,
love it. Lisa
indeed.
Lampanelli's comedy special, Dirty Girl, this Sunday night at 10 and 11 on Comedy Central. Sounds like it's going to be a back-to-back doubleheader.
Yes, and then they're playing it all the next week, which is cool.
That must be funny.
It is really funny.
See your star rising.
I'm really
like
happy,
this.
man. I
Yes.
never want to do anything but this, biatches.
You're gonna go to jail for looking like me.
And Lisa's CD and DVD, Dirty Girls, in stores January 30th. Pre-order now at bestbuy.com. And check out Lisa's tour dates. This is the most important thing you could do at insultcomic.com. Everyone is on there. If there's a logjam on the website, just hang in there.
You'll get through.
And I didn't know Lisa went to Harvard. That's
I know.
that's
Grad
And
school.
graduated?
No. I also went to I went
out?
Syracuse undergrad and graduated.
Yes.
Did halfway graduate school at Harvard and also at Columbia. Punked out.
Very impressive.
I'm a comedian with an education.
You knew
never
what
see
you
that.
wanted. In other words, when you were at Harvard, you made the decision,
Yeah, I
I'm
was like,
giving this
screw
all
this.
up.
To be a comedy and say the word cunt and get money.
What were you studying? What field were you going to go into?
Journalism.
Journalism.
I actually worked as a journalist for 13 years.
Where?
Rolling Stone, Spy.
No kidding.
I interviewed all the hair bands in the 80s.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't know
cool.
you could do that.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Very bright woman.
I got Ozzy when the day he got out of rehab the first time.
Very nice.
It was cool. I really think he was drunk already. I'm not going to lie to you.
Do you think the original lyrics were Miss Lampanelli?
I think they were.
You should become a comedian.
What is it, Gary Delabate, also known as Fafa Flui?
I was looking at Lisa's notes. She had a weird thing happen. She went on Leno. And there was that the black actor Michael Duncan.
We already discussed
about
that.
that.
I just asked the guy who talked about it.
Oh, I was
They
going to let
zoned out.
Gary tell us.
Yeah, well, what happened?
Yeah, what
I didn't hear
happened?
this story.
No, let's
I
hear
just
it.
asked the guy that did. Did she tell us story? Everyone was,
No kidding. You went on the Tonight Show?
Yeah, 4 times. First was Simon Cowell.
And who was on there with her? Gary?
Who was the guy? Green Mile Black.
All right. Thank you, Gary Delaflate.
Green Mile Black.
Don't you know they goof on you and send you in here after she told the story?
That's terrible. Oh, they did that on purpose?
Of course. They do it to him every time.
This has got to be the hardest place to work.
I got a story. This was on the Tonight Show.
Well, saw something funny in the notes.
And then she's with the black guy.
Who told him to do that?
Probably Will.
That's so interesting.
Sal.
Oh, my God.
I'm in jail.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll do the news. And John Hine will be in here. Steve Langford will be in here. Lisa, thank you. I wish you
Thank
lots
you.
of
Love
luck.
you,
And come
man.
back and see us again. I love you more than you could even imagine.
Thank you.
Lisa,
Hey.
you're like a sex pot. You're
Sex kitten, fuckface.
sorry, I confused the terminology.
I know.
There's a lot of
That was fun. It was really fun.
a lot of analysis of you. You have star power now.
I guess.
A lot of
Analysis.
Well, they wanted to know. We went over your look.
You have to over the career, over the shrink, over all of it. And I
you're-
feel like I know more about myself now.
A lot of new sexual habits too.
A
You're
lot of new ones. Still
Lot of-
having no sex.
just grinding.
Just grinding. Just making out and having a good time.
Now, what about with you and Artie? Is there any chance that
We'd have love?
one night on the road you throw him a bang?
Let me tell you something. If he threw me one, I'd consider it an honor.
Really?
Sure, I love chubby guys.
With sunglasses or without the
I
sunglasses?
think with, I think he'd need them to blind him from my beauty. I'm a comic who doesn't take myself too seriously. Sorry.
Now, what about this Scott the Engineer jerk off?
Nah, it was funny. He don't care. He's a goof. He was called to the carpet and he survived. That's all I could say. He survived.
What about Jason Kaplan.
Like him, just had my picture taken with him. I think he's in love. That's all I can say. That happens. I have that kind of control over men. Power. LL, the power of the punani.
You have it, and you have it. You have the members of the Stern Show vexed by it.
Ah, who can blame you? Very good verb, by the way, vex.
Yes, I
very
studied
nicely
that before
done.
you came in. All right, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, dude. You're the best. God bless.
Bye.
Here's Artie doing an impression of John Hine from the wrap-up show.
Howard brought up the website robinwrong.com, and Robin claimed not to care in a very angrily way.
Angrily.
We'll examine what happens when Howard pushes people's buttons on the show and take calls based on how people think and what would make them quit the show. Famous guitar riffs were discussed, and of course, a lot of people got passionate about it. Howard said that Zeppelin should be up there, and Fred claims that the #1 song should be a Jimi Hendrix riff. We'll discuss music on the show, past musical appearances, and why Leslie West might be the greatest guitarist of all time. Lisa Lampanelli came in, and she got a makeover. She lost 45 pounds, but claims she still likes the black man. We'll discuss comics and how they fare on the show, and why Howard takes certain comedians over others. And if there's time, we'll of course take your phone calls on what it was like to hear the guy claim that he was making a hazmat suit. Robin, of course, was right, and robinwrong.com took a big hit. All that and more on the wrap-up show on Howard 100.
John, is that accurate?
Should I even bother?
You want to try? I don't even think you need to, but go ahead.
He was 2 for 4.
All right, let's hear it.
Howard read Howard read from the website robinswrong.com, and it seemed to strike a nerve with Robin.
How's that different?
I'm having a deja vu kind of thing.
I love when he does it afterwards.
We'll talk about the other websites Howard proposed, why Robin refuses to debate the site's creator, and what happens when Howard finds that nerve and just keeps on digging. You're going to love this one, Artie. Lisa Lampanelli came in with a new look, showed Howard her feet, and told us how she really felt about Sandra Bernhard. We'll discuss Lisa's appearance, if Jason and the guys around here reciprocate Lisa's feelings, and try to figure out why Scott called in instead of walking into the studio.
Good.
I missed that one.
This one you missed. Beth wondered what happened to her boyfriend, but Howard says he's hyper-focused on chess. We'll debate if chess has become Howard's sports obsession, as Artie says, and talk about how hobbies that have affected other relationships here on the show.
Are you into chess? I would think you would be. You're a bright guy.
I could play it,
yeah,
but I haven't played it as much as you have lately.
Evidently. No one has.
That M doesn't stand for moron. That's Michigan, right?
That's right.
I love his college shirts, too.
Go ahead. What else you got there?
Last but not least, Howard wondered if the conference championships were even worth talking about with all the other sports stations on Sirius. We'll discuss the struggle here to talk about sports, the lack of a struggle when it comes to discussing dogs, and Ralph's claim to know football better than Artie Lang.
Wow, what an agenda!
Hi, I'm Dr. Keith Avalo. I'm back, coming to Howard, but really coming here for Artie, because we had a couple really, really good and fruitful sessions where he was uncovering some pretty gripping chapters of his life story, and I felt like we were in it together. And then, he kind of drifted, and he missed a call. We had a scheduled call, and he missed that one. So it may be unusual. Maybe it's what about Keith instead of what about Bob, but I'm here for him because I want him to know that I'm in it with him. So he's going to have to tell me straight out, listen, I'm done. I don't want any more therapy with you, in front of people who care about him, like Howard and the rest of the team. And if he does that, great, I'm gone. But I'm not going to leave him alone alone, accent the word alone, until I know that he's made that decision. He's not going to escape just by not showing up.
So you guys are at a pretty pivotal crossroads here?
We're at a crossroads. And listen, I think most doctors would say, you know what, okay, so the guy didn't show, so when he calls me, he'll call me. That's not enough for this guy. This is a guy with an incredibly big heart, with, parts of his life story that can surprise him down the road. And that's what I'm all about. Like, when I talk about living the truth, it's about facing your demons from the past and realizing, you know what, I've survived them, so I'm bigger than they are. I need to get him to that point where he can sort of build from strength and not rely on substances, not rely on, one or another sort of tumultuous relationship. But there's more work to do. So if he doesn't want to do the work, that's cool. But I always say, the truth always wins. So I'd rather he know now that I'm in it with him, so that if he calls me 8 months from now and says, listen, things aren't going well, at least he'll remember, hey, you did come, you tried to do the right thing, you were there for me.
Right, and he doesn't expect you coming today, does he?
No, he doesn't. So this is like a surprise visit, and we'll see how it goes, because frankly, right, this doesn't usually happen. You don't have your psychiatrist turn up in your family room for dinner, or for breakfast for that matter. But the bottom line is, I think that this is one way to kind of do a mini intervention, and he's amongst friends or family. So the bottom line is, I think that together we can get to the next level, and it may not be tomorrow. It might be 6 months from now. It might be 6 weeks from now. But really what I'm here for is for him to know that there's somebody in the world who cares that he's able to kind of heal from the past and build for the future.
All right. Well, good luck today, Dr. Abloh.
All right. Thanks. We'll see what happens.
Hey, all right. Here's a surprise for Artie. I'll line this up for you, pal.
You kidding me?
Surprise.
Is it paid?
No, you'll probably hate this, but I don't. This is good. So somebody was talking to Dr. Keith Abloh.
Yeah.
And you haven't shown up for some appointments or something with him?
What?
No, we had okay.
Here's Dr. Abloh right now coming into our studio to talk to Artie.
So it's time for a session.
It's time for a session. There he is. There's the man.
You didn't really get him here for just a second.
Well, we're concerned about you.
Well, How are you, brother?
How you doing?
Hey, Dr. Abloh, how you doing?
Howard, how are you?
Hi.
Good to see everybody.
I don't know. Do I call you Keith or Dr. Abloh? I'm weird about that.
I think Keith's good.
Oh, okay. Good.
I think
Do
Keith's
your
good.
patients call you Keith?
They do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think that the formality does anything after the first 15 minutes.
What
right?
about the idea?
I'm just noticing Dr. Keith Abloh has very big hands.
Oh, yes. He's a super
You didn't
sexy
notice
man.
on the first visit? I'm disappointed.
Tell us what's going on with Artie and
okay.
Can I just give you
we
my
should get
side
right
real
to
quick,
work.
though, first?
We
were supposed to chat. We were supposed to chat.
Supposed to is the operative word.
The day I had to do Conan, right?
Go ahead.
So Keith did reach out for me and call me. The thing was, I went right home from the show and I laid down and I took a 3-hour nap and I woke up late and I had to run down to the car. In the car on the way to Conan, I got his message and it just never worked out. I did Conan.
But wait a
and I never
second.
called.
Did you have a set appointment to speak?
Well, let Artie answer that. Artie will answer.
Artie,
He'll
did
tell
you
you
have
the
a
truth.
set appointment to speak?
Yes.
All right. And you slept through it?
I pretty much. Well, we had made that appointment a few days earlier.
Did you sleep through your appointment with Dr. Abloh?
Technically, yes.
So the answer is that, I could never do that. You see, that's the difference between me and you. If I know I have an appointment with someone, I either call them first and say, listen, I'm too tired. I'm going to miss the appointment. But you now you're avoiding Dr. Abloh. There's no reason why you couldn't have spoken to him.
Well, clearly it's impossible for me to avoid Dr.
Yeah, no, it's like, what about Keith instead of what about Bob, right? I actually follow my patients where they need me to appear.
He does leave he left me a message that day saying, look, I care about you. I hope you're all right, which was nice.
Artie.
Okay,
you
one
can't
time.
even do a phone
It
call.
happened one time.
Is it only one time, Dr. Abloh?
Well, it's a little bit more, not to dispute the storyline here, but it's a little more than one time, right? So we missed the call.
I don't even know that I
But
missed
also,
one time.
there have been a number of invitations that I've issued Artie to actually get together face-to-face. We've met twice.
Right.
But there could have been more meetings, and then we had scheduled phone time that he slept through.
Yeah.
And so the bottom line is how hard, I think he knows I care about him. That might be the problem.
No, yeah, well.
It is that what's going on here? As soon as somebody starts an intimate sort of, in fact,
Is this too close for you, Artie?
What's going on, Art?
Maybe,
Even
I
this,
don't know.
you can't-
It's very difficult to talk about myself for 2 hours a day.
Well, first of all,
I don't like what I see.
And without violating any confidences, because I'll never do that, but, the man starts his first session by saying, I think I've had a pretty carefree life.
Right.
All right, now, that calls me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we know more than that.
Right.
Carefree.
Yeah.
Carefree. You're hardly carefree.
I guess not.
Not exactly.
Yeah, I don't think I'd call what you've been doing carefree.
You know, Artie, if you keep missing sessions, you may never end up having illegitimate kids like Dr.
That's
Abloh
right.
wants you to
That's
have.
what he wants you to do.
Is that true that you said to him he has an unconventional lifestyle and that maybe he should look into just having a kid with a woman without being married?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think, people's stories are what they are, and you try to perfect them, right? But the journey for Artie toward traditional matrimony, where he walks down the aisle with someone who says, I love you and I'll be there forever, I don't know if I can feel that story being written.
That's not possible for him?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it is, and certainly not if he sleeps through his sessions.
Look, we got into
What does it mean? What does it mean when a guy sleeps through his session?
It's very hard for Dr. Abloh to say this without going through, because there's some private things going on. But
yes.
I'll say this. I think he sort of assessed that I'm still very much in love with Dana.
Right.
Are you?
I think I am, sure.
Okay.
But at the same time, he thinks I want to be with her on some level. No matter what I'm doing now, or well, I guess I certainly haven't found anything better for the long term. Maybe for 20 minutes. But so I think he was like, "What do you think? What do you think Dana would say to something like maybe you guys?" Having a child this way, you'll always be in each other's lives, and you'll have,
Oh, does that sound like a
that
disaster?
sounds like a disaster to me.
Let me tell you, this guy has.
That's what she'd say.
Not necessarily.
I couldn't believe you had even said that.
Well, let me explain so that we're on the same page. I know I can convert you to my way of thinking. Artie has a massive heart. I mean, he really does. This guy has been through it and maintained his humanity and his ability to make people laugh and all of that, right? So one thing that is going to be, to my mind, not satisfactory is if this guy doesn't experience fatherhood.
Right.
I'm telling you, this is he has a lot of love to give.
But doesn't he have a lot of shit to work out?
But wait
before
a
he has
minute,
kid?
Doctor. Yeah. What if? But Artie, if I just don't see it being a comfortable situation. If the woman has this kid with Artie, that doesn't mean she's going to stay there waiting for Artie to get his act together.
Not just any woman, though.
No,
He's not saying to do it tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Not done yet. And then she's going to say, you know what? I'm tired of dealing with Artie as my relationship. She's going to go make another relationship for herself with a man. Now Artie's kid has two fathers.
Well, but now
Dr.
you get
Abloh, not to disagree, but I think it's a disaster.
complicated storyline that you're drawing. Here's the other way it could go, because this is a guy who, if you get the wrong dog, he's out of there. So and by the way, I agree with him on that. I think like getting a big that was her defense against intimacy.
Could be.
Okay, and she may have
Giant
others.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Four-legged fuck you.
So sometimes I think you have to take
Can
it.
Robin
let's
and Howard and Fred and his sound machine come to every session?
Let's get on target for a second here.
Yay!
The point of you being here, Dr. Abloh, and
It's to completely fuck with me.
is to confront Artie and say,
so
Artie,
you'll go to your sessions instead of having them here.
there's nothing can work unless there's a commitment, at least to meet with you.
I didn't realize we got to this point yet to where I was like...
This is a that's true.
You're blowing off sessions.
This is proactive. Right?
Did we ever have a session where you're sitting there and I just don't show up? Did that ever happen?
Well, there was that phone call session, but the only
But
reason
the man's got a schedule. I mean,
he's sitting by a phone calling you, making the time to call you.
And by the way, the reason it was a phone call is because I already couldn't find the time for face-to-face. But couldn't find the time doesn't work, because I've worked with, everybody.
Yeah.
And
you know what?
There's got to be time, right?
I've had to do Letterman's and do this show in the same day, and I had therapy, and I got to go, and I go. That's
it was
it.
actually a weird because I had the pre-interview the night before and I hated the way it went and I was very uptight about it.
Better to talk to Dr. Abelo before the appearance.
You know how they say even in AA and stuff like that, the very day you think you shouldn't go to a
Right.
meeting is the day you should go.
And it's not about the appearance. Like, let's burrow beneath that, right? This is about whether he wants to let
blew
somebody
you off.
in to his life.
Right.
This is not about I had a bad day.
Is there a way, and I know Artie's too embarrassed to ask us, so I will. Is there a way Artie could raise his kid by the phone so that he wouldn't have to actually see the kid?
No, he'll be a great
Is that
dad.
too conventional or unconventional?
He'll be a great dad.
He'll be a great dad.
Partly
Well,
because...
he'll be play dad.
Right, he'll be fun dad.
Well, see, that's what these guys say. They don't.
No, I
they're
think
just
it's
trying to
more
get a
than that.
laugh.
You're not going to be there to discipline if you're
Why
not
do you
living,
say that?
Because if you're not
please.
living with the woman, when the shit's going down,
You're not there.
and then you're going to be play dad.
I do
No,
a
he's not
5-minute
saying-
5-minute ride.
He's not saying he wants to be...
It's 5 minutes from Dana.
With
He can be in the
traffic
same building for that matter.
Right.
The man needs his own space. And all I wanted to
This
say...
woman who's doing that?
All I wanted to say is...
We have you in mind, Robin.
if you can have a loving relationship where you sort of touch him as much as he can bear it, that may be the gate. He may end up living with her.
Let me ask you what's
Welcome
going
to the
on.
new world. You broads want your own life, so here it is. Take it.
Let me ask you what's going on vis-a-vis your relationship with Artie, because this says it all.
What?
Wouldn't you say that your relationship with Artie, Dr. Abelo, reflects his relationship with everyone?
Yeah.
That here you are
Absolutely.
attempting to be close with him, and the
Being
second,
there for him.
and the second that happens, he runs for Z Hills.
Exactly.
He
So,
abuses you. That's
he
what
could-
happens.
Well,
I'm not abusing.
Listen, that's the
abused him.
benefit of having a psychiatrist
I paid
because
for
I don't
lunch.
experience it as abuse.
No,
I
no, no.
experience as
No.
him being defended
But if
against
you were
concern or love.
What do
a
you
or,
want to
woman
say to
or
Artie?
his mother or his sister, that would be abusive.
What do you want to
Exactly.
say to Artie?
There, you're like my co-therapist.
What do you
I
want
kind of
to
miss Beth.
Yeah.
What do you
Just
want?
so you know.
What do you want to say
Yeah.
to Artie right now that you couldn't get a hold? Of course, you couldn't get a hold of him. So, what is it you want to
Should
say
we
to
sit
him?
back?
Really, let
Here-
us sit back and let you handle this conversation. This very uncomfortable conversation.
Right. So amongst friends and family, right? What we're going to ask Artie. I'm buttoning my jacket.
See, I got an iPhone.
Is
Taking
just
control.
just this because I want you to know
Yeah.
that should things go well for you, that's great. I'll celebrate with you. If things go less than well at any point, I want you to be able to reflect back and say, that guy, he's a little nutty.
Right.
But he showed up at work for me.
No,
I should call him.
I know. I do. Listen, you've been very
Right.
nice, and I have no complaints.
Very nice. It's
You
interesting.
have, yeah.
It's very
What do you find
tempered.
interesting about that?
But like today, I was going to say today, again, you're clearly a busy guy, and he is a busy guy. He lives in 2 different places. He's running all over the place. And like today, I have a crazy day that I'm kind of, and I have time in between. I have to leave here to go shoot this show, and I'm very uptight and stressed. I don't know. I thought about calling you yesterday, but then I said no. I don't know.
Yeah, why'd you say no, though?
I don't know, because then I think I'm bugging you, and I'm like, I just...
No, I mean, I know that, but in saying I think I'm bugging you, Artie, honestly, what he's really saying is I don't know if I really want to get that much into my own story.
Right.
Because
Dr.
every
Abelo,
time it's a
though,
road in.
is there
Yeah.
some reality to that? You are a busy man. You have patience. You have a book career, a TV career. You have all
But
kinds
why
of careers.
is Artie making
All
that
kinds of careers.
consideration?
Yeah. In other words,
But why is Artie making that consideration? If Keith has said, call me when these things occur.
Right.
And he doesn't even make the attempt. It's not like he called and didn't get an answer or got rejected. He doesn't even make the call.
And asked
point.
and answered in a way, right? Because if I'm that busy, how could I be here?
right.
Right, so I wanted to provide an answer in advance to that concern. Like, it can't be that the problem is that I have, homes in 2 places. It's because here I am.
Yeah.
Right? Most
Right.
psychiatrists don't, but I've done this for a long time. Like, I don't generally do work in 50-minute sessions just in an office. I will venture out with people. I'll have meals with them. I'll meet them at their offices. And I figured, what better place than to come here and define, does he want to go forward? That's really the question.
How many
Does he want
times
to
a
or not?
week do you think, for any of this to have an impact, do you really need to hear from Artie and to speak with Artie on a regular basis?
I think we should be in touch a couple times a week.
A couple of times a week.
I think so. And as I explained to him, on those occasions when he's thinking things aren't so good for me, or I'm not getting the right feedback from this person, I feel hurt, or I feel sad, or I feel upset, or I feel like taking a drink, or whatever it might be, it can be a 5-minute discussion. On those occasions, it can be 7 times a week.
Artie, do you think let's be honest right now, do you think Dr. Abloh isn't the right fit for you? Maybe you don't
possible.
think he's the right kind of psychiatrist for you.
No, I would say that the direct opposite. I'd say if I was going to see a psychiatrist, it would be someone.
Oh, so
if I was going to see a psychiatrist,
you are seeing someone. You're seeing Dr.
Oh,
Abloh.
am I?
No, he's not seeing a psychiatrist. You think everybody thinks he is, but him.
Right.
Am I seeing a psychiatrist?
Artie.
Did you know Scott Baio is 45 and single?
He's looking for a psychiatrist. All right, what do you want to say to Dr. Abloh now?
I want to say yes. I would like to continue to work on this great project.
But what's the risk? This is a great moment to try to get a little bit further. What's the perceived risk? Like, what are you thinking or feeling that if we go down the road a couple times a week, that what? There has to be a fill in the blank
I
here.
have to deal with this, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, it's so, it's like lifting weights, talking about my past and me and whatever the fuck is going on. And it's, in a lot of ways, it's just tragic. And I don't want to deal with it. I would rather just put it off and put it off and put it off. And seeing you forces me to deal with it. And I hate that. I have to get, like, you know, the fact that I'm busy with work or whatever sort of substitutes for dealing with that. And I could.
So are you worth making an investment in yourself? In other words,
Probably not.
You could probably find an hour 3 times a week to call Dr.
My mother's
Abloh.
house is paid off.
You could find an hour 3 times a week to call Dr. Abloh. It's not like you're sitting there learning how to work your
Of course I
iPhone.
could.
But it's painful, and that's what he's looking to avoid. But you know what? If you try to avoid your pain, you get it tenfold at the end.
You do, Art.
That day, I'm telling you, that day after we spoke, I went
good,
to
right?
his place. I did, but it was so draining.
But did you feel good afterward?
No, he's saying no.
Well,
Afterward.
Yeah.
You did.
But then to get that, you got to get to that level in your mind. Okay, I'm gonna go talk about me, because even doing stand up, it's you got to get the right mindset. But at least it's all bullshit. It's all joking around. This is worse. This is more pressure. I get more nervous because I'm going and trying to figure out.
Are you afraid that Dr. Abloh will get close to you and then he'll get a huge dog?
But really, Artie,
He already
let me
knows
ask
I
you
don't want
something.
them.
You say that you always have, like today, you've got a great thing happening. You're going to be on Rescue Me, but it's also a bad
Which is
thing.
terrific.
It's a really horrible thing for
That's
you.
right.
Right.
Well, rescue yourself, man.
Yes, isn't it ironic that Artie is on Rescue Me, and yet
Right,
he won't
and he
rescue
really
himself?
needs it.
I mean,
Isn't
that's the
Artie's
deal.
real story Rescue Yourself?
It's everyone's story because he says how much easier it feels to do stand-up.
Right.
Of course it does. But you know what? At his expense. So everybody gets to laugh.
But him.
And at the end, he's
Not
all
always.
chewed up, and we get to say, look, another guy who...
Doctor, what is your recommendation to Artie right now?
Thorazine?
No. What is your
Really,
recommendation?
I've heard Artie says he wants to continue because Artie, you do want things in your life
Yes,
that you
yes.
can't get right now.
Absolutely, like
And-
sleeping pills.
Okay, so here's the
Artie, what do
recommendation.
you want? Artie, why would you go to someone like Dr. Abloh to do what? What do you tell
I
me
guess
what you want?
to eventually be happier. Why
To
would
be
anybody?
happier.
If I'm happier, then I think everyone in my life would be affected.
So you
in a
want to be
positive way.
happier. That sounds
Why
like
else would anybody go see a
But
shrink?
that sounds like a really good thing for you to be happier. Maybe
Yeah.
that would contribute
Yeah,
to your weight loss, contribute to you being
Absolutely.
free of drinking and heavy gambling.
My weight right now is such a problem. It is such a
epidemic,
a source of for my depression.
Right.
That, like, when I wake up, I feel horrible. I can barely move. I mean, I'm not used to being 300 pounds.
No,
I'm
this
really
is
not.
new. This is new.
It is. It's
Yeah,
new.
this is every day. It's a new day.
It's like Star Trek. It's the
That
undiscovered
reminds me.
country.
Let me weigh you.
He won't let us weigh him anymore.
To the point where I never gave a fuck
So,
about
Artie,
weight. Like now, it affects me. A day of depression
All
follows.
right. So listen to me. Here is your doctor in the house.
Yeah.
Dr. Abloh,
He's
to
actually
talk
at work.
to you. He says he has a way that he thinks can put you on the road to more happy feelings. Dr. Abloh, please.
We will. We'll get him fit because how much weight can you carry? It's just a metaphor. Right. He's carrying a lot of weight.
Now it's a lot of weight.
And you don't need to put some of it down?
It's actual weight.
Did you hear what he just said?
It's time to let go of some of it.
But what other weight am I carrying? I don't understand. I mean,
come on.
No, you're holding on to everything. You won't even let him in to see how to work through some of the stuff that is keeping you back. So you're holding on, and your weight is sort of like
Let me tell you.
keeping you out of life.
I do. I don't like long-term commitments on any level.
Well, but let me tell you what the translation here is.
Personally, professionally, I hate it.
Artie's very skeptical that anyone can truly care about him. What did he ask you the last time I was here? He's like, yeah, but we never get together outside of here just to, like, be brothers.
Right.
And you've invited
That's
him
why
many
we're
times,
not
but what does he
bros.
do? He says, no, you didn't.
Right.
No,
So it's the same dynamic. It's basically like he's saying to me, you can't really care about me. It's really, the psychiatry thing, and
It'll
it's a
just
50-minute hour
ruin it.
thing.
It'll just ruin.
You probably
Right.
do. You have in your mind a little bit, Artie, that the reason Dr. Abelo is interested in you is because you're on this show?
Absolutely.
Is that true?
No, I'm kidding.
No,
that
he probably
happens to
doesn't
be
feel that way.
But that happens to be how we met. But no, I don't feel that way.
But so what?
I don't feel he's like that.
I got a psychiatrist. He's into me because I pay him. He'll stop seeing me. But yet he's a good guy and he helps me.
I don't know. It's funny. Actually last week at Conan, one of the other segment producers said, "Do you want to meet Jessica Biel?" And I said no. I said, "Well," he goes, "Oh, really?" Well, I go, "I don't know. What am I going to say to what?" Like, she doesn't want to meet me. I don't want to meet her. Like, what am I going to say to her? You could
have been banging Jessica Biel.
Yeah, but I mean,
She's not a huge fan.
And he's like, well, really? She said she'd like to meet you. And I'm like, well, I don't want to meet. I don't want to meet her.
See, she wanted to meet you.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's a perfect
See,
example.
but that's a defense too, because if he were an intern at this show and he had told me the same story, I'd be as committed to him. But again, another shield. It's just because I'm well known that the guy wants time with me.
No, I don't think that about you. No, I don't.
Well, no, you might.
What about
it's
the
okay,
idea
but
that-
in the end, he'll know.
Let's be honest. Artie should be institutionalized immediately, right?
Artie
Locked up in a
needs
straight
major-
jail.
I'm on this show. Let's
go to Dominic
This is an
Barbara.
insane aside.
Dominic, go ahead.
I feel that it's very unfair for Artie today to trust somebody and then have that person. And it's great radio, obviously, but Howard, could you imagine if your psychiatrist came in?
Well, if Howard wasn't showing up, it would be the only place to find him.
Well, this is called an intervention. Dr.
It's
Abelo-
another bullshit
And it's a little
thing just
unusual.
to have a good radio.
Here we go. Now,
Here
are
we
we
go
going to
again.
get irritated?
Well,
Artie?
what about what Dominic just said? Well, let's get your shrink in here.
Wait a minute.
Please. His shrink sees him when he has an appointment.
First of all, I show up to every appointment.
Well, that's your problem.
Let's even say you didn't show up. And
You know what, Dominic? You're such a horse's ass, and I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you
You're
why
one of
I'm
those
not.
guys who keep saying, and along with all the emails we get, why isn't any of you guys care about Artie? Why aren't you
why
doing
aren't you
anything to
doing
help the
something?
guy? So here, Dr. Abelo says, hey, Artie's not showing up. Artie's blowing me off. I want to say...
So pull me aside after the show and go, listen, Dr. Abelo says you're blowing it
that
off.
doesn't do any good with
For the
you.
show.
It doesn't do any good
It
with
doesn't
you.
do any good for the show.
It doesn't do any good with you.
Oh, stop it.
It
This isn't
doesn't.
good. This isn't doing any good either.
No, this will do good because this
No, it's
intervention
not.
was
Put you
born
back.
on this show.
Howard, I don't blame you in any way at all, or Robin, but let
But
me
me,
ask the
he
question,
blames.
Doctor.
No, Dr. Abelo's, he hit it on the head. This intervention was born out of this show. Okay. This is how it came about.
This is home base.
Right.
This
Can I
is,
ask a question?
yeah.
Doctor, the word transference, when a therapist or psychiatrist takes on an individual in a patient's life and they work out issues through the psychiatrist, obviously, Artie's father's death, which was not his own fault, his injury wasn't his father's fault, was a great, great hurt to Artie. He had to be part of it. He had to suffer. It took years of his life. You're now his father. Aren't you disappointing him?
Oh, Dominic.
What
You know
a
what?
leap.
This is Dominic. This is Dominic has major father
Amateur
issues.
Well, but he
psychiatrist.
does.
And Dominic thinks
Artie?
everyone is him because
Right.
Dominic is a narcissist.
Right.
Artie, do you feel disappointed that someone you trusted, who knows?
He hasn't betrayed a
I'm
confidence or
asking
anything.
Artie.
It makes me take it less seriously. Absolutely.
That I would agree.
Oh, Artie, you don't need any
Interesting.
help in that.
Yeah, well, you know what?
You weren't returning the
it,
guy's calls.
Yeah, he's taking it less seriously
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So what's the difference? Eric, you're on the air.
Do you guys feel like you're being a little bit impatient in getting into therapy? I mean, it seems like all
my
of you
God.
have been in therapy.
Impatient.
I mean, don't you think that you could just, like...
Artie's almost dead.
Wait,
When
I can't
should
hear.
we
I can't
start?
hear. Eric, I can't hear your point. Hold it. Say it again. I didn't hear what you said.
it just seems to me like you guys are impatient. You rush into therapy when I think you don't even need it. Like, do you honestly think if you didn't go to therapy that you wouldn't have made it through the situation?
I think I would have made it fine, but I wouldn't have been as... Listen, I have a lot of things that bother me, and I am working through them, and I think it's important to do.
And no, you wouldn't have made it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the therapist telling you that you couldn't figure out on your own?
Well, oh, my God. I had no clue about how to deal with certain aspects of my life. I've never been trained in that area.
Or how you showed up for other people. That's what you learned.
Like Artie, I am in such an avoidance mode toward opening up toward anything toward myself. I have been living with my head up my ass and not even in touch with when I'm unhappy, or I don't even acknowledge any of the inner feelings. It forces me to go to a guy. Well, I'm answering your question. It forces me to go to a guy's office and take a good hard look at myself. And I hate it. But I know I need to take this medicine if I'm going to be better with my kids, better in my relationship with Beth, and some other people in my life. I'm telling you, I do it for myself. And I do it because it's like taking my medicine.
Right.
You don't take medicine when you have cancer because you like taking the medicine.
Why don't you wait? Yeah, hold off. You're rushing into that cancer
medication. You do it to
medication.
get better. But as soon as someone says mental problems or issues, I can put it off. Well, if you think you can put it off, I'm suggesting you can't.
I agree that I need a stylist.
Artie, you yourself were on the wrap-up show the other day, and you started talking about approaching your 40th birthday and how that's driving you crazy, and you look at your life, and even Jason has now surpassed you in terms of achievements and maturity, and it bothers you.
Everyone's struggling.
Yes.
I just think Artie needs to give it a little bit of time, and I think all his
a little
will work
time.
itself out.
Give it a little time, and everything will work itself out.
How much more time you want to give?
I mean, he's going to drop dead if he...
We're going to lose
It's interesting, though.
I mean, what really, all Artie needs to do is lose weight. I mean,
I agree.
Why is he 300 pounds, dude?
I agree.
That's why he's feeling depressed. That's why he's feeling like shit. I mean, just get out and start working out and lose some weight, man.
This is working out.
But maybe that isn't so easy. Maybe he needs to work out, with Dr.
I need
Abloh.
a physical trainer who's like a chick who's a 10.
And I'm still back
I'll
on
show
him.
up for that.
Listen, Artie is...
a mess.
Well, no, he's having a hard time. He's admitted it here. I'm not telling you something out of school. And I think if he had someone if he got serious about the relationship with Dr. Abloh and really worked through some things, it might be incredible. It's going to be incredibly hard. No one said this shit's easy. In fact, it takes a strong man to stand up in front of another man and say, look, I got some shit that's bothering me. Can I talk to you about it?
The other thing, Dr. Keith, is Artie has expressed that he thinks he might be less funny if he gets better. He has this fear.
That's listen, I've worked with other very creative souls. It's always a fear that somehow your demons are fueling your creativity, and it's never the case. In fact, if you have some equilibrium,
you might even open up more.
He can open up more. But he's interesting. Look,
I'm not that creative.
He's very creative.
Yes.
And the reverse arithmetic is interesting that he does. He says, because you showed up here and said that you're concerned about me, I take this a little less seriously.
Yeah, right. He takes everything less seriously.
It's for everybody to hear, though. It's like...
no, we didn't get into your real issues. I mean...
Yeah.
And also, you weren't going to call him back anyway.
Yes, I was. That is bullshit.
I let it go
totally
like 9 days or something.
Mike, you're on the air in New Haven, Connecticut.
I let it go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is a good therapy session. Let's hear what Mike has to say in New Haven,
Let's let Mike might know something. Go ahead.
Listen,
as he puts down his
yes, Mike.
Sprite.
I know for a fact Artie's getting better. He's much less funnier now.
Yes, thank you.
No, but I want to know what kind of meds are Dr. Abloh giving him? Is he giving him any Xanax, anything good?
You're not putting him on anything.
No, I haven't put him on anything.
We're not on
No.
medication.
No.
What's that? No, I don't.
Do you think I need medication?
The thing that Artie, listen, I think medicines can be very powerful for people. What Artie needs is to get closer to his truth, not for me to give him distance from his pain. He's already said, listen, the reason I didn't come back is because it was hard and it hurt. Well, guess what? The bottom line is you go to a gym, you don't leave your trainer and say, hey, I'm not coming back because my muscles kind of are sore. You're like, good, they're sore.
So you're saying I have a lot of pain?
Is Artie heavy right now because
he's... painkillers?
Is Artie heavy now because he's depressed?
Artie's heavy because he is looking for one shield after another from certain truths. His story is that with all kinds of trouble in various chapters of his early life story, he then meets with sudden and unusual success.
Yes.
And it's in the realm of comedy. And so he has all these defenses at the ready. Women, alcohol, making people laugh. And he never has to, so far, go back and reclaim the damaged parts of himself and say, look, these were real things I lived through, and they're going to come back and get me. So I'm here to get him first.
He's too far gone. He's way too fucked up. You'll never get him.
This guy has written you off.
You're saying that Dr. Abelow can't even get him back.
I don't think anybody could get him better.
Well, I don't agree. I don't agree with that, Artie.
Well,
I mean, I hope to God he gets better. I love Artie, but, you know.
And that's where the kid thing comes in.
But it ain't
Artie, the sure way not to make it happen is to do nothing.
Let's get someone on the phone. Let's get someone on the phone who's
You
really...
guys chose to bring this guy into the session.
Let's get somebody on the phone who's really concerned.
You guys, I didn't know he was coming in.
Let's get someone on the phone who's really concerned. Ralph.
Concerned and together.
Yes.
Artie, come on, man. First of all,
what
the fuck? You can't find an hour a week to do this. If you're going to do it, do it. What do you do all week?
I don't know.
Like, how many Yankee games do you go to?
I've only been to one this year.
All right, but you can't find an hour. The guy can't make it any easier for you. He'll come to your house. He'll get you on the phone. You go see him. I mean, after you leave here, what are you so busy with?
I don't even know. Like this guy from Playboy just did this interview. Which, thank God that's over. This guy was in my life for like 2 weeks, and he had a deadline.
Well, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? So it's like, he came here one day. He came to rescue me one day. He came to a gig in Pittsburgh, and he's a really great guy. But I felt obligated because he had a deadline to write this 4,000-word piece.
But why do you feel obligated?
Because I don't know. He said I want.
So there's an issue to speak to Dr. Abelow about. Hey, I want to give this guy 2 hours of my life.
Meanwhile,
and that's it.
I don't know what that guy had the tape recorder running the whole time. I don't know what the fuck he's got.
And you know what?
That article, I am so scared of that article.
And Artie, the article is going to disappoint you because
you put so much
energy into it. It's ridiculous. I mean, Dr. Abelow would have worked, and you say, Artie, we're going to say your free time is important. Draw a boundary.
And notice what he did there. He compared me. He said, I have this other guy in my life who's a reporter for Playboy.
Right.
Who shows up too and takes my time. So what he's trying to do is put me off by saying you're really no more important than the writer for Playboy.
No. You know what?
I hear it, but I won't accept it.
That's exactly right.
I'll tell you what happened.
I hear it, but I don't accept it.
He said to me, he goes, after coming to a gig and here and the TV show, and he goes, I need one more thing. And he is he's a really nice guy, so I didn't mind accommodating him. But he said, I want to come to your house.
But what about
and
what
see
Dr.
you at home
Abelow,
and interview at home?
Dr. Abelow just said you reduced Dr. Abelow to
a Playboy reporter.
To a Playboy reporter as annoying as that. You don't even value what Dr. Abelow does.
No, I know, but it's like...
And it's not the same thing he's doing.
When he came over, it turned into a therapy session.
Look how tough he is, though. He's very tough to care about.
Yeah.
He makes it very hard for you to care about him. It's like gates that you have to get through.
I suspect Dana went through this with him.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
But wait, you not only...
Well, my relationships with people start out like a huge love affair. Like, you're great, everything's great, we're having fun. And I always, in my own head, I go, listen, eventually I want to leave a situation. People don't want me to leave, but I want to leave. And that disappoints them for some reason.
Why do you want to leave?
I don't know.
Let me put Robin's question a different way.
I just feel like leaving.
What happens if you stay? What is your fantasy? What would happen
What's the fear?
if you got close to
that
Dr.
one day
Abelow?
I wake up and I'm 50 and I've been at the same fucking place for fucking 30 years.
No. I said, Dr. Abelow, I'm talking about. What is your fear in staying with him and getting close to him? What is it? Is it homosexual? What is it?
No.
What is it? Does it feel gay?
See, part of me, maybe I don't really buy into the whole therapy thing. Like again, like with this article, there's a goal at the end. He's going to write an article, so we're working towards something. An article will get done.
But what scares you
with
about
going to Dr. Abelow? I'm like, what is the light at the end of the tunnel? I'm not really sure.
Forget what scares you about staying in a relationship with Dr. Abelow? And it feels good.
Nothing's so scary about it. It's just that.
Well, you're not doing it, though.
how come you can spend time to make Playboy a success, but not Artie a success?
Well, because
why are
it's
you giving time
it's,
to Playboy?
I mean, that's part of my career. You know, it's part of how I'm making money.
I was talking in a broader sense. You're saying all relationships are like that for you. That eventually you want to go.
I do. When I got on Mad TV, I signed a 5-year contract. I told my agent, I said, I don't want to be here 5 years. Like, well, you have to sign a 5-year contract. And then the first year went amazing. Everything was great. The second year started, and the drugs kicked in. And part of me's like, I don't give a fuck if I get kicked off the show because I'm done here.
Yeah, but what does that say?
It's awful. I know it's awful. The Norm Show, if it didn't get canceled after 2 years, I'm telling you, I probably would have got arrested there too.
Right.
And I just get done. I get bored. I'm like, 2 years seems to be the time.
Okay. Well, Dr. Abelo, what have you heard?
What I've heard
I've
is
been here 7 years, which says a lot for this show. I mean, it's the.
Well, we're great people.
I mean, I know, but when I want to leave a situation, nobody lets me leave. They're always like, "You're an asshole for leaving, and we hate you now."
No,
and then it's like,
I would never.
There's
I
a
told
reason
you
when you're in a good situation, you leave.
But Artie, I told you
exactly.
Yeah.
As much as it would pain me to see you go,
right?
I want you to be happy. If this became so horrible to you, I would give you a big hug.
See, that is a problem with me. It's like what there's nothing horrible about this. It's great, but I get to the point where I don't know where the fuck I want to go. I just feel like going. I don't know why.
So why don't you talk to Dr. Abelo before you blow this up?
Something like Dana or Dr. Abelo could create an anchor somewhere that I don't want to. It attaches me somewhere.
Oh, that's interesting.
Now that's
that he
positive.
intuits that I am the road to other anchors,
right.
that I'm going to try to anchor him.
Right.
Right. But the bottom line is he also gives us like a window on his soul, because it isn't just relationships that he's uncertain of. It's his own story. He wants to be able to exit the story at any page.
Right.
Right.
I know it's true. Yeah, absolutely.
And so what does he get? He's like, what's the light at the end of this tunnel? By the way, in saying it's a tunnel, that doesn't necessarily make the psychiatrist feel great.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
No, a tunnel's like a vagina.
I'm kind of like invulnerable. Yeah.
It's a very,
The light at the end of the tunnel is this, that Artie looks back some number of years from now and says, you know what? I didn't have the best childhood, let's say, but boy, I've really come through from my own kid. He does?
You see, shrinks are good at this. They point out why your childhood was bad. I think maybe I'm in complete denial. Up until my old man fallen, I think I was. But listen, I mean, I was a horrible student. And didn't get great grades.
Your father picked you. I know a little about your father, but your father picked you up at a baseball game, threw you into the field, and put you in danger as a little boy with a bunch of raving lunatics. And you think you don't have issues?
No, I know. You're right.
But you've made a joke out of it, because I know this. I made a joke out of a lot of my life.
Right.
But you don't think you have issues with that? You fucking have issues.
You
pal.
think I'm really mad at him for that?
I think that you're confused by it. You don't feel protected by your old man.
Because now, you're thinking of it as a 30, 40-year-old man, not a 7-year-old kid.
Somewhere in you is that kid who's at the baseball game going, Dad, what the fuck? You're throwing me in with a bunch of wolves? If I took you and threw you in with a bunch of Roman gladiators to go fight to the death, you would tell me that I was a piece of shit.
See, my father thought he was Superman. He would always, like, my mother had that conversation with him a million times when he used to take me to work. And I told him something that Dr. Avelo something that he almost like fainted about that. My father used to work in high rises in Newark, and he would put antennas on the buildings. And I would be like 7 years old, and I'd come to work with him. And he would see that I was scared he was going to fall. So he would literally, he tied a wire to the antenna, and he would lean over to fucking the roof, and he would pull it up like this, get the antenna all the way up, and it was my job to grab it and pull it in. And I said, Dad, you're going to fall. And just to bust my chops, he would get on one leg, and he could go, I could go this way, or I could go that way. And I'm running behind like air conditioning units going, Dad, what are you doing? Starting to like cry. And he would just laugh. And he would always say, like with the Yankee game, he would say, if you said that to him, he'd go, you know what? I had him. I always had him. I had my eye on him. He wasn't getting, no one's going to fuck with her. Everything was fine. But part of me does go, what is he talking about? That sounds ridiculous. How could you be sure you had me?
He was torturing you.
Yeah, well, if your dad, let's say your dad wanted to teach you how to swim, okay, Artie?
He was breaking my balls.
He was breaking your balls.
Well,
You're a little kid.
At 7.
Right. Teach me how to swim.
Let's say your dad wanted to teach you how to swim.
Which he did.
And he says, you know what, I'll throw you in the water, and let's see if you float. Would you say that was fucked up?
We did. It's weird you say that with the swim. We used to go to the Jersey Shore. We'd go in the ocean, and he would, well, my mother wasn't looking. He would take me and throw me over the waves. And, Jaws had just come out. I was scared shit. And there was a couple times where I thought I wasn't going to make it. And it always his fucking big arm came out of the waves and grabbed me and took me back. And
sounds pretty scary to me.
He would hit me.
It sounds frightening.
He would hit me ground balls.
You think it's normal that your dad threw you into Frankie Valli's hotel room? Do you think that's normal?
Well, he wanted to meet Frankie Valli. He didn't throw me in there. He let me crawl
He wanted
in.
to meet Frankie Valli, so he used you.
He let me. You see, now we get into the thing I've been in therapy where I get pissed people are fucking with my old man.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. I'm not saying your old man's a bad guy.
I know.
It's just you've got to have issues with that.
When I remember hearing that story at 10 and 11, when I could understand it, I remember laughing that, they were staying at the same motel as Frankie Valli, and he let me crawl into his room, and then he walked in there, and I was
You're a little
shaving
boy.
with
You
him.
didn't care about Frankie Valli. Your
I was
dad
2.
did.
I don't even remember doing it.
So let's put you in a stranger's room.
Yeah.
What does every parent say? Don't mess with strangers. He throws you in a room with a stranger.
I'll tell you, the one time...
You don't think you have an issue?
The time I was... if you want to get into it, the times I was like really resentful of him was when I was about 9 or 10 years old. He would take me out and we would play baseball together. So he would. There was this big field in Newark that had all these like putting green. These guys would fucking manicure the lawn so you could putt on it like golf. And my father always called golf a fag game. He's like, who cares? So we would use that to hit. We would use that to hit ground balls because it was a good hop.
Right.
We're ruining these guys' greens. So he gets out this aluminum Adirondack fungo bat. I'll never forget. And he starts hitting me grounders like fucking laser beams at me. And if I didn't, if I got out of the way, he would give me shit. And and then he would take golf balls and hit them at me. And like, if you're not afraid of the golf ball, you won't be afraid of the baseball. And if I ever made an error, I would feel like I was disappointing him.
Of course.
But more so if I looked like a pussy, if I backed out of the way, I knew he'd get pissed off at.
Yeah.
Do you think having a close relationship with a man,
right,
like Dr. Abelo, makes you a pussy? Honestly, are you a pussy?
Or giving into your feelings, giving into your feelings in front of a guy.
Your old man would say you were a pussy, wouldn't
Probably
he?
deep down, it's like,
It doesn't feel normal to him. Listen, if the guy who supposedly loves you, your father, is the guy also hitting, laser beam ground balls
and you
at
worship
you,
his dad,
and having you cry while he laughs about falling off the roof, which
I wasn't
eventually
really crying.
he does.
I was just like, come on.
I wasn't really crying. Listen,
No.
of course you were.
Of course not.
But right,
You're a man.
so
I
for
was
somebody,
you're 2 years old and you're a man.
So what do? Like somebody expresses real concern for you, and what do you say? Listen, you're a Playboy reporter. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not calling you back, and you know what? I'm still here.
Yeah. No, I know. I appreciate it.
Well, Dr. Abelo, I want to thank you for coming in.
My pleasure.
I think
Artie,
this
we
is
should
very
talk.
loving. He's saying talk, Artie. This might be a good time to reach out.
Or
to
you could
Dr.
fire
Abelo.
me right now.
No, listen. What Howard's saying is
if he fires you, you'll never bother him again.
what Howard's
I'll
saying
just keep
is
him in the back of my mind. I'll be there if he ever calls. But we should try to break through some of this resistance.
You're letting him off too easy, Dr. Abelo.
No, he's not.
No,
He's
he's
saying
not.
I'm
Artie
saying let's
has
break
to be
through,
a man
but-
and make a decision.
You can't commit an hour a week to this.
That's what I want. I want an hour a week and a couple phone calls.
That's it. Do it, Artie.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
Well, what Howard's saying is interesting, like that whole thing of do you think it's gay to have a relationship with him, like get into your feelings and stuff like that. Because when my father was hurt, they hired a Monsignor to come and talk to him. My father was always an atheist; he didn't care about God. But like when he was hurt, he always felt that maybe that because of stupid shit I did in my life, I'm being punished. So Monsignor, this real nice old Irish guy, would come and see him every week. And we really thought it was getting through to my father. We really thought, now maybe he's coming to peace with this.
Right.
And a few days before he died, my father, we were talking about it. And I'm going, well, it seems like you're having a fun time talking to Monsignor. He's like, I'm just doing that for your mother. I don't even listen to the guy. When he
Yeah.
And that sort of hurt. Like,
Well, he's talking to some fucking Monsignor.
But you know something? That's
And
also
that's his defense.
and here's the
might
thing.
not
That's
have
also a
been the
message
truth.
that he got from
Exactly.
his dad.
That
That talking about himself is bullshit.
Yeah,
Right.
but it also might not have been the truth. He couldn't let you know he was getting it.
Yes.
Right.
Well, maybe.
He might have been embarrassed.
And listen, here's the thing. To come full circle, before our time is out, we started talking about Artie having a child someday. right? And the bottom line is he has to be prepared to not feel totally freaked out when the kid just wants to hug him and be with him, and he's going to say, "Wait, why didn't I get this?"
By the way,
Well, no,
he's going to be angry.
My father was affectionate with me, too. We had a very great
it's confusing.
relationship.
The old man, though, tells you he's doing it for your mother. Meanwhile, your father doesn't sound like that guy that did anything for anybody unless he wanted to do it.
Well,
the truth is, he wanted to speak to the Monsignor.
He was a complicated guy. It's hard to get my old man's psyche down.
Everyone is complicated,
Well,
Artie.
you know what?
But there's something that went on with you in your encounters with your father as well. You know, there were things going on that you don't want to look at.
You know, and plus you want to make excuses for your old man because listen, you know what? Nobody wants a bad mouth their old man, but you know, there
Except
were things.
me.
So I got to know if I'm fired. I got to know if I'm fired.
I'll let you two work that
No,
out.
you're not fired. No,
Okay.
absolutely
Well,
not.
that's encouraging. You know.
I'll call you.
You're fired.
Napoleon fired.
His iPhone doesn't have you on speed
Can't
dial.
break up in person.
I just got a new iPhone.
Is Dr. Abelo your psychiatrist?
Yes,
He is.
absolutely.
He is
More so
working
than anyone
with you.
else.
Okay.
More so than anyone else.
That's
He's got
not
to take the edge off. He's got to cut it back.
commitment.
It's
Can't you make
okay.
this man special?
It's okay.
Can't you let him be above the others? Can't he be the special man?
Above
in your
the
life?
others.
No.
Can you want to hit me grounders?
No,
I'd love
right?
it.
Listen, you know, I mean, you know,
might
the
work.
Playboy reporter, Ablo, whatever. But the bottom line is that whether he likes it or not, the bottom line is I'm available to him. And so he's got to at least deal with the fact that there's some individual in the world who knows he's in some amount of pain and is available. So that's like irreducible.
Well, I'll
he's
tell you,
going to have to deal with that.
I could definitely. This week again is a stressful week. I got. You know,
a week. It's been a stressful
the show.
life.
I got the show all week. I'm doing Rescue Me today and Wednesday, and I got to fly to Vegas
Here
Thursday.
we go now. If he was not
Stressful
working,
week.
he could go do therapy.
Yeah.
You know, he
But I'm
always
saying-
wants to do this if he's not in his
Wait a
life.
second. What's going on?
Stressful week.
Well, it is, Ralph.
You don't
I mean,
have-
Ralph, it's
There's
work.
not an hour this week
I've
to
had
meet with
cabinet members in therapy. This guy
Yeah,
can't.
I mean,
can't.
come on.
I'm saying,
Artie,
no,
you're saying you're so busy that you can't talk for an hour.
You've had guys who run countries clear out an hour.
Well, I'm bigger than some countries.
All right, listen, Dr. Abelo, you're great. Hey, listen, by the way,
No, you're
I got to
not
mention
fired.
your book.
We'll talk, yeah.
You don't have
Let's
to
get
because
the-
he'll think it's all about the book. Maybe we don't
let's-
mention the book.
Let's get to the real reason.
Because he'll
here.
think
Let's-
he's no. You know what? Don't mention it. Do not mention the
I'm going
book.
to mention
Absolutely
it.
not.
Dr.
No.
Abelo, 21 pounds in 21 days.
No, I'm telling you, no, we're not going to plug the book because I'm not
I
going to
like
let
that.
Artie
I like
think
that.
that I'm
I
here
like
for.
that.
No,
Doctor, I'm
it's
kidding.
not about the book,
Now I'm
Artie.
being a comedian.
He
I'm
thinks it's
kidding.
about a magazine, a book. It's not
No,
about that.
I'm kidding
It's
you.
not- we sell plenty of books. We don't need to do it here.
Listen, I know.
It's okay.
I was
I'm
doing-
telling you, no, do not plug the book.
I will not plug
Okay,
it.
thank you.
I
Could
will
you
not
plug,
plug
Thank you.
Plug,
We're not talking about-
August 3rd and 4th in Cohasset, Massachusetts.
Plug someone. All right, look, Ralph, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ralph.
Thank you for helping Artie,
No
Ralph.
problem, Artie. Anytime. You can call me, too.
I know, buddy. All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. Let's just thank Dr. Abelo. There's a lot of people who want to discuss Artie.
Yeah, thank you. Is my first grade teacher here as well?
Coming in next.
Yeah, everybody's got a story about you.
All right, we're going to take a break. Artie.
Coming in next, the psychiatrist with a fat fetish.
Let's take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
What's with Artie? What do you think his problem is?
Listen, I think Artie, like a lot of people, is ambivalent about how much does he want to get into the issues, right? And I represent that. I'm like, sort of a borrower for the truth. So if you want to avoid the truth, you avoid me. I wanted to make it a little harder for him to avoid me, so I came here. I think he handled it pretty well, and we'll see what the evidence is. He'll either call me or he won't. But at least we'll know. We'll have the answer.
Do you feel like he's still trying to make excuses? That's what it seemed like.
Of course he's trying to make excuses, but that's expected. Like, I know that with someone in that amount of turmoil, there are going to be excuses. There are going to be shields that people hold up, and he's got a lot of shields. And I just wanted him to know, I see him. I know what they are. It doesn't stop me from caring about him. And he could call me in 6 minutes, or he could call me in 6 months. I'd take the call, and we'd keep working. So he knows now there's one person in the world who's going to be there for him as long as I'm in the world.
Now, what do you see in Artie's future if he does want to see you?
Listen, I think here's where we can get him to access parts of his life story he hasn't looked at or felt the emotions from. I think he'll be even more creative. I think he'll be funnier for it. I think he'll feel better. I think he can lose the weight because part of the eating is to feel better. I think he can feel better without a lot of food. I think he might be able to make a committed relationship with a woman. And my fondest hope for him is he gets to father a child and to bestow upon that child all of the gifts he'll know intrinsically and instinctively how to give because he didn't get some of them. See, people who've been hurt are sometimes the best people to love others. But he's got to allow himself to be loved first.
All right, Dr. Keith, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you can help
him out. And if you need any help, you just call me, all right? I'm here for you, too.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Artie, was this ambush visit by Dr. Keith on the same plane as when they brought in the girl who likes fat guys?
No, it was, I don't know. It might have even been worse because I hate shrink shit.
And then they're publicizing your personal life again.
No, where are you going to go? No. It did make for good radio.
Yeah, I guess. But do you really want to continue this whole relationship you have with Dr. Keith, or is it just getting to the point where...
No, I don't. I'll give it a shot. Why not? Fuck it. Ultimate warrior. I'm going to keep going.
But, when guys like Ralph call in and say, what are you doing all week that you can't go meet with Dr. Keith, that's got to get under your skin because he doesn't understand your life at all.
Well, listen. When you're in some sort of crisis in life, it would be ridiculous to not take the advice of a Ralph Sorella. So, I'm going to try to live by Ralph's law and make an hour to go to therapy. And maybe one day I, too, will be huddled up in a dark apartment in New Jersey with Star Trek action figures.
And watching The View.
I'm watching The View.
All right, man. Good luck with Dr. Keith. I'll leave you be.
Thank you.
Why are some blubbering breakdowns broadcast on Howard TV and some are not? Howard 100 News wipes away the tears to take a clear look at this crying shame.
All right, good stuff, Steve.
These stories and much more coming up on the Howard 100 Noontime News, weekdays noon Eastern, updates every hour.
There he is, Mr. Steve Langford, award-winning news
See,
guy.
that's where I felt Steve was mocking me there. Blubbering.
Hey, Brian.
Fuck you, Steve.
Brian Phelan is here, who Artie claims was on to him the whole time.
Not on
I did notice a few things. Does when you eat your arm, does that have anything to do with it either?
No, I've had that since high school.
He sits there and he's like,
I have a nervous
on his
tick.
arm like that, and I'm like, something's up with that.
He chews on a sleeve.
I've been doing that since literally junior high.
What about his arm in Vegas? Were you messed up in Vegas? I know you got drunk.
Which Vegas?
The drunken blackout Vegas.
No,
but you weren't on anything.
No heroin. No.
All right, we were just wondering. We were just trying to piece it all.
How about when you were in the steam room with Dennis Rodman and you guys were wearing your clothes and Dennis
that was just
naked.
an enormous amount of booze.
All right, there you go.
Well.
And maybe an ecstasy. Anyway, let's go on further.
Are you nervous about Howard TV airing your crying breakdown?
session?
No, at this point, you know everything's going to be aired. So.
Right.
Well, that was the other thing people were asking me. When do you think they will release the Artie crying video?
I believe that's going to be on this week. I believe so.
Every day that's the other thing. Once you do something here now, forget about it. The aftermath is... I literally had to tell Isaac. I was on my way to the wrap-up show, doing an interview with Howard 100 News, and then Isaac goes, could you just repeat what you just said? And I said, Isaac, I can't talk right now. I just can't talk.
So I got a question, Artie. Does that mean for last Friday's show, we held it back because it was just a little too freaky, too close, but for this Friday show, we're going to play, if it's okay with you, your first day back.
Whatever.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Which John cut and said it was sounded pretty weird, but we wanted to wait. We tried to call you. And
there's always a period of time one waits. Yeah. Yes.
It's not the right time now.
Yeah, and I thought it might take a long time for us, but Artie seems to have bounced back.
In fact, we're probably
do anything you want.
There's a whole new channel called the Artie Crying Channel. Where you can see him, So, yes, what were you saying, Doug? I have to put on your mic? Okay, go ahead.
I was giving it time, too. I didn't even approach Artie yet, but Artie, we have permission to air it?
Yeah,
I didn't want to go.
I don't want
Doug gives you that thing like he pretends he cares about you.
Why did I air it that day? No. Did I ask? I didn't want to.
I don't care.
I didn't know how.
Yes.
You know what's really funny though? Everybody didn't know what to do that day, so I walked into the control room of Howard TV, and the guys, our director goes, man, we're not even going to push in on Artie, go in for a close up because it's too heavy.
All right, you're all fired.
No. Then I find out that they have an ISO camera. They're doing close ups something like crazy.
Good,
they just didn't want Artie to see them pushing in on
No,
him.
I know.
When the day comes that I cry on the show, you push right in on as close as you can get.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you at all to go to break? Because that seems so against your instinct.
No. I mean, Artie's my bro, and I felt that he needed some comforting. This was very, very heavy, and there was no doubt in my mind I should go to a break. All right, we got 3 guys here. Guys, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to interview you and ask you your story, and then we're going to vote on who has the saddest story. Whoever has the saddest story gets the lap dance. I'm going to go to Mark first. Mark, hi.
How you doing?
Mark, you look like a nice guy. You look like a young guy. Are you a young guy?
Yeah, 21.
21. What's going on? Well, how'd you end up homeless?
I got kicked out of my house for doing heroin and ended up on the streets. And I've been running the streets in New York for about a year. And before that was on and off, but parents took me back, and then finally they said enough, and now I got a heroin addiction.
You're still on heroin?
Yeah.
And what do you have to do to get money for heroin? You got to do tricks and stuff?
Tricks?
You know what I mean?
You mean sex?
Yeah. You have to do guys, right?
Yeah, well...
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a pain.
Dude, right now...
Are you gay?
No, not at all.
No, he just loves heroin. That's how good heroin is. Hey, what are you doing now? You on heroin? You gonna be close to withdrawals? What's going on?
I'll be close to withdrawals today. Yeah.
So you need a fix by when, you think?
I did a shot last night, so...
You're gonna need one by like 6, 7 o'clock tonight, right?
Probably around 2 o'clock.
Seem like a nice guy, a bright guy. Can you believe this is happening to you? I mean, probably your whole life you heard, don't do heroin.
Exactly.
So what kind of panic do you go into if you don't have the cash and you're facing withdrawals?
Usually, today was a different day. I wound up not waking up with a bag. Usually I go to sleep making sure I either have money
got a bag,
or a bag.
Oh, so once you're straight, you start working on getting your
and
next.
then I'll get off E, and then I'll go back and get like...
I know things look bad right now, but just know there's one guy, Artie, who's jealous of you right now. He's absolutely...
Dude, I can help you out. I got something for you.
What do you have for him?
I got a miracle thing that can help you with withdrawals from opiates. I'm telling you. Yeah.
What is it?
It's a pill called. You ever heard of something called Subutex?
Oh, Suboxone, Subutex.
Yeah. Did you ever try that? You put it under your. You put it right under your.
Yeah, under your.
man.
I was on Suboxone.
And it didn't work for you?
No, my insurance cut me off, and then I went back to dope.
That shit'll help, man.
Sucked, yeah. It was great.
I've struggled with addictions too. If you guys agree not to grill me about it, I actually have those pills that keep you off heroin.
I actually just saw that. I saw that.
What are you doing with those?
I got these things. I'll give you a few of these. I got these Subutex.
Thanks.
Whoa.
Wait a
second. Everybody just raced for them.
Maybe Artie gets the lap dance. What the hell are you doing?
It's a long story. Let's not get into it.
What are you doing with Subutex or whatever that is?
No, it's just...
I don't understand what's happening here.
Everything's fine.
Everybody, all the homeless guys race for. They race for Artie's pill bottle. I'm still trying to figure out how Artie has those heroin pills.
And we're going to get to the bottom of that.
That's the big talk.
That's the big talk right now.
You know,
what am I, the crazy one?
This show is. I remember you said this to me one time where, like, sometimes on the air,
you say something
in your head, you want to be honest because you know it's so entertaining and interesting, and then you just blurt something out. Look, people know I've had a lot of troubles in the past with a bunch of different things, and over the years, I've snorted heroin from time to time, and
you never told me that.
Yeah, I was going to say this is new information.
Yeah.
Is this the time to time include recently?
God, I'm sorry, Mom and everybody.
Yeah.
No. It's been. Remember last year when I was out for 4 days?
Yes.
I fell into an old trap that I used to fall into on the road doing stand up.
Right.
And I never shot it ever. I would snort it.
Right.
And it just helped going to sleep in hotels and on planes, and from February to like June, I existed for 4 months just going from sort of
heroin
fix to fix.
Yeah.
And on the road doing stand up. And then
wow.
When I had to go into doing the movie, I said I got to just completely
clean up,
get it out of my life.
Right.
So I came back from a gig in Chicago, and I had nothing. I ran out of stuff, and I had nothing, and I was in a panic. But I said, "Fuck it, I got to just do this."
Because at that point, you were probably really addicted, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I went to work that Monday, and then when I went home, it was like too crazy.
So you were really detoxing.
Yes.
When you were out.
Yes.
I see.
That's what I was doing.
So what you were saying? So what you're saying?
Wait a minute.
I was in a shitty way, and then the doctor saved my life. He introduced me to these pills that get you back.
And when you say you were in a shitty way, in other words, because you're detoxing from heroin, you start to get the shakes, you start to vomit, you start to. I mean, it's really hard.
What are your withdrawal symptoms?
You just get sick. You get a cold sweat, and
it's uncomfortable.
And so when you did the intervention on KC, were you
on heroin when you did that?
Oh, jeez.
Now, did Dana know this, or you kept it a secret?
No, it's it's something I shouldn't have said.
It's not what?
It's something I shouldn't have said. This is terrible.
No, it's all right.
That's okay, Artie. You're not doing it now.
No.
You're off it.
I shouldn't have said this.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think you said anything wrong.
No, this is one time I'm bummed out.
Oh, you are? Then sit down and relax.
I'm bummed out about it.
Artie, so what? You've had your problems. Everybody
we
knows
all know you had your problems, and you're never cured. We know
this
that.
Doctor saved my life.
Oh, jeez.
Don't be depressed. We all know you had your drug problems.
Hey, we didn't think you were out of work because everything was fine.
Are you listening to your iPod?
Uh-oh, somebody's calling him.
Oh, no.
No, it's not me.
Oh, that's not you?
It's satellite. No one listens. Artie's lucky.
Yeah, that's what you could say. Don't be bummed out. We're on satellite.
Artie, no one will know. According to the newspapers, no one will know a thing.
It was a bit.
That's right. What's that music?
Is that your iPod?
It's not me. I swear.
Have I lost you?
Is that me?
That's you.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you have a phone that makes that noise?
Somebody's calling me for Artie.
Uh-oh. Where are you going, man?
Hey, yeah. Come
Now I'm
on,
getting
stay with
nervous.
us. Stay with us.
No, I'm all right. It's some things are just not for the fucking.
You want me to?
Oh,
you
stop
want me to
it.
admit something that I never admit?
No, that's all right.
I'll do it.
What? You have plastic surgery?
No.
Now you see how it wasn't a great revelation.
Now that I'm 52, every time I pee, my pee like I stop peeing, but like it dribbles all over the place, like just. So,
could you like wet your pants?
So the other day, I'm standing in my kitchen, right? This is not even. This mine is more embarrassing than your story. I'm standing in the kitchen, and Beth says to me, "You know, you have pee stains all over your pants."
So you do wet your pants.
So I go, "What do you mean I have pee stains all over my pants?" Oh, this is not cheering Artie up.
No, this is nothing compared to what he just said.
No,
you don't have to go away for that, and they don't give you pills.
Oh, I'm going to get some pills for this.
Actually, they do make a pill for what you have. Yeah, see the commercials for real. It's called Flomax.
Artie's bummed. Big time. I've lost him.
I'm trying to get
We
off
need to put Howard in a diaper, and Artie doesn't care.
You feel like getting up and leaving or something?
No.
Take it easy. What can we do for you?
I'm fine now. I just
get those lap dancers back.
Yeah, I think Artie needs.
That's a sad story.
What's a sad story?
His story.
Yeah, I know.
Bum luck dance.
But he's okay now.
Yeah,
Artie,
I'm
you're
fine.
good.
I mean, I'm clean.
But why do you still carry the pills?
Well, they're like I don't take them on a regular basis anymore, but they're just like safety net type of thing.
Uh-huh.
It's good to have them.
That's why I got a whole bottle of them. You know, I didn't give that guy any pills, by the way. That would be illegal. I was joking
around.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's sometimes.
So you
sit here
just
and
keep
say
them on
shit.
you just because if you do get
they get you back into life. They're a miracle drug. They're great, you know, and you feel like a person again, and you get back into life, and that's what.
I think you admitted it because you're trying to help people too.
Yeah, you want to like let it go now.
I was out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday that week, and I didn't know what to do because I was freaking out. And
was that before you got a hold of the doctor who helped you?
Well, I reached out for this guy Saturday, and I said, well, maybe I got to go check in somewhere. And he called me back, and he was a fan of the show, and he was like, you know, I got something for you, man. I'm going to come examine you. I'll come to your house right now because I said, I got to get back to work Monday because it's crazy, and I don't know, you know, and I got this film coming up, blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, the producers of the movie were calling me going, look, I just signed a check for $500,000 for the movie equipment.
Where are
and I'm
you?
like, yeah, right, you're doing it. Because and they listen to the show every day. He goes, you're not there, you're doing this, right? You're doing the movie. I'm like, yeah. So this guy, you know, like from heaven came and examined me. He said, you're all right, man. You just got to you get through this. And he goes, this shit it'll get you back into life. You get your life straight for, you know, however long it takes.
How long does it take it to work? So you take the pill.
You put it under your tongue, and I'm telling you, in 20 minutes,
you're not sick anymore.
You're not sick.
Wow.
But can you get addicted to those pills?
You have to get weaned off them.
Yeah, because those guys were racing for the pills when you were kind of joking around saying you're going to offer them.
They don't get you high. They just get you normal. Like I could see what that kid's going through right now. He just probably remembers his life being so normal. He just wants that back. Like you don't even want to be high anymore. You just want to be normal.
Not sick.
Fucking fit. I want to feel like I did when I was 15.
Right, because right now he's just trying not to be sick.
Right. And I can tell, and you get lost. That's what people say about heroin. It takes your soul. You know, it's off. Oh, it's just the worst.
How did you get into heroin? I mean, when did you?
You know,
why not go back to coke?
And comedy around New York. I mean, yeah, whatever. It's all over the place. But yeah.
No, I'm just because you were a coke guy. That was your thing.
Yeah, but that was manic. That was I had to get rid of that because of see cocaine is like a social drug. Heroin's when you just want to drop out.
And heroin's like an orgasm, right? Like in other words, you forget all your troubles.
Forget it,
you
man.
feel euphoric.
You ever go get knocked out for something at the hospital? People give you Demerol. It's the same thing. It's unreal. That's like when you want to just sit down, watch TV, and you just tune
everybody out.
Yeah,
everybody and everything.
Wow.
And
I knew something was up because everyone kept saying Artie's on something.
Everybody was telling us, yeah.
And of course, this is what happened. I mean, this is what ruined the Dana thing. Of course, eventually.
That's what ruined it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's definitely something I lost in life because of it.
Benji, don't
This will
talk.
make you feel better. Benji wants in.
Benji, please.
Wait, I have a stupid question to ask. I was in the bathroom. Was Artie on heroin? Is what's going on?
Yeah, Benji, just act like you're not here.
I was out getting a salad.
Listen to the replay.
Yeah. There's replays all day.
Well, I'm sure the other.
You're all right, but shh. I asked you to be quiet.
All right.
And leave the guy alone. The fuck is wrong with you? You all right, man? You want to take a break? All right, I'll leave you just alone.
Oh, no.
Well, hey, man, I'll tell you what. I'm happy you're feeling better.
It's a good day.
All right. I'm happy you're feeling better. That's all. I'm supposed to do a commercial.
Today is a good day.
I will do a commercial.
Yes. Let's break.
No, I got to read a commercial.
Oh, you got to read a commercial.
Shit.
We were in a commercial?
We were in the middle of a commercial.
That was a commercial.
Artie, you read a commercial. All right.
See, I told you that bum thing was a bad idea.
It was a downer. It was a downer. Artie, I'll never bring bums in again. All right. Anyway. The sound of spreads, teasers, and I can't do a live commercial right now.
No.
Can you play a song?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Why are some blubbering breakdowns broadcast on Howard TV and some are not? Howard 100 News wipes away the tears to take a clear look at this crying shame.
All right, good stuff, Steve.
These stories and much more coming up on the Howard 100 Noontime News, weekdays, noon Eastern, updates every hour.
There he is, Mr. Steve Langford, award-winning news
See,
guy.
that's where I felt Steve was mocking me there. Blubbering.
Hey, Brian.
Fuck you, Steve.
Brian Phelan is here, who Artie claims was on to him the whole time.
Not on
I did notice a few things. Does when you eat your arm, does that have anything to do with it either?
No, I've had that since high school.
He sits there and he's like,
I have a nervous
on his
tick.
arm like that, and I'm like, something's up with that.
He chews on a sleeve.
I've been doing that since literally junior high.
What about
chews his arm?
In Vegas? Were you messed up in Vegas? I know you got drunk.
Which Vegas?
The drunken blackout Vegas.
No.
But you weren't on anything?
No heroin, no.
All right. We were just wondering. We were just trying to piece it all
How
together.
about when you were in the steam room with Dennis Rodman and you guys were...
That was to suck the cock.
I suspected it for a while, actually.
This will be a story I'll forever remember on the show.
Please.
You actually admitted something. Benji was out and he comes in and goes, Artie, tell me everything you just said. I missed it. That's like the greatest story of all time. Like just shut your fucking mouth. He comes in, he wants it.
He's the king.
I'm glad
of
I gave Benji a
inappropriate.
chance to be funny.
Yeah, you finally were funny.
I still don't know what it is. I really don't.
It was really funny because yesterday on the wrap-up show, somebody
Nothing.
said to Benji, how could he be a comedy writer when every time he opens his mouth, something unfunny comes out?
Benji's a very
This
funny
time
guy.
you were funny.
No, he's hilarious.
Do you want to explain to Benji?
No, I basically, and it was something I thought maybe one day I would admit to you guys, but
You didn't expect to now.
the week that I was out last year was because on the road I fell back into snorting heroin.
Oh, okay.
And which is something I had done when I was younger, and and I was going through withdrawals. That's why I was out for the week. And then this drug came into my life through this doctor who saved my life and got me back to work.
Have you been having ups and downs throughout the year?
This year, no. This year I've been clean since June. I think June 4th last year.
All right, Benji.
Yeah,
That's the
Benji's now
story.
going to
Benji's
do
gonna
a whole
an interview.
Now he's going to get 20 questions.
You're going to get us back to where we were. That's it.
June 4th of 05.
All right. Thank you, Benji.
Good for you, Artie.
But you're not gay at all.
Well, a little bit.
Well, the other thing
might
is,
be.
like, I was looking at that poor kid, he's got no money. Like, that's the other fucked up thing. I had money. Like, you go on the road and there's guys in every town could get you whatever you want,
Yeah.
especially if they're connected to comedy clubs. So I would just tell a guy, look, take $1,000 off my pay and just fucking go get me whatever you can.
That's why I voted for that guy. I felt I was like, God, he's trapped in hell. He can get help maybe from his family and he won't even take it.
I think he's pretty connected to his family because he said to me at the very end, see, the other thing about heroin addicts is they're very good liars.
Oh, you learned to lie like crazy.
And so he had a different look on his face out in the hall, and he said, my father's a huge fan of this show, and that's why he got serious, and tomorrow's going to be a really interesting day for me. He's in touch with his family.
Okay.
I also never, and I swear on my father's grave, I never used a needle in my life ever because I hate them and they make me queasy. But, I was snorting it, which some people say is more addictive than shooting it, which I don't understand that, but I've heard rehab guys say that.
I don't
know.
How quickly do you get addicted? Like a minute?
It's
like
funny.
hours?
When I first went to rehab, when I was like, for other stuff, the heroin addict told me, he goes, dude, you have an addictive personality. Do never try heroin.
Right, because once you try it, man,
forget
it'd
it.
be...
It's just-
You're like an immediate.
Do you want to hear from Ralph at all?
Yeah, I don't care. Look, I'm fine. I'm back.
All right, okay.
I'm back.
Ralph.
Thank you for being.
heroin.
Thank you for being the first person to do that.
That won't be going on all day.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Ralph.
Hey, wait, Artie?
Yeah.
I think that's just a really brave thing you do, because I think it was coming from the fact that this stuff saved your life, and you just felt terrible for that kid, and you're like, hey, you want people to know that this,
There's hope.
This can help you out. And you know what? Say you snorted some heroin. What's the big deal?
No. What I'm saying
Ralph,
is,
it's upsetting to him.
it's very upsetting because it cost me stuff in life. You know? But
you're past it
and I
now.
put my mother through hell again that she thought would never come back, and
Oh, she knew?
Oh my God, my mother, is the reason I'm alive. She basically came to my house and set up camp. Like, you're not leaving the apartment until I go through the withdrawals.
Right.
But she didn't know about this pill.
Right.
So her, my sister, and Dana were like an army around me. They wouldn't let me out of the door.
Wow. Because were you threatening to leave?
Well, you start to shake, and you want to throw up. You don't know what to do. You can't picture never being able to get comfortable. Like you're tossing.
You're sweating.
So you got to do more heroin because you want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what they call it. They call it getting well.
Right. Or a fix. You're not right, so you fix yourself.
Yeah.
That's where that comes from. But or booze will help. Booze takes the edge off. And I have a whole bar in my house, so they were like, no, you got to go through this. And this is why I have strong women in my life. Thank God. People who think I'm a misogynist.
That pill,
the direct opposite is true.
But that pill is genius.
Well, what happened was
it takes away the sickness.
I finally said this ain't working, and I mean, you guys didn't know what was going on, so of course every day was worse and worse on the air. And like what's going to happen?
I know you were more of a mystery to me than Fred is.
You got to go
for a little while.
And so what happened?
I'm on cat tranquilizers.
What happened was the movie guy said, if Artie's not at work Monday, we're pulling the plug. That's it. So now Frank Sebastiano had done 2 months of prep work. He moved his family.
Did you go to the set?
He took we hadn't started yet.
Oh.
Yeah, he had to show up here, not there.
Here. They were like, look, we're shooting in a month. If Artie's not at the Stern show, we're not doing this.
Wow.
We're pulling the plug on all the money and everything, and we're going to take the loss. And then he was like, we're going to sue you.
I thought you were nodding for a while.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Your eyes were rolling to your head.
On the air a couple times.
Yeah, I saw you nodding. I said, I said,
well,
I think he's nodding.
Everybody was like, he's on something. He's on something.
But
there was a whisper going around.
But that can also, I've also do that when I'm extra tired too.
Right.
But thanks.
Yeah, I sometimes look like I'm nodding.
Guys like my Italian, Italian brother bringing me cupcakes and stuff.
Well, at least you did. I'm looking at this paper and it says that Courtney Love was in the Whitney Houston intervention.
Oh my God!
I'm insulted that I wasn't in the intervention. Why wasn't I at your bedside? Why didn't your mother call me to be at your bedside? I would have loved to have done
obviously,
something like
you would have loved to see that scene, huh?
Yeah, I love that shit.
It's just, guys, this is the awful brew.
Artie, let me ask you a question.
What?
What is like you've done stuff, and what is the feeling of heroin that's so?
Well, that's what I was trying to get to with the guy.
Everything melt away. Yeah. That's a problem. You feel happy? Do you do stuff? Like
no, you don't do stuff. You're not productive. That's why, like, there's certain drugs that are so like ecstasy, coke. Those are social drugs.
Those are great. Yeah.
Heroin.
Those are great.
Those are great.
Or opiates in general. Make you withdraw from society. You just you isolate yourself, and it's just so much fun to be alone. And
do you like to watch TV, or are you just alone?
Yeah, what you do is you sit back, you have a cigarette, and you watch television. You listen to music. I would listen to,
You're not out.
Neil Young and Pink Floyd and.
But how long does that last before?
I mean, I really genuinely like doing that.
Yeah, but how long before you have to say to yourself, "All right, I got to get some more"?
About 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. So then if
lasts for a while.
If you don't have it, you're in a panic.
Mm-hmm.
You're not high that whole time, but you're not sick. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's 6 or 7 hours before.
And after a while, you stop getting high, right? It's just like you're just not sick.
Right. Exactly.
Is it like smoking pot, except extra?
It's way different than weed. It's way different than weed. Is almost like, to me, almost like an acidy type of thing. Like it makes me trip weed. Heroin is like.
Weren't you tempted to shoot it once in a while?
No, never ever. I just hate them. I can't look at a guy putting a needle in anything.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
It's gross, but that's why I said, like, my mother, man, she's just like she's just like a general. She just sat. She when I was shaking, she would hug me and say,
Do you call your mom and say, "Listen, Mom, I'm in a bad way. Get over here"? Like,
well, she would hear me not on the show. She would hear me not on the show,
so she could tell.
Right. Yeah. So there's like, what's wrong? And of course, with my history, so I was just taking the phone off the hook.
Oh.
And then, so I said to this doctor, I reached out for this doctor. At an old rehab where I went years ago, and this guy, I left a voicemail. I said, "Listen, my name's Artie Lang." I gave him my general information, and I said, "This is what I'm going through, and gotta detox somehow, professionally maybe. So,
thank God you knew to do that, right?
I told him. Yeah, I told the guy that you have to. When the guy called back, he said, "Listen, I'm a big fan, actually, and everything's confidential." But he goes, "I've been hearing you haven't been on the show, and you got to get back there Monday." And I explained to him the movie situation. I said, "Yeah, I have to be at work Monday morning for a lot of different reasons, and I don't have time to detox." He goes, "All right." He goes, "I'm gonna come and examine you first, but afterwards, I'm telling you, I got a miracle drug." And he turned me on to this Subutex, which you just put it under your tongue and it dissolves. And he goes, "Believe me, in 20 minutes you're gonna feel better." And when you're in that position, you don't believe anybody. I'm like,
Right.
"Dude, nothing's gonna happen in 20 minutes." And sure enough, maybe it's even a
You
psychological
mean
thing.
everything.
Yeah.
The sweating, the
Yes.
vomiting, everything goes away.
So he called in the pill to the pharmacy at 1:00 on a Sunday. I went and got it, and by like 2:30 I was fine, and he had examined me, and I was in work the next day.
Wow.
And do you carry them sort of as a security blanket?
Yes, just like.
But you don't need them anymore. Better.
Well,
No,
let me ask you something.
I
because
wean
now
myself
you're-
off of them, but I don't need them. But if the feelings come back,
Yeah, because now you're going back out on the road again.
not as much as I used. The stress of shooting this film was an extraordinary thing, and
I hope the reviewers realize that.
Yeah, how dare they?
I mean, really?
But well, you guys liked it. That's all I care about.
No, I loved it. It was
No,
fun.
but so it just was and the road just blows, and
Right, but that's why I'm saying that, because now you're doing you said you're going back out again
it's
little
a different,
bit.
It's a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I got my. He said you'll be fine. And see, the difference between me and this poor kid we had in here today was, like, I had the greatest job in the world to go back to, and a career, that I'd worked hard for. I love what I do. I have a passion for my career. There's a lot of drug addicts who don't have that. So I had a reason to stay clean.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I go, all I need is that pill to get normal again, and I'll be back in the game. And obviously, I want to do what I'm doing, so I'm staying clean. So it sucks when you don't have a passion in your life.
Well, yeah, he's a 21-year-old kid who's getting his cock sucked for money.
Oh,
I mean, he's
God.
in bad shape.
I mean, that's just like, and then I had my, in the old days when I was doing blow in the city and stuff, you didn't have any money. And
yeah, that's sort of a regulator.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could kill yourself with the kind of money you
I
got.
had unlimited cash.
Yeah.
I'm glad only in the sense that you told your story because maybe to inspire somebody out there.
No, anybody who's going through that, if you have something you want to get back to in life, I'm telling you, go get this Subutex. It's a miracle, and but the key is once you get on it and you get straight, be productive. Get out there and do shit, because then psychologically, you'll get back into
it. Sounds like they should be handing this drug out on the streets to these people.
Well, it's very expensive. Very expensive.
And it's not only that. I mean, if they're not willing to clean up, they're just going to feel better and then probably just go out and do heroin. again.
Well, that's the problem with that kid. He's never started a
That's
life.
right. All right.
There's
I don't
nothing
know
for
if you
him to go
remember.
back to.
You remember when I got back to work that day? You guys, you suspected who knows what was going on, because every depression I've gone through has been because of drugs.
Right.
So a shrink told me, he goes, "Look, you're not clinically depressed. You've come off drugs and you get depressed.
Right.
So that's what you're going through." And you were cool about the whole thing. You guys were like, do you want to go through what happened? I'd love to hear that day on the air, actually, for the 23,000 hours of tapes, my first day back.
Hey, by the way, there's the voice of Artie Lang back, feeling better. Do you want to make a statement or you just want to skip it?
I don't care.
I was interested because you started talking and I heard some chuckling because I thought maybe we should just take attendance this morning and see who's here.
Hey, because, if I get one more call that Artie's a drug addict and needs to get back into a drug program,
Right.
My head's going to explode. Here's a guy already first call of the morning, Kyle.
There you go.
Hey, what's up, man?
Here it says Kyle thinks Artie has a drug problem.
Right.
Yes, he does. He seriously does, man. Come on, Artie, dude.
Artie, tell the guy.
It's not drugs, but drinking did play an issue in my latest going nuts session.
Oh, really?
Well, I went a little nuts, yeah. Not like cabbie nuts, but still nuts.
Bummed out
But
nuts.
drinking had something to do with it?
I mean, I've been
Or did you
really,
use-
really stressed out.
Yeah.
And to the point where I was getting like physically ill, and I was drinking on the road a lot, and that spilled over into the week a little bit.
Oh,
but you've been drinking for 4 years straight, and you haven't missed any days, and then you're starting to miss all these days. Man,
They caught up with him.
Honestly, not during the week. I mean, I know people think that, but I would just sort of binge drink on the weekends.
Oh, so you're a weekend man.
That's what I became, but I used to drink all the time.
So when you say...
to be totally honest with
Yes.
you, yeah, booze had a little bit to do with it.
No, but I meant when you say it encroached on the week, how did it encroach?
Well, when I got back off the road from Chicago or a plane ride where I was like stressed out, I would have a drink on a Sunday while I was watching the game.
Yeah.
Which I never did in the last, 3.5 years.
Uh-huh.
And then that sort of led into getting lit on a Sunday night. And then, I would just do the same thing.
And then not being here on a Monday morning.
Self-medicating, yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
And I really got, really, really out of it. Really, really out of it.
It's really hard just to drink on the weekends. You know what I mean?
Well, especially if you had a drink during the game on Sunday.
Well, especially if you have a drinking problem. So, it kind of sucks to limit it. I mean, if you got a problem, you'd like to have it all week.
Why control your
Right.
problem?
Controlling your problem means you don't have a problem.
But believe me, in fact, I didn't start doing coke again. If I start doing coke again, it would be I'd be like somewhere in I don't know,
La La Land,
Mexico.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have a drug problem.
No, I do. I always will.
Oh.
That's what they teach you.
Oh.
In rehab, you'll always have a drug problem. But
isn't the problem getting the drugs?
No, not at all.
That's what Hunter S. Thompson said.
Right. To quote a great man.
Yeah. I have a drug problem. I can't get any.
Yeah, my problem isn't the drugs. It's I can't get them. The police are my problem, he said.
Yeah, they make them so hard to come by.
They keep the drugs from me. Well, it's good to have you back, my friend.
No, well, look, I'm sorry about the hassle I put you through. And,
Well, I still don't understand. I mean, like when you say that you got really messed up.
Like I couldn't function. Like really mentally just out of it, just gone.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that look like? Wow.
Do you lay in bed all day?
It just looks like this, but my hair a little more messed up.
Did you lay in bed all day?
A lot of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't up exercising or anything.
Just stayed in the house, stayed in bed.
Not really eating.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I know. The one thing it does do when you go a little nuts is
you look real thin. You look good.
I'm the thinnest I've been in years.
Wow. I knew something was wrong when Artie looked at me and he went into devil eyes and he goes, Artie's got to do it. Artie's got to do it.
Right. Oh, that was the worst day.
That was the worst day.
That was the worst day.
Artie's got to get heroin.
Okay.
Artie's going to do what Artie wants.
Were you in a panic to get a fix like that? You remember that? Do you remember that day?
Yes, well, there was a bunch of days like that's why I asked that kid. I go, dude, do you have anything on you now? Do you either have the money or the bag? And he's like, no, and that's absolute terror.
Panic.
Yes.
And did you have a regular guy? Like, did you run out of the station to a regular guy? Did you have to hunt somebody down, or how do you do that?
I don't want to get into any of that, Ro. That's not
All right.
But I think this is a bit of letting go of that.
Doorman?
When you're keeping that stuff secret, it's still a part of you.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, it's still a part of
I just want to say I'm really gay.
You were
need to
funny
top 'em, huh?
trying to pretend that you were going to make a revelation that you wet your pants.
Beth looks at me and goes, you have pee stains on your pants. And I'm like, well, sometimes I dribble. I don't know. I go, that's not pee.
His last revelation was that he had plastic surgery. This revelation is that he's getting older.
But honestly, you know what? I think I like telling the story because it shows the kind of person that Dana, my mother, and sister are. About how they were like such.
Is that why you're feeling so bad about
such angels? I mean, literally
is that why
like
you're feeling,
angels.
Is that why the breakup so hard? Because she was there for you and you feel kind of like
she's the best. I mean, really, my mother and sister. When I look at their face, I see like an angel in front of me.
Hey,
and there's a time and a place to maybe get this off my chest, and I guess it's interesting and everything, but I do regret saying this right now.
Hey, Artie,
on the air, but I can't take it back.
One last quick question: is that what? I mean, you sort of said that's what made you and Dana break up, but like she helped you through it, and was it like, hey, if you don't get some help so this doesn't happen again, I don't, you know, like, you know what I'm
He
saying?
doesn't understand how she's not here now that
Basically,
you're fine.
She took you through that, so why isn't she here now?
I ended this, Ralph, because I don't think I can make it work ever. I don't think I think I'll torture her for the rest of her life.
He's doing her the favor now.
And in my head, that's what I feel.
You're just afraid something else is going to happen. You're going to put her through hell again.
She didn't know anything about it, and like I say, you withdraw. It's not a social drug, so I wasn't coming over. I was like, you know, instead of going, I would just say, look, I'm tired. I don't want to go out tonight, and you know, it would be just sitting at home, you know, with a cigarette, and that's the other thing. You nod off and your fucking cigarette. You almost
burn yourself up.
Almost like
you could light your whole house on fire.
Yeah. That happened. I got burns all over my fucking.
Artie, you better get an assistant when you go on the road. Just somebody to hang around.
You're like Smokey.
Right, a guy to get the coke.
Smokey, that guy Joe Walsh has.
Yeah, you need somebody, man.
So I mean, I've just gotten to a point in my life where at 38, I just really feel like anybody. Unfortunately, my mother and sister are tied to me emotionally, and I feel so sorry for them because, you know, I don't want to torture anybody else, you know. I really feel bad for my mother and sister that they are
I got to tell you, man,
attached to me.
They love it. They gives you, they're connected to you. Gives you something to do.
Oh, great, Ralph. That's
yeah. They need something.
They're thrilled.
Thinking.
They need something to do.
They're really happy about it. All right, thank you, Ralph. All right, bye-bye.
Really upbeat show. Let's hear Mike Walker fart now.
Penny Crone and Steve Langford are fighting in the hall for the Artie exclusive.
No.
Yeah. A fight just broke out. Leave him alone.
A fight's going to break out when I go out there.
I was making a joke.
Artie, do you like heroin?
Artie,
he had the white monkey on his back.
Again, there's a time and a place for this, but
Joey, what do you want? Joey Boots wants to help you.
Hey, Artie, man. I think this is the greatest thing that you could have done, man, was come open and talk about this to everybody, man.
Right,
I think you're truly an addict, and what you got to do, man, is you got to stay away from all things, and that includes alcohol, brother.
Well, I was going to ask, when did you know, because you did a whole thing where you stayed off alcohol for a while.
Right.
And then you decided you were okay?
Well, I mean, again, I drank for years without doing any drugs, and you know, I can't explain.
Hey, Artie, it comes down to you might be okay for a while, but you're replacing one drug with another.
Yeah.
You know, you got an addictive personality, and I'm not trying to be.
Maybe you should do what Joey's doing: fly a plane.
Well, that's why that's part of the reason I got so heavy too.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, because you were referring to the food as an
you know what it is for me?
addiction.
I have to look. I get bored so fucking easily. I get so bored with life.
Take up chess.
I have to look forward.
Won
to
a big
something.
game last night.
Like I want to
need
look forward to
excitement.
something. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
why I just took up flying, because it's something that's a little dangerous. It's exciting.
Another way to kill yourself.
Yeah, you're just going to kill yourself. Hey, Joey, let me go deal with this.
But
isn't there always new girls to have sex with? I mean, that always excites the shit.
yeah,
out of
well,
me.
no, that would be great. You know,
sex or I don't
right?
know.
No, okay, it's like a day. Right, like sex is something you look forward
See,
to.
the difference between me and you
getting
is
high.
I look forward to like.
You look forward to simple things.
Yeah, I'm like just walking on a beach or sex or even like just having a good meal.
Well, sex, I understand.
One glass of wine, you know.
But with Artie, it's this extreme high he's looking for.
Yeah.
You know, with the gambling and everything else, it's an extreme rush.
Totally.
Yeah.
I like stuff to almost be near total destruction.
Artie, have you ever thought about going to meetings?
I've been to meetings before.
I mean, you've been to, but have you thought about continuing going to them?
Yes, absolutely, Joe. Absolutely, 100%.
Hey, Joe, I'm going to move along because I know Mike Walker's waiting, and
all right,
I'm going
Artie,
to
get
give
my
Artie.
number from Jason, and just like you gave me your number, give me a call.
All right.
All right, thanks,
All right,
Joey.
I mean that, man.
I got your number, Joe.
All right, thank you, Joey.
All right, bro. Peace.
Bye-bye. That's Joey.
He
Joey
got your number and he never called it.
Joey just went through the same thing, so he did. He really did.
I know,
I know he did. He was amazing here.